Everywhere you go on ESPN690.com. ESPN 690, a Cox Media Group station.
This is SportsCenter.
I'm Christine Lisi. Breaking news from ESPN's Adrian Wojnarowski. Devin Booker, the Suns' best player, will likely miss games 3 and 4 of their first-round NBA playoff series against the Pelicans with a mild hamstring strain. He has not been ruled out the rest of the series. Kevin Durant looking to bounce back as he and the Nets visit the Celtics in Game 2 tonight. KD just 9 of 24 from the field with 4 turnovers in the opener. Do not expect that tonight, says ESPN's J.J. Redick.
He will be Kevin Durant, and he will have a great game. If you look at this series, whether it's a 5-game series, 6-game series, 7-game series, whatever it ends up being, Kevin Durant's going to average 28 to 32 points. He's going to shoot around 50% from the field, 40% from 3, 90 from the line. Like, this is who Kevin Durant is. I'm not getting wrapped up in one-off performance.
J.J. Redick on Get Up. Game 2, 6:30 Eastern on ESPN Radio. Deebo Samuel is making things interesting leading up to next week's NFL Draft. The 49ers star receiver telling ESPN's Jeff Tarlington he's requested a trade, would not divulge why. He has cut off contract talks, made it clear he wants out.
How would you love a chance to save some money on car insurance? Geico can help. Switch today and see all the ways you could save with great rates and discounts. It's easy. Simply go to geico.com to get a rate quote and get started seeing how much you could save.
Broadcasting live from the ESPN 690 Anajar and Levine studios.
This is Action Sports Jax on ESPN 690 with Brent Martineau and Austin Lane.
2-minute Davoli's House of Cards here on a Wednesday, a week before the NFL Draft. A week from now, it'll be the eve of the NFL Draft. Will the Jags still have their number 1 overall pick? Will they still have their number 33 overall pick? Maybe they will trade some of those for Deebo Samuel.
I don't know how I feel about that one. That would be a little risky. There we go.
Yeah, you got to turn that bad boy up.
Yeah, listen, I get the Deebo Samuel hype. Obviously, he's a budding top wide receiver. I don't like him here in Jacksonville right now, I'll be honest with you.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't like him in Jacksonville at all? Like, I can't get him?
No.
I mean, I can't get Davoli's House of Cards to give a few packs of cards away for Deebo Samuel? You don't like him?
No, I would love to have Deebo Samuel on the Jacksonville Jaguars. But financially, it makes zero sense whatsoever because you're probably going to spend the most money of any NFL team on your wide receiver unit, and you wouldn't even have, theoretically, maybe a top 6, top 7 wide receiver unit. So is the money worth the means? I don't think so.
I think there right now are 31 teams looking at their rosters and saying, how do we get Deebo Samuel on my roster, no matter how it looks? And I'm sure there are going to be about 8 of them that will really make a play or say, hey, we could really make a play. And keep in mind now, San Francisco, if you just catch out of this story, the story is Jeff Darlington talked to Deebo Samuel, and it's starting to be some rumbles, right, with all the wide receiver stuff, with the A.J. Browns, the McLarens, the Metcalf stuff's been going on for a while, but Deebo Samuel and those receivers that, hey, Christian Kirk got what? Devontae Adams is getting what? Yeah. I want to get paid, right, and I've performed. And so it started with that. Well, now it's gone to Deebo Samuel, according to Jeff Darlington. He wants a trade. And it's not that San Francisco doesn't want to keep him or might make a play for him. It's that he might not want to be in San Francisco. So that's the story coming out of San Fran right now.
But also keep in mind, it could be Deebo's camp trying to leverage the 49ers a little bit and say, hey, if you're Deebo Samuel, do you want to be a top 5 paid wide receiver? Yeah, but then do you want extra money as well because what you do in terms of your versatility? That's the one thing that he has going for himself right now is the fact that he is a running back and he is a wide receiver. So anytime you're dynamic like that, I think it actually adds to your value. I think that's what Deebo Samuel's camp is trying to purvey right now to the 49ers, where maybe the 49ers want to pay him just like a wide receiver. He's not just a wide receiver. He can do so much more. So that's what I think is going on right now with the 49ers and Deebo.
Yeah, well, and we'll see where it ends up. But, heck, it's good sports radio. Let's just stop at that, okay, and see – should the Jags be interested? Would they be interested? Who will be interested? What do you have to give up for them? There's no different than this conversation with like a DK Metcalf. There have been these receiver talks this year. Now, the Jaguars did some stuff in free agency, so did they pigeonhole themselves, to your point, right? Did they already spend, and now they've got X dollars tied up, they've got these receivers, they don't need to go get, well, they might need to, but they don't really, it doesn't make a lot of sense to maybe go get another guy and give up resources to do that. So these are all the conversations that you could have. Nothing hot and heavy to the point of this might happen, but it's certainly fun to play the game of where the Jags would see a guy like Deebo Samuel. And I really have this burning question about Deebo Samuel as it relates to almost any other team other than San Francisco, but especially the Jaguars. Would they use him the same way? Does San Francisco just use him so well and get the most out of Deebo Samuel? Are they built to do that? Do you have to be built a certain way? Would you have the confidence he could be who he is in Jacksonville with Doug Peterson and this style of offense?
I just feel like you wouldn't need Deebo Samuel to be what he was in San Francisco, because Deebo Samuel and his emergence of being an all-pro was the emergence of out of necessity. When the 49ers kind of lost all of their running backs, which seems to be the way of the 49ers the past couple of years. So when you take a Kyle Shanahan-led offense and you say, okay, we don't really have a running back right now. We still want to be dynamic in terms of probably run first, pass second, but we still want to keep teams honest. What can we do? Well, let's put Deebo Samuel back there. If you look at the numbers in terms of what Deebo Samuel was able to do last year, I mean, he was a hell of a receiver last year. Not only 6 touchdowns, which is, I mean, it's still admirable. It's not going to knock your socks off, but he had over 1,000 yards receiving, so there you go. And then you look what he did in the run game, and, yeah, your jaw's on the floor because he is so dynamic. If you bring him to Jacksonville, I don't really see them using him in the backfield, especially when you have a guy like James Robinson and you have a guy like Travis Etienne, who – I think a lot of fans would hope he is the kind of like the Deebo Samuel. He is the dynamic player. He is the Alvin Kamara, if you will, where maybe you put him in the slot a little bit like Urban Meyer wanted to do. Or you just have him in the backfield, but like he's going to be the dynamic guy, and James Robinson is going to be the between the tackles guy. So, I mean, if you were to bring Deebo Samuel here, I think it would be just under a wide receiver capacity as your true one receiver.
What does it take to get a guy like Deebo Samuel if you were interested? The Jags do have a player in Laviska Shenault that they could maybe put in part of a deal. They have the first overall pick, the 33rd overall pick, the 65th, the 70th, 642 sixth-round picks, and next year's draft. They've got capital, right? What's the cost of doing business in a Deebo Samuel kind of play? We've seen some big-time trades over the last couple of years, and it really started with Jackson. Well, it really started with Laramie Tunsil going to Houston from Miami, but then it had, even the Jags were involved, right? 2 first-rounders and a 4th-rounder for Jalen Ramsey they got. Yeah. Are we talking that kind of compensation for a guy like Deebo Samuel, or is it something lesser, especially if you can include a player? Like, I mean, if I threw something out at you like Laviska Shenault, 33rd overall pick, number 70, and like a 2nd rounder or 3rd rounder next year. Yeah. I mean, could you get away with something like that, or do you think we're talking first-round kind of picks for Deebo Samuel? I mean, even though 33, by the way, is really darn close to a first.
It's darn close. No, I mean, they're if I'm the 49ers, I'm taking a first-round pick for Deebo Samuel. That's, you know, he's one of the budding wide receivers in the game right now. So I'm not going to sell it for anything less than a first-round pick, which I think is fair. Now, when we talk about the Jacksonville Jaguars, that's the number 1 overall pick. So to me, that's definitely not worth it. Sure, I mean, if you want to throw in a couple players and maybe call it a second-round pick, well, then let's go ahead and throw in Christian Kirk, because that's the biggest hurdle that I can't overcome right now is the money that you got to take on to get a guy like Deebo Samuel. Because when you do negotiate the new contract, he's going to be a top 5 wide receiver in the league. So now you have a top 5 paid wide receiver in the league on your team, and you also have close to a top 10 wide receiver in the league in Christian Kirk. That's a lot of money going to your wide receiver core.
No way, right? No way you would part with the number 1 overall pick in any scenario for this.
No.
First of all, you might not part with anything based on the way you're talking. But
no, I mean, I would part with trading Christian Kirk away.
Yeah, which would be absolutely wild if you signed Christian Kirk and then traded him away. Hey. Jags might have to eat some of that money because that's the only –
I mean, eat the money. That's fine. But, like, if you get him off the books and you get Deebo Samuel, okay.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at that.
That's funny, actually. That's Ty said that to me first thing. He's like, trade Kirk.
Yeah.
I haven't even had a chance to buy a jersey yet.
Yeah.
And here we go. But some people would suggest trading the number 1 overall pick. It lacks logic, in my estimation, to trade the number 1 overall pick on a lot of different fronts. Like, we've had this conversation with DK Metcalf. I never wanted to trade the number 1 pick for DK Metcalf either. Mm-hmm. And here's why. To me, it lacks logic, Austin. Whoever you're signing, or trading for, say it's a Metcalf, say it's a Deebo, whatever, you're signing them to a mega deal. It's going to be like a $100 million deal, something like that.
Correct.
And so you got a ton of money locked in. If you really value the receiver position to that degree that you're willing to give up the number 1 overall pick and then sign somebody for $100 million, well, just go get the best receiver in this draft, and then you can have him for like a $35 million contract over the course of 4, even 5 years with some control because of the option and everything else. And now you're getting what you think is an alpha number 1 receiver for 60% off sale.
Correct. No, correct.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it really lacks any logic in my estimate. Now, you got to still hit on that receiver. You know what you're getting in a guy like Deebo or Metcalf or somebody like that.
Exactly.
But it just lacks a little logic to me that you would ever even think about parting ways with a number 1 overall pick for anybody. At the receiver position.
Well, absolutely, and that's the thing about it is when we talk about the value and we talk about having that rookie deal. I mean that means everything, and you can definitely still get a 1 wide receiver for your team, maybe the best wide receiver overall, maybe even in the second round, definitely in the first round. I mean, depending on when the spending spree starts, but you can get a quality guy at a low price in the second round if you are truly that desperate and you feel like you have to take somebody there.
Do you think some people would stay away from Deebo Samuel because they're not sure they would use him correctly? They're not willing to go to the backfield use as much as maybe San Francisco was. They wouldn't buy into that. You know what I mean?
But I think Deebo is still a capable receiver.
Yeah,
like that's the thing. I get he's dynamic and you can put him in the backfield and he's a beast back there, but he's still a very, very capable receiver. So if you use him in a more of a traditional sense where he's just, he's your standard wide receiver, I still think he can definitely make some bread off that as well.
And the reason I bring that up is, let me make sure I have the person right. Cynthia Freeland, who works for NFL Network, does a lot of statistical stuff.
Sure.
She's looking at next-gen stats on Deebo. In his first 33 games of his career, he was in the backfield 2.1% of the snaps. Damn. He was wide 72%, slot 20%, tight 5%. That's a lot of numbers. But basically, he was lined up on the wide receiver's part 98% of the time.
Yeah.
Okay? In the last 11 games of last year, he was 20% in the backfield. Mm-hmm. So he went from 2%. They used him 10 times as much in the last 11 games than his first 33 in his career in the backfield.
Because they had to.
Yeah.
I mean, it was out of necessity.
But that's where he thrived, too.
Well,
and so now are you going to be committed to it?
Yeah. I don't think so because I still think he's a hell of a receiver. I mean, he still got his reps. He still got his targets as a wide receiver as well and did pretty well. I forgot what the yards after catch was, but I'm pretty sure it was pretty astronomical in terms of how great that guy was as a receiver. So, this up-and-coming year, if he's still on San Fran, I guess time will tell how they use him. But I definitely see him being more of a receiver this next year if they do have the healthy, backs to tote the rock as well.
Yesterday we talked about who would get paid first, guys like Deebo, McLaurin, A.J. Brown. Mm-hmm. Let me throw one guy in the mix, like Metcalf, and forget about paying. Who would you want? You can get rid of Kirk for the moment, whatever.
Yeah.
Who would you want out of all those guys? Or even if you want to narrow it down, like a guy like Metcalf, who's an alpha kind of receiver.
He is.
Or Deebo, who's really coming on, had a better year last year than Metcalf, and can obviously be a versatile player.
I'm taking Scary Terry all day. Simply because I think he is truly the best wide receiver. I think with the quarterbacks that he's played with, he has still been able to get his numbers, to get his touchdowns, and he's like almost matchup proof on no one can really cover him one-on-one. So I think if you're looking for a true receiver, which I think the Jaguars are because you do have Etienne who can do a little bit of everything we hope. You do have James Robinson who can also tote the rock, so you're looking at a bona fide one receiver. I think that bona fide one receiver who can run the route tree, who can do everything that you ask him, who you can move around in the slot. If you truly have to, you shouldn't have to, but you can move in the slot, move in the outside, that's going to be Terry.
All right, so now of all the scenarios, it's not like Terry McLaurin's on the block. They're not going to get rid of him, I don't think. A.J. Brown, I don't see that, even though he's now taken Tennessee off his social media.
Oh, yeah. Dude, they're all playing the game.
Yeah. But in reality, the DK Metcalf stuff could be real. You don't know what Seattle's doing, right? I mean, could you make a pitch that they were like, hey, that's pretty good. Yeah, I'll take that, right? We're starting over all this stuff. And Deebo, could it be real based on these reports? Out of those two guys.
Out of Deebo and
DK Metcalf. that would appear to potentially be available if you really wanted to go after him.
Sure.
Who do you take?
I would probably take DK Metcalf then.
Interesting.
Yep.
Why?
Because I think he's just overall as a receiver. I mean, yeah, I think Deebo can definitely do more. But like I said, you don't need Deebo to do in Jacksonville what he did in San Fran, just because I think you have the running game to back it up and you have the dynamic players to help you out as well. So I need a true receiver, and I think DK Metcalf is, I mean, they both have great speed. DK is a lot faster, obviously. I think he's much more of the deep threat. So go ahead and give me DK Metcalf.
Yeah, and what's kind of interesting is, in that scenario, I just kind of wonder, do you want the versatile guy versus the alpha guy, right? I mean, if you look at some of the receivers over the years, that alpha can be like, all right, draws a lot of attention, going to go make that big play. DK fits that. He's got just everything about him screams that. But I think there's a lot of people that would answer that question with Deebo Samuel. I think a lot of people would say that.
Would take him over DK Metcalf?
Yeah, I think a lot of people would.
What would you do?
I think I lean toward DK as well, and some of it's probably concern at how San Fran used it. Like, I told these guys here at the Village House of Cards, and I'm afraid almost to say this out loud, but I feel like he might be a shade overrated.
Deebo Samuel?
Yeah.
Okay.
And some of this is the fit and Shanahan and how they were able to use them and what they did to use them and what they kind of fell into with using them out of the backfield. And so you take all that stuff, and I just don't know if I have the confidence that he's going to go somewhere else, plug and play, and be as good, as dynamic as he was. I mean, Deebo Samuel was like the talk of the league last year for the last 2 months. Like, it was incredible what he was doing. Is he going to stay on that course? Is he going to maintain that? Again, I don't think he's a bad player, so don't go crazy with overrated. I just wonder if he is a shade overhyped and just like almost like a perfect fit in San Francisco as opposed to where he would go, not just in Jacksonville, but other places.
Yeah, I mean, he's hyped because of what he had to do. I mean, he had to essentially put the team on his back when George Kittle was out. Brandon Ayuk was kind of in the doghouse a little bit. Like, that entire offense ran through Deebo Samuel. So, I mean, rightfully so. That's why he got so much hype, because he literally had the ball in his hand, whether he's running the ball or Jimmy Garoppolo is passing him the ball. Yeah, I mean, like, if he goes to a different team, you're not going to see the usage, I believe, as you saw in San Francisco. But it's like I stand by. I think he's still a great wide receiver and can benefit any team. Now, is he a top 5 wide receiver like he's going to probably get paid for? That I'm not sure of. But I definitely put him top 10 overall in terms of wide receivers in the league, which if you're a top 10 wide receiver, that definitely means something.
You said something interesting earlier about the dollars and the resources and the everything spent on wide receiver. Do you feel okay with the Jags at 33 going to get a receiver? Because while that's not necessarily dollars, it's investment, right? It's capital. It's saying, hey, we're still going to keep investing in this position. So is it more just, hey, you got to be careful how many dollars you're putting toward a certain position, or are you okay with the investment of draft capital? Kind of, I mean, we've been talking about it for months and months, right? Maybe the Jags trade back in the first round, get a receiver. Are you okay at 33, that second pick, going to get a receiver and adding to what they already have?
No, I'm absolutely okay with it, because we talk about who's went in the second and third rounds. Deebo Samuel has done that.
Yep.
A.J. Brown has done that. Terry McLaurin has done that. And if you let history be your guide in terms of the top wide receiver taken overall every single year, I mean, Henry Ruggs. Marquise Brown. Okay. DJ Moore. Okay, now he's a solid one. Corey Davis. Doesn't really do much for me right now. I mean, I get it. He's having maybe a resurgence in New York. Corey Coleman.
Jerry Jeudy's of the world, right? I mean,
yeah, but I'm saying like the top receiver overall in the draft. Corey Coleman. I'm not sure if he's even still playing in the league. Amari Cooper. Now he's with the Cleveland Browns. Sammy Watkins. Tavon Austin. Justin Blackmon. A.J. Green. Demaryius Thomas. Darius Haywood-Bay. So if you look at, in terms of the hype, all right, this guy is definitely the top talent. We got to draft him the highest in the draft every single year. It hasn't always played out. Sometimes it's the second guy. Sometimes it's the third guy. Sometimes it's the fifth guy taken in the draft that ends up being the best wide receiver. So, no, I have no grievances, no qualms whatsoever if you take a guy in the second round or maybe even the third round with such a deep wide receiver class.
Yeah, well, and by the way, to your point, there was something written, I think, a couple months ago. I forget who it was. And they're like, is it really smart to give receivers second-year contracts? Is it really smart to go invest in guys that are going to cost you this much on the receiver position? And the reason you ask that question is because are we getting to a point where star wide receivers are a dime a dozen? Is the receiver position that depth? I mean, look, we're talking about 3 guys that came in the second and third round.
Sure.
Three really good players that are going to command a lot of money that came in the second, third round a few years back.
Yeah.
And that probably isn't stopping Austin.
No.
I mean, Justin Jefferson was a 22nd overall pick, not a second rounder, but he was still a little deeper in the first round. I mean, we have guys in these first 3 rounds that you've got Cooper Kupp that are going to deliver and produce and be valuable assets in their second and third round that if I'm a GM, I'm like, okay, why am I spending so much to get X guy, or why am I investing so early when I can probably take a couple of chances here in the second, third round and find a gem.
You probably can, but I look at a team like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers who have invested a lot of money in their wide receiving core, and they've had a lot of success with that. So I just think, like, if the talent is worth the money and you can swing it, then by all means. I mean, that's the thing about wide receivers. They help your quarterback out. They make your quarterback happy. And that's probably the most important thing that you need right now in the National Football League is to make your quarterback happy. Because if Aaron Rodgers has taught us anything, if Russell Wilson has taught us anything, it's that you don't want an unhappy quarterback on your team because it can cause a lot of problems.
Is it fact or is it myth that the Jaguars started all this with the Christian Kirk signing? Let's take a break. We're live at Tivoli's House of Cards. Brent Martin, Austin Lane, Casey Kurtz here on a Wednesday. Just did our Dream 18 show. Coming up after our show, Action Sports Jack's OT with Casey and Brian Middleton. A lot to get to. Also, Ronald Acuna Jr., day 2 in Jacksonville. How did he do last night? How did he do today? A little baseball chatter as well, but more football when we come back. A little more than a week away from the 2022 NFL Draft. Christian Kirk, did he set off this firestorm in the NFL? We'll talk about it next on ESPN 690.
Now, the First Alert Forecast on ESPN 690.
Plenty of sun today. It'll be breezy at times, rather cool at the beaches, only near 70 degrees, reaching the mid-70s inland. Fair to partly cloudy into the 50s tonight and partly sunny tomorrow. Your Thursday high 77 and still quite breezy. I'm Chief Meteorologist Mike Burrish. Join me today beginning at 5 p.m. on CBS 47 and Fox 30 Action News Jax.
The Weather Center is brought to you by Beards Diamonds. Don't miss the buy one, get one free on wedding band event going on now until this Sunday at Beards Diamonds.
If you're like me, you're getting a little older and, well, you can feel it. Sometimes you need that back adjusted, maybe a little bit of massage therapy as well. 904 Chiropractic and Injury Center is the place I go. If you need a wellness consultation to even protect from injury, you can do all of that and more at 904 Chiropractic and Injury Center. 3 locations on the south side in St. Augustine and the newest location on the west side. If you've had a personal injury due to an accident, look up 904chiro.com. If you need massage therapy or an adjustment, just look up 904chiro.com.
The Gun Show is back at the Maxwell Snyder Armory on Normandy Boulevard this Saturday and Sunday. Buy, sell, trade, and browse a huge selection of guns, knives, ammo, and more with concealed weapons classes twice each day. Doors open at 9 a.m. See you at the Gun Show.
I've been asked 1,000 times, did you plan on becoming the largest injury law firm in the world? And the answer is no. When I started, there were just 2 of us. Today, Morgan & Morgan has almost 800 lawyers alone. No injury firm in the country has anywhere close to that. We set out to be focused on our clients and to have a commitment to trying cases and winning. And when you have those results at trial, you're able to settle most of your cases quickly and fairly. Reputation matters. We grew like this because we worked hard and so many former clients referred family and friends. And what I believe is the main reason is we delivered for our clients a lot. Hard work and client satisfaction was our plan. It worked. Hope is not a plan. Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm Owen. I'm a cigarette.
Do you like being a cigarette?
No, I don't. Not really into killing thousands of people. Sorry, no filter.
Right.
What's your sign?
Pisces?
I'm a Cancer. Cigarette joke. But seriously, I do cause cancer. And heart disease. And strokes. I could go on forever. Unlike the people who smoke me.
The average smoker lives 10 years less than non-smokers. Quit today. Find out how at tobaccofreeflorida.com.
We were ready to sell, but I got so overwhelmed with everything that needed to be done. Accepting the guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate shortened my to-do list.
Hi, this is Mark Spain. With the guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate, you can sell your home stress-free and receive the strongest cash offer in the industry. With our guaranteed offer, there are no showings, no open houses, and no stress.
And the value of getting all of my time back that I would have spent on home repairs, priceless.
Go to markspain.com to receive a guaranteed offer on your home today and start packing.
Certain restrictions apply.
For survivors of domestic violence in Duval and Baker counties, Hubbard House provides free, confidential emergency shelter and services. Call our 24-hour hotline at 904-354-3114.
Mom, can we have some ice cream?
I've got a better idea. Who wants to help me make something fun and healthy instead?
Eating smarter is easy and delicious. Interested in receiving healthy recipes and a whole lot more in your email? Then register at healthiestweightfl.com and learn more about all the small steps that you can take on the way to living healthy. This message is sponsored by the Ounce of Prevention Fund of Florida, the Florida Department of Health, the Florida Association of Broadcasters, and this radio station.
Napa know-how.
At Napa, we've got more ways to keep you mobile with huge deals on Mobil 1 motor oil. Right now, get a 5-quart bottle of Mobil 1 synthetic motor oil for just $29.95. Or get $5 back when you buy a 5-quart bottle of any Mobil 1 motor oil and a Napa Platinum filter. So wherever you're going and whatever you're driving, Napa helps you stay mobile.
Napa know-how.
At participating locations, does not include taxes and fees. Advertised sales price not available in some states. Offer ends 4/30/2022.
Mrs. Fogelman, ready to hustle for that muscle.
Membership numbers at Sly's Gym have been racking up.
22 people have signed up for 6 a.m. buns of steel.
Now he needs more certified trainers to do all the heavy lifting.
I'm going to have to bulk up my staff.
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Our hiring platform instantly connects you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
I'm Susan Appleton, owner of Appleton Communication and a Jacks Chamber member. I'm so grateful to have the opportunity to serve the Jacksonville Women's Business Center on the Society of Small Businesses and to work with women business leaders in Northeast Florida. I'm proud to be a part of JWBC by offering women the opportunity to enhance their communication strategies and relationship building skills as a venture leadership facilitator. JWBC continues to innovate resources and education and provides women entrepreneurs the space to network and prosper alongside each other. This support is invaluable to women in business, and I am most thankful to be a part of it. For more information, visit jackschamberfoundation.org.
I would be screaming. Only I would be talking to the people in the front office and not to the media about it. Right. Cooper Kupp's going to get his money because it's Cooper Kupp. He's a nice guy, first one in the building, last one out of the building. He's a staple of the Rams offense. They're going to address it. He makes $14.5 million scheduled this year. It's not chump change, but he certainly is extremely underpaid based on the marketplace. And I think Leslie and Sean McVay, along with Stan Kroenke, will figure out how to get it done.
Keyshawn Johnson on ESPN 690 this morning, along with Max Kellerman and Jay Williams, talking about Cooper Kupp. Probably won't see as much publicity around Cooper Kupp and him getting paid. I think he's already been quoted like, hey, we'll do what's best. Yeah. But it's not. I'm not worried about where I rank amongst everybody else and all that stuff. Like, he's not enamored with that.
Yeah, I mean, when you go to a D1AA school, it makes you a little more humble sometimes, I think.
I guess, yeah, and I'm not saying the other ones, it's for some that matters, right? I want to be the highest paid guy, and I really do think that's more agent-driven. But I also think there's some human nature involved. I mean, you talk about any walk of life, people would like to maybe, if you're a real estate agent, you want to be the real estate agent selling the most houses, making the most money.
For sure.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, you name it. Like I said, I mean, you want to be, potentially you want to be that. Now, not everybody's driven by that. But you might want that. And especially if you're in a world where you have an agent, well, they're going to try to get you that, right? Because usually that's going to create them more business. And so that's what I wonder sometimes. I wonder how many of it's, when people say that and that narrative comes out, it's like, this guy wants to be the highest paid guy. is it more agent-driven or is it more player-driven? Like, does Jalen Ramsey, who just signed a recent contract, does he really care that much that Denzel Ward has now got a bigger deal?
I mean, I think a part of him does care. I mean, when you're considered the best cornerback in the league, that's going to come with a lot of ego tied in. And when you're not the highest paid cornerback in the league, I think that ego sometimes can get you a little frustrated. So, I mean, it's not the end-all, be-all. Jalen Ramsey's doing just fine with the money that he's making, being on a Super Bowl winning team. But I think, players do look at that, and they say, hey, I'm the best so-and-so at my position. Why am I getting paid like I'm the best so-and-so at my position?
Yeah, and by the way, there's also some you can't have a level of stupidity about this. I mean, if you just did your contract like in the last 12 months and you got $100 million, well, guess what? The next guy's probably going to try to eclipse it. And you can't redo your contract every 12 months. I mean,
this is true.
It's like right now houses are going pretty well in this area.
Yeah.
If you sell your house today, there's a really good chance your neighbor might sell theirs for a little more next month.
Yeah. Now, keep in mind, for sure, though, we've talked about DeAndre Hopkins, who had 3 years left in his deal, wanted a new deal as well. So, I think we're seeing players get more and more bold to the game of saying, I don't care what my contract says. I want a new one because I think I'm the best player in the league.
All right. Speaking of contracts, Christian Kirk has raised a lot of eyebrows, right? It's like, whoa. And what do we say? I don't care. It's not my money. It might have been a situation where the Jags said, hey, we got to get a guy. And if it takes whatever to get him, we're getting our guy. Who knows what the negotiations were like? Who knows what other teams were interested? Who knows why the Jags paid Christian Kirk them as much as they did? They certainly overpaid to some degree.
Sure.
I think what people are missing, and I had this conversation here at Tivoli's House of Cards before the show, said if you really look at the contract, there are options out of that sucker after 2 years.
Yeah.
So it's essentially a 2-year deal worth $37, $38, $39 million, somewhere in there, which is still a lot of money. I'm not saying it's not.
Correct.
But it's also not like this crazy long commitment with $70 million guaranteed and all this stuff. And I think it's being viewed as that. And so it's actually a team-friendly contract in a lot of ways because it's 2 years and then you could be off the books.
Yeah.
And a lot of contracts are structured that way now. So I'm not sure it's as bad a contract as everybody says it is or as overwhelming. But it still has a sticker price of, whoa, he got what? Mm-hmm. And it feels like ever since Christian Kirk got that, the domino effect on wide receivers wanting to get paid or getting paid has been pretty wild. Was that a direct correlation to Kirk, or were we going to see this anyway?
No, you're going to see it anyways. I don't think. I mean, I get like Kirk is the kind of like he's the latest that got probably more than he's worth, but that's like saying he's making just as much money as Kenny Galladay is making right now. And look what Kenny Galladay got. Look what Brandon Cooks got a few years ago. So to say that like Christian Kirk is spearheading this whole operation, and the NFL is trying to I guess reconcile and set itself with these wide receiver payouts. No, I mean, I think you can use a lot of guys as an example because keep in mind, like Kirk's I think he's number 10 or 11 right now, maybe number 12 even in terms of highest paid wide receivers, right? So there's guys ahead of him that are making a lot more money where it's like, well, I'm not sure if we should be making that much money. So I don't think Christian Kirk reset the market or anything. And maybe agents are using him as an example, kind of as a scapegoat. But I don't think teams are saying, "Oh, look what they paid Christian Kirk. Now we got to, establish that."
It's a good point. You think about. I think your Galladay point is a really good one.
Yeah.
Now, I think there was a lot of noise about that contract. Like, wow, that was a lot of money for Galladay too. Yeah. Now he had performed, but did he perform to that level, right? To get that kind of contract? Well, and then he had really not a good year. I think of Michael Thomas a couple years ago kind of reset the market. Remember when he signed that $20 million a year deal? Mm-hmm. Well, it feels like he hasn't played it down since.
Yeah.
I mean, he has, but it doesn't feel like it. Very little impact since that. Mm-hmm. But instead of buyer beware. Now, by the way, Thomas had done a lot on his resume to say he could be that guy. So people that I'm bringing up, like Galladay and a guy like Michael Thomas in that situation, who maybe have not done a lot since they signed the deal.
Correct.
Had done quite a bit before, especially in Thomas's case.
Well, Galladay, too. I mean, Galladay had over 1,000 yards receiving and 11 touchdowns 1 year in Detroit. And this is Detroit. I'm not even sure who was throwing him the ball at the time. So, I mean, he listen, I understand that it's a year-by-year basis. I think the following year he may have been hurt, so there's a speculation of, how great he was going to be as a wide receiver. But when he was playing at full strength, he was an absolute beast in Detroit. So, I mean, I definitely think he earned that paycheck. Now you see him in New York, and, yeah, he's fighting with Daniel Jones on the sideline. He's not getting his targets. There's a lot of frustration right now. That they got to figure that out. But I think, like, in terms of, when Giants fans were cheering, or maybe, a little turned off to the idea, I think most of them were open to the idea of paying Kenny Galladay that much because the guy was a beast in Detroit. And once again, I'm not sure who was throwing him the ball.
Yeah, I mean, I think that was Stafford's time.
Was it? Okay,
I mean, so that part, he's.
But then he get hurt. Yeah, but didn't Stafford get hurt? Wasn't
that
it
year? Was it?
Wasn't it? Whatchamacallit? Who's the backup? Chase Daniel, or was that a different year?
Yeah, it might have been. I don't know. But the bottom line is the receiver market has been inflating regardless.
Yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm. And I think it just comes back to and Christian Kirk and the Jags made it. I think you're right. I think a lot of this stuff would have happened anyway. I really think the Davante Adams deal is the one that really got the market kicked into a new gear. I mean, we're talking $28 million a year for a receiver.
Yeah.
I mean, $28 million a year for a receiver, it's quarterback money. Mm-hmm. It is quarterback money.
It's wild.
Right?
Yep.
And so, and I will say this. It's a great time of our lives to talk about supply and demand, right?
Yeah.
There are a hell of a lot more good receivers out there than there are good quarterbacks.
Yes.
And there are more on the way. Mm-hmm. And so I do think, I'm wondering what the stopping point is. Are people going to be willing to just keep doling out that kind of cash for receivers? Or is somebody going to be like, then get out of here, A.J. Brown? Then go do your thing, Deebo Samuel, because I can find another one of you in round 2 this year. Now, keep in mind, San Francisco, this is something we didn't bring up. They don't have a pick until like pick 61 this year. Mm-hmm. So it actually might behoove them to make a trade and go get some draft compensation for him. But are we going to see a team just say, hey, guys, listen, we're not spending $22 million a year for a receiver?
I think that to me, it's a lot like the pass rusher market. We talked about how, like, Yannick Ngakoue, when he wanted his money, he didn't get his money. Frank Clark, you could say maybe stole a little bit when he got paid. But, like, I always think there's going to be a demand for the top 5 wide receivers regardless of where the year is at. I always think that if you have another Devontae Adams, if you have a Tyreek Hill, if you have a guy who's unequivocally a top 5 wide receiver, then a team will be willing to spend a lot of money on it, just like a TJ Watt. We talked forever how the edge rusher market was kind of down. Well, then here comes TJ Watt just dominating like his brother before him and JJ, and now he got a pretty dang good contract, which he earned, by the way, in Pittsburgh. So I always think that if you're a top 5 guy, regardless of your position, you will get paid like that, regardless of what the market looks like.
Yeah, that's a good point. Certainly could be the case. Are people getting too enamored with the wide receiver position, maybe not putting enough stock in something else? I think is a question that I don't know if we can fully answer yet until we see these teams play. Mm-hmm. But it might be something to keep an eye on. Another interesting thing coming out of the Deebo Samuel conversation, again, there's a part of me, I said this to you the other day, I said, there's a part of me that thinks there's somebody in the NFL circles that's like, hey, guys, everybody's tired of talking about the draft and mock drafts and, like, we need a little something. How about you receivers spark some interest here?
Yeah,
Deebo, McLaurin, A.J. Brown, it all came out on a Monday. It's like, hey, guys, let's get together. We need a topic. Everybody's talking about the NBA coming off the weekend. There's a little bit of this. It just feels like, is it just part of the daily soap opera or is it real? And, I mean, this feels real, but it does ring through my mind a little bit. Derek Carr said, what do you think about Deebo Samuel? I think he was asked about it or whatever, or maybe it was on social media. He said, no, we're saving that money for Renfro.
Yeah.
Big moment.
That's a good
probably
teammate.
For him, right?
That's
from a leadership standpoint,
who
just got paid said, no, we like this guy.
Sure. That's awesome. That's what you need to do. That's a good quarterback. That's a general right there.
And to your point, like you said this earlier, can you put too much in the position? I don't know what Renfro's going to get paid. He's not going to get paid Davante Adams money. He's probably not going to get paid Deebo Samuel money.
No,
but he's going to get paid probably, and they're already paying a guy $28 million in Davante Adams. I mean, how much are they going to be willing to pay Renfro and lock into that position?
Yeah, I mean, listen, Renfro's got the numbers and everything, but like, I don't think he's not going to make a top 10 type of money. I don't believe. It may not be top 15 money. So. I mean, I think that will correct itself in terms of, he's going to get his well-earned money, which he has because he's been playing. I mean, he's been the most dependable receiver on the Raiders now, and that's a receiving core that had Zay Jones, that still has Darren Waller. And the go-to guy was Hunter Renfrow. So, yeah, he's going to get some money, but it's not going to be top 10. So, I mean, if you're not talking about that, like, I think they can make it work, because if we say anything about the salary cap, I say this all the time, I don't think it's even real sometimes, because teams spend, and somehow always make it work.
No, in fact, my the number one thought I had, actually, when I saw this Deebo stuff, is he's going to end up on the Rams.
Oh, yeah, sure. Why not, you know?
Everybody ends up on the Rams.
I think that the Packers personally, but yeah.
Yeah, I guess we have. Do you think, where does he end up? Everybody's hot, right? So there's Dallas. There's New England, I've heard today. Green Bay. Does it make some sense? I mean, is he really going to come to a Jacksonville? One thing about this, if you want to go to you want to get rid of your taxes, Deebo, from California and San Fran to like a Jacksonville or somewhere in Texas might be a smart move for you.
I understand, and like I do think there is some truth to this smokescreen right now that he's not happy. I believe that. But I have a hard time seeing San Francisco just let him go. Like,
you think he stays?
Yeah, I think he stays. But if he was to go to a team, I mean, it's hard to imagine you training with an NFC opponent that's kind of up there with you in Green Bay. But I think Green Bay makes a lot of sense. Because in doing so, if you were to trade for Deebo Samuel, you're showing faith in Aaron Rodgers, saying, now, okay, we lost Devontae Adams. Not sure if that's our fault or not. Our bad regardless. Here's Deebo Samuel. Have fun with it.
We'll take a break. We're live at Tivoli's House of Cards, coming by here until 6 o'clock. Then we hand off to Action Sports Jack's OT. We do it each and every Wednesday. So come down, say hello. We'll teach you a little bit about the card game. You might know a lot about it. We have a little pack battles. We'll have some fun. We talk more football. That's on the way on ESPN 690.
What's up? It's Casey of Action Sports Jacks, and the local coverage on ESPN 690 is expanding yet again. After Action Sports Jacks on ESPN 690, we have been bringing you overtime on Mondays and Thursdays, but that has now changed. You can catch Brian Middleton and myself daily after Action Sports Jacks and leading you into Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp Baseball. So starting at 3 p.m. daily, we will have local coverage all night from Action Sports Jacks to OT to Jumbo Shrimp Baseball, all right here on ESPN 690.
Cutting the price of your wireless bill feels good, really good. Actually, it feels great. You should try it out. So cut your bill by switching to Straight Talk Wireless, now offering our $45 Silver Unlimited plan with 5 gigabytes of hotspot and nationwide 5G on America's largest, most dependable networks. The $45 Silver Unlimited plan from Straight Talk. Straight Talk Wireless. No contract, no compromise.
A month equals 30 days. See terms and conditions at straighttalk.com. 5G capable device required. Actual availability, coverage, and speed may vary.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone, America's #1 brakes destination. We have the pads, rotors, drums, shoes, and brake fluids to improve your stopping power. Right now, save 15% when you get any 2 Duralast rotors with the set of Duralast brake pads. Missing a tool? Ask about our free Loan-A-Tool program and borrow the tools you need to get the job done.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Claim based on data from the MPD Group 2021. Deposit required for Loan-A-Tool.
Hey, I'm Carrie.
And I'm Bruce. We're the owners of Koala Insulation. Don't let the milder temperatures lull you into complacency. Fuel prices will continue to rise, as will your utility bills. Call us today and take advantage of our fall prices. We don't quote over the phone or just poke our heads up in your attic. We do a full evaluation to include attic ventilation needs as well as insulation.
Give us a call at 904-679-6282 or online at koalainsulation.com.
It's where I take my family to play golf, and you can take yours as well. The Golf Club at Southampton. It's the home of the Action Sports Jack Stream 18, and it can be your golf destination. Enjoy your golf experience by calling 287-PLAY, 287-PLAY. Play some golf or maybe practice some golf at one of the newest facilities in the area. Grab some lunch or dinner, too. Southampton has it all. 287-PLAY for tee times and more. The Golf Club at Southampton, the home of the Dream 18. My home course. Make it your home course, too.
Susan, I'm sorry I'm late. Traffic is terrible.
It sure is. But on top of that, gas prices have been skyrocketing. I can't believe how expensive gas has gotten recently.
Prices at the pump are up, but I never pay full price for gas anymore. I just use the free Get Upside app that pays you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get paid cash when you buy gas with the Get Upside app?
Yes, I get real cash back every time I buy gas.
And does that actually add up to anything?
I'll make $200 to $300 this year.
Wow. Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the free Get Upside app now.
Download the free Get Upside app now to earn real cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code BEND for a $5 bonus on your first tank. That's promo code BEND. You can cash out anytime right to your bank account, to PayPal, or an e-gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Get Upside app and use promo code BEND for a $5 bonus on your first tank. That's code BEND for a $5 bonus.
It's no secret that do-it-yourself security systems are pretty much a joke, right? Criminals don't pay attention to them. A lot of police departments don't either. If you've got one of those national alarm companies, they're not much better. They're going to charge you more, though. SafeTouch security systems are the most advanced systems offered, and this starts with every SafeTouch system being professionally designed using layers of protection. The SafeTouch Perimeter Guard, for example, uses analytics and text video notification. You're alerted before the crime actually happens, and there's 24/7 onboard video storage. That camera also alerts would-be criminals, by the way, that they've already been detected and are being recorded. And the SafeTouch Always On feature means that if anyone tries to violate your area of protection, SafeTouch is notified before they even enter the house. If someone was crazy enough to enter a SafeTouch house, the SafeTouch two-way communicator has them in an average of 11 seconds, eliminating the need for call verification and sending emergency help immediately. SafeTouch is professionally installed by its highly trained professional technicians, and their monitoring center is right here in Florida. Call for your free estimated demonstration today, 888-723-8682, or go to safetouch.com, EF0000233.
Get help managing your money for the life and years ahead. With Fidelity Income Planning, we'll look at what you've saved, what you'll need, and build a straightforward plan to generate income, even when you're not working. A plan that gives you the chance to grow your savings and create cash flow that lasts. Plus, you can start, stop, or adjust your plan at any time without the unnecessary fees. Talk to us today so we can help you go from saving to living. Fidelity Brokerage Services, member NYSE SIPC.
For seniors, staying healthy can be complicated, but one of the easiest routes to good health is prevention. No matter what our community's current COVID-19 infection rates are, getting your booster shot now is a smart way to protect yourself from severe illness later. ElderSource encourages people 65 and up to get a safe, free COVID-19 booster. For more information, visit myeldersource.org or call the ElderSource helpline at 888-242-4464.
The NFL is on. Key, Jay, and now Max Kellerman.
Here's a guy that you drafted in the first round that you think could potentially be the successor to Aaron Rodgers in the future, but could he at least be a damn backup?
Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max. Weekday mornings at 6 Eastern on ESPN Radio and on ESPN2.
Trae Young got bullied last night. I know he had 25 points on 20 shots, but they sped him up. They play so fast. I don't have Trae Young as a superstar. I don't. And it's not a knock. I think there are levels to this, and I'm going to break down what the levels to superstardom in the NBA actually are, Max. That's what we're doing.
And Trae Young does not qualify.
No, he does not.
Strong take by Jay Williams.
Yeah.
Chris Canty-esque. Mm-hmm. Brent Martineau, Austin Lane, Casey Kurtz. We're live at Tivoli's House of Cards, St. Johns County, right off 210. Right off 95 as well. Come visit us on Wednesdays. Actually been hanging out since 2 o'clock because we have our new Dream 18 show. Had Paul Tesori as the guest talking about his second round of the Players' Championship in 2018 as he caddied for Webb Simpson. And the complete conversation and more to that conversation will be out this week on the Dream 18 podcast. Make sure you follow us at Dream 18 Show on Twitter. And also look up Dream 18 on the podcast form, wherever you find your podcast, to take a listen. Last week, Jim Furyk. This week, it was Paul Tesori. And it won't be everybody from the golf world, by the way. But certainly having a little fun with that. 2 o'clock on Wednesdays. I hope you can join us next week. And again, in podcast form. Trae Young, superstar. He gets treated like a superstar.
Yeah, superstar. I mean, we throw that word around a lot.
I feel like last year we were like, yeah, no doubt.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think that when we were here and we talked about, like, the rising superstars in the league right now, I think under 25 we established. Yeah, he was definitely in that list. He's teetering. He's definitely teetering because this is where you make your money now is in the playoffs, right? Like, yeah, the regular season's one thing, but you really make a name and put yourself on the map when you have playoff success. Luka did it. Trae Young did it too last year. So he's teetering right now just because of what it looks like so far against the Heat. Now, the Heat are by far a superior team. There's only so much that the Hawks can do. But it's the way that Trae Young's playing where it just looks like, he's not playing at that elite level right now.
Well, he's terrible in game one, shooting-wise, and then I think he had 10 turnovers yesterday, in game two. So, but here's the deal. Here's what I have a problem with. You can't say that he's like a superstar, budding superstar, got it done last year, and then he's not a superstar this year, right? Like, I don't think it works that way. Like, you can have bad series, you can have bad games, you can have better years than other years, but he proved that he got it. If that's the barometer, he proved that he got it done last year.
Yeah,
that
but
elevated him to a status where everywhere he goes, he's booed and blah, blah, blah.
Sure. But I think with the superstar, though, like you have to establish that for a couple of seasons. He's so young, so it's hard to call somebody a superstar if we haven't really seen a giant sample size. And what we've seen so far in this series, it's kind of showing that, well, maybe he's not a superstar. So, I get that we live in the moment, and you're only as good as your last game. And last year he did make a name for himself, but now this year it's kind of counterbalancing a little bit because they are struggling.
How I define superstars is how much their card is worth.
Okay.
Trae Young, is he doing all right? How's his rookie card? Yeah, pretty good.
How's Jason Tatum doing?
Solid.
I bet he's solid.
Now, I
bet he's solid.
When Gus Bradley would say solid, that means it wasn't very good.
Oh, I bet Jason Tatum's solid right now.
Not as good as Birds.
Not as good as Birds?
See?
Well, and we have to go with Michael Jordan again? Because, we could play that game all day if you want to play that game all day.
It's like you have to go run and hide behind Jordan all the time.
Because he's my favorite NBA player of all time.
That's it.
He's not yours?
He certainly isn't.
You could have came in the pool too. There was plenty of room to be on the Michael Jordan bandwagon.
No, there wasn't a lot of room.
You didn't want. What do you mean? There's not a lot of room?
They needed to blow the Adult Swim whistle in that pool.
We just had like a 6-year-old kid walking with a Michael Jordan North Carolina jersey. So don't tell me there's not enough room on the Michael Jordan bandwagon.
There's not enough room. He can't even get in the pool. He's
the kid that
there's no space.
The kid that had the UNC looked like an authentic Michael Jordan jersey.
I know. Easter
Guess
Bunny
what?
brought it to him, I guess.
Kids in the pool, and we're hanging out. We got floaties. We got non-alcoholic beverages. We got everything.
Someone else must have drowned in that pool to make room for the kid.
Careful now. It's a little morbid. Careful now. We're talking about bandwagons and pools.
Ja Reel did it.
Ja Reel did it. You
were concerned. You didn't like him. You got nervous when he was talking all that trash.
Oh, absolutely. But listen, this is like he kind of put himself all in and said, if I'm going to talk trash, I'm going to back it up. And it's the ultimate risky move. It's almost like Conor McGregor when he goes out there and he talks so much smack before the fight. Well, you're setting yourself up for you're either going to be a hero or you're going to be kind of the villain and look like a jester for a little bit. Ja Morant put himself all in on Instagram, and he backed it up. Now, he still has to win the series, I think, to earn that respect. But 124 points against 96 points against the Minnesota Timberwolves is a great start. Now, I was disappointed. Hey, Minnesota fans, where was the protesting last night? Watched the entire game glued to my television. Not a sniff of protesting last night. I was disappointed with that.
Nobody was glued to the floor.
No one was glued to the floor. No one was chaining themselves to the basketball hoop. Nobody took a big thing of paint, of Valspar paint, and poured themselves on the middle of the court like I suggested. Hey, Valspar, cut the check.
I was going to say, that's a pretty good pull. I'm not sure I would have gone there first for my paint.
And now the Suns might be in shambles, so we'll see what happens with that one.
Well, yeah. What's up with that?
Well, Devin Booker, man.
I know.
Yeah, we'll see. And he probably
Can
had
they survive?
He probably had like the highlight of the night too when he gave that kid a little.
Yeah,
he gave like a little a baby. It was literally a baby. Might have just came from the hospital. I don't know. He might have just been born. But Booker hits a big shot.
There's a tweet like, "Hey, kid walking into school tomorrow to preschool." I was like, that kid wasn't walking anywhere. I don't even think he could walk yet.
No, they're going to carry that dude. But yeah,
what did the guy? By the way, when you're that little,
yeah.
How much you spending on a ticket to go to a game? Like, doesn't even matter.
You don't pay for him. No, you don't pay for that little
you just
kid.
bringing him? Couldn't
for
get a babysitter?
Yeah, you don't got to pay for a baby for a basketball game. He is not taking the. Well, first of all, they're sitting front row. So money.
Row seats.
Yeah, but money's not an option then. Like if you're sitting front row of a playoff game, I don't care if it's Phoenix or not. If you're sitting front row, Phoenix in 6, by the way. If you're sitting front row at a Phoenix Suns game. Yeah, you're not worried about money whatsoever. So, I don't think he bought his own little baby. I think it was a baby boy. His baby boy a basketball ticket. But even if he did, it probably didn't really make too much of damage in that bank account.
I think you just said Suns in 6.
Well, that's what I mean. That's
Are they still going to win the series?
Oh, no. I mean, I'm still confident in the Suns because, it's the Pelicans, and they're 10 games under 500. And I think if you're 10 games under 500, you can't beat the number one ranked team in the NBA in the regular season, because if that happens, then the whole NBA falls on itself. So I still have the Suns. I hope it's the Suns, Brent. I hope it's the Suns. Let's just say that much.
We have Shakir Mock coming up live from Divoli's House of Cards. Come on down. Say hello. Pick herself up a Larry Bird rookie card. Be worth a bunch forever. We'll be back on
All
ESPN
two of you.
690.
Hey.
We teamed up with Shady Rays Sunglasses, and it's been awesome. Jump in the fun at ShadyRays.com. Put in promo code BRENT, B-R-E-N-T, for 50% off 2 pair of shades. ShadyRays.com. Head into summer in style on beach days, fishing days, golf days, every days. Perfect price, look great, and how about this? If you lose or break your Shady Rays, no problem. You'll get another pair. It's an insane lost and broken protection plan. Style, fit, performance just for you. ShadyRays.com. Promo code BRENT for 50% off 2 or more pair of Shady Rays. Voted best gift of the year for golfers by the ESPN 690 Golf Enthusiast Review Board. Want to make the golfer in your life love you even more? Order the 2022 ESPN Dream 18 card for just $69. Big discounts on golf all year. Golf courses are raising their rates with the recent boom. The Dream 18 card has even more value now. For less than dinner for 2 at your favorite upscale restaurant, you will receive tremendously discounted rounds at some of the area's best golf courses. Golf Club at Southampton, St. John's Golf and Country Club, Hidden Hills, Osprey Cove, the Yards added this year, Amelia River Golf Club, Eagle Landing, Fleming Island Golf Club, and Queens Harbor Yacht and Country Club. Plus, you'll receive a free smoothie from Smoothie King, a free hat from Dome Hats, a free shirt at Baker's Sports, and a discount on a purchase at Palm Beach Autographs. Play 2 rounds of golf, and the card pays for itself. $69, that's it. Some of the proceeds go to the Dream 18 charity as well. Buy the card at Action Sports Shacks, Dream18.com. Supplies are limited. Go to Action Sports Shacks, Dream18.com.
When a person is injured in a place of business or is the victim of a crime in those same places, what happens immediately afterwards is so very important. Let me explain. When you're injured or attacked in these places, you can make a claim, but it's on you to prove that the situation that caused your injury was known or should have been known by those in charge. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. So here's what's important, and here's what we do. The sooner we can get our SWAT team out to investigate, the better. And listen, those responsible will work fast to repair and even hide what happened. And if you can't prove your case, you can't win your case. Time is of the essence. I even recommend having someone go back with their cell phone to take pictures before you hire us. Don't let delay cost your family. Our injury SWAT team is ready to roll 24 hours a day. Injured? Dial Pound Law on your cell. Pound Law, that's all. There's only one Morgan & Morgan.
Injured? Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
You know what's great about getting older? The toys are way cooler. Spring is here, and it's playtime. Yeah! And One-to-One Financial, Jacksonville's hometown credit union, has slash loan rates across the board on all the toys. Motorcycles, jet skis, boats, RVs, ATVs, even golf carts. And it's fun and potentially dangerous. One-to-One Financial has the perfect loan to help you finance it. Check out our rock bottom rates and apply now at one-to-one-fcu.org. Come out and play. Federally insured by NCUA.
Let me ask you something. Are you tired of hearing no? It's kind of a bummer, right? Nobody likes to hear no. So let me ask the obvious. Are you ready to hear yes? Then you better get to Arlington Toyota Pre-Owned today. Yes, Arlington has 400 pre-owned on the lot and ready to test drive. Yes, Arlington has all makes and models. Yes, Arlington will help you get financed. Plus, Arlington's 30-day exchange program comes with your purchase. One last question. Are you going to find the vehicle you really want? Yes. Just shop arlingtontoyota.com today.
Carrie, can you make sure Ada's cleaned up?
Restaurant Week has Sanjay's tables jam-packed.
Can somebody please refill the...
He needs more servers to keep these new customers coming back.
Let's keep these tables turning as fast as possible, okay? Gonna need to hustle.
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Our hiring platform instantly connects you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
How long does it take to tackle a home project? With Angie, you could cross it off your list before this ad is over. Just tell us what you need, indoor or outdoor, repair or redesign, and we handle the rest, sending a top pro to get it done. You don't have to lift a finger, except to tap the screen or click the mouse. Plus, Angie is free to use. So bring us your next home project, and we'll bring it home. Download the app or go to Angie.com. That's ANGI.com to get started.
What's up? It's Casey of Action Sports Jax, and the local coverage on ESPN 690 is expanding yet again. After Action Sports Jax on ESPN 690, we have been bringing you overtime on Mondays and Thursdays, but that has now changed. You can catch Brian Middleton and myself daily after Action Sports Jax and leading you into Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp Baseball. So starting at 3 p.m. daily, we will have local coverage all night from Action Sports Jax to OT to Jumbo Shrimp Baseball, all right here on ESPN 690.
Broadcasting live from the ESPN 690 Anajar and Levine studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000. ESPN 690. Jacksonville's home for ESPN Radio. WOKV Jacksonville. Listen live everywhere you go on ESPN690.com. ESPN 690, a Cox Media Group station.
This is SportsCenter.
I'm Christine Lisi. The Suns likely will be without Devin Booker, their best player in games 3 and 4 of their first-round NBA playoff series against the Pelicans because of a hamstring strain, reports ESPN's Adrian Wojnarowski. Booker has not been ruled out the rest of the series. There is a concern for Phoenix during his absence, notes ESPN's Richard Jefferson.
Chris Paul, who, has a history of injuries in the postseason, is now going to be asked to do more at 37 years old instead of being able to kind of sit back, let the young guys do it, and then pick his spots. There is no more picking your spots for Chris Paul. He's got to go all out.
3 days after a wild finish with Jason Tatum's buzzer beater, the Celtics and Nets meet in Game 2 tonight, 6:30 Eastern, ESPN Radio. Mavericks guard Luka Doncic practiced today for the first time since straining his calf. He is eyeing a potential return for Game 4 tomorrow against the Jazz. NFL 49ers star receiver Deebo Samuel has told ESPN's Jeff Darlington he's requested a trade after record-setting receiver contracts this offseason. Samuel wants a new deal, but from another team.
When you're trying to hire and fill open jobs, the searching, screening, and interviewing can become its own job. You need Indeed. Their powerful hiring platform makes it easy to attract, interview, and hire quality people. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
Broadcasting live from the ESPN 690 Anajar and Levine studios.
This is Action Sports Jax on ESPN 690 with Brent Martineau and Austin Lane.
Veteran players, though, like this, they typically come in and out of OTAs. He'll pop up one day, maybe pop up one day, not. I mean, it's not mandatory. It's voluntary with a wink. And under the contract situations, like Jeff said, I can't see him or nobody else that's thinking about redoing their contract before the start of the season showing up to anything voluntary.
Just get rid of the OTAs. They'll never do it.
Well,
but we'd have
you don't want that right
drama.
now.
We'd have no drama.
Yeah, but I mean, do you want the Jaguars to learn the new offense? Learn the new defense?
Yeah, it's probably helpful for the new teams.
Yeah, we need it.
Do you think how much does it hurt a team like Arizona if Kyler Murray's not there? Like the quarterback. Tom Brady missed it a couple of years ago, but it felt a little bit different with Brady, right? I mean, he's been around for 20-some years, even at that time.
Yeah.
Kyler Murray, I mean, he's coming off a miserable finish, a bad playoff game.
Yeah.
Obviously got a little drama in the narratives and all this stuff. And now say, hey, I'm not showing up, too. And again, I think from the NFL, from the guys in the locker room, they understand that stuff.
Yeah.
But could it linger? Could it leave a bad taste? I don't know. I mean, I don't put a lot of stock in this time of year, and I don't think there's a lot of carryover. Mm-hmm. But you do wonder at the quarterback position. You don't see it very often with QB skipping out on this time of year.
No, you don't. I mean, I remember growing up with Favre. He did it was like a rite of passage for Brett Favre to skip out in training camp every single year, and he would show up before week 1. It seemed like sometimes, and he was fine with it. Yeah, I mean, as the quarterback, as the leader of your team, if you're not going through a contract negotiation, you always want to be there for your guys. You always want to set the precedent, and I think you're still seeing that around the league. There's always an exception. So, yeah, I think a quarterback not being there is definitely a big deal, especially if it's a quarterback who's still kind of young and learning things. Like, I see Kyler Murray, going on his third year?
He will be on his fourth.
On his fourth year, probably has a pretty good grasp of that offense. You have a guy like DeAndre Hopkins, who obviously is a very experienced wide receiver. I mean, is he even going to be there or going at a max capacity? Probably not. So every case is different, but obviously if you're a younger team trying to learn stuff, you got to be there.
All right, so Brent Martineau, Austin Lane, Casey Kurtz. We are here at Davoli's House of Cards. We come each and every Wednesday, and glad to be here as well as we got some kids opening up cards over here. I would say kids are more like teenagers. Still kids, but teenagers. We had the kid in the Jordan. You said he was about 6-year-old, 7-year-old guy.
I probably about 6 or 7. Yeah.
These guys earlier were helping like unpack and pack like. This guy spent – I don't even want to say the amount of money this guy spent.
Okay. A lot?
A lot.
Okay. Okay. More than your backyard fireplace?
Yes.
Oof.
Like more than Kingsbury's backyard fireplace.
Oof. Okay.
That gave you a little bit of sense? Like a lot.
Kind of. Yeah.
Now, word is – no, I saw the card. They pulled a Jalen Hurts 1-of-1 autograph. It's worth about $20,000.
You were here for that?
Well, no, I wasn't. I saw the card.
Okay.
They hadn't opened it up at the time.
I
saw it.
Oh, you saw the card?
Yeah, I saw the card.
Is it cool?
Yeah, pretty good looking card.
Is it as cool as the season's greetings to Jamar Chase one?
No.
Okay.
Not that we have. That's worth like $400.
Doesn't matter.
And
if it doesn't look cool, it doesn't
They
look
actually
cool.
had a Trevor Lawrence as well. That's like probably about a $2,000 card.
Nice.
That was cool.
Was that autographed or jersey?
But
probably not a jersey.
You had like a jersey. I think it was something from draft night or something like that.
Okay. A piece of his suit.
Yeah, maybe that's what it was.
Yeah.
But bottom line is even those cards at the value they are couldn't make up for what the guy spent.
Sure.
So he had to get a lot.
Yeah.
And the big story in the card world is they've been trying to pull for this LeBron James card that's worth like $3 million.
Okay. It's a rookie
nobody's
card?
hit it yet.
It's a rookie card? Or
no. I don't know exactly. I got to be reminded what it is. So when we do the card stuff a little later, I'll tell you. But it's worth $3 million.
Dang.
Like people are really trying to go after.
This.
I mean, they'll spend a fortune just to try to go after.
Do you know? Is it so we don't have to autograph it? We don't. Is it a jersey? Does it come with like some GM stake?
I want to say.
Los Lakers.
I know what it is.
No, I want to say it's the three. Casey, is this the one where it has the 3 places he's played with the jerseys of all the places?
It has the logo.
Cavs and Lakers.
It has the logo man of the 3 jerseys that he's played for. Yes.
There you go.
Oh wow! And is that a 1-of-1?
Yes.
There's only one of them.
Wow.
Casey, do you have any idea how much like a box to even attempt to open? Isn't it like $20,000 a box?
Yeah, it's an expensive box. I think the card got hit though.
Oh, did it?
I thought it did.
Casey, is it autographs as well?
No, it's just the 3 it's just the 3 NBA logos from like Cavs, Heat.
Which, by the way, was a great
Lakers.
idea.
Oh yeah, it's genius. It's just I can't. That's a lot of money. That's wild.
But yeah, I mean, you don't really know exactly how much it is, but I think the word is that it could be like $3 million. Right?
I mean,
Casey?
that's an NFT right there. That's what an NFT is.
Yeah, that's exactly it. And there's a lot of relationship between that and this industry, in my opinion.
We can get a box to try to pull it for $21,499 right now. Do you want me to?
$21,499 to try to pull it, which means it's either there's 2 things going on there. It hasn't been pulled, or it hasn't been public that it's been pulled.
Yeah, it has.
Because they're still
it has not been pulled yet.
Because they wouldn't be selling the boxes for that much.
No, for sure.
If it had already been pulled.
So do you want to send your card info, or should I? Who should I just put it in the cart. Like I only have like 7 minutes to check out. So.
Let's just go halfsies. Casey, if you got that card, would you hang on to it and wait, or would you sell it right away?
No, I'd sell it now.
Really?
Yeah.
Just because it can't. I mean, even if he wins another championship, it doesn't really matter with a 1-of-1, I guess.
No, but consider this: what happens when he leaves, and now you can make a card with the 4 logos.
Oh, good call.
Yeah.
Enough said. Sell it right away. Yeah.
Yep. $3 million you're selling.
I didn't even think about that. Good call.
It's $20,000 for $3 million.
Yeah.
That's a good trade-off right
there.
No,
that's a good investment.
Hey, by the way, you know how many pair of Shady Rays I could buy with that card? A lot.
You'd probably buy the company.
Yeah, I might be able to. ShadyRays.com, by
Shady
the way.
Brents, then.
It'd be Shady Brents.
Yep.
That's a good tie-in right there because you can buy some Shady Rays at ShadyRays.com. And if you use promo code Brent, you get 50% off 2 or more pair of shades. That easy. ShadyRays.com. Exclusively for our listeners, but you got to put in the promo code Brent, BRENT. If you don't love your Shady Rays, you can exchange it within 30 days. You also provide 10 meals to fight hunger with every purchase. So go help out a good cause and look good in style with your sunglasses. Fit, style, and performance with Shady Rays and an unbelievable lost and broken replacement protection plan. So check it out at shadyrays.com. Once again, the promo code Brent for 50% off 2 or more pair of Shady Rays sunglasses. Shock your mock.
Yep.
In the commercial break, you told me that you really put a lot on Casey's plate.
I did, yeah. I mean, this is essentially Devin Booker going down right now and Chris Paul having to step up, being 37 years old and everything, and kind of carry that workload. Now, Casey's much younger. Well, not much younger, but he's younger than I am, so thankfully he can handle it. But, yeah, I gave Casey a tough task today, and that tough task comes from because I would say 2% of our viewing audience is going to rejoice for today's Shock Your Mock, and 98% of our audience is going to wonder what the heck I'm doing. And when I say it like that, it's because today is the annual anime edition of Shock Your Mock. The anime edition started when we had a super fan by the name of JM Begay reach out to us and said, hey, this is my mock. And he happened to be an anime fan. And we ended up going back and forth on anime. So then a couple years ago, I decided, well, hey, how can we tie in anime with Shock Your Mock? Because anime is in terms of stock right now or in terms of cards, anime is hot.
It is hot.
Anime is hot with the youngs or the youths, as we call them. Not so much the olds, but the olds can deal with it, right? The olds can deal with it.
That's it. Keep the sand in your pants, olds.
Exactly. The olds had to deal with the new Shock Your Mock theme song, which I guess is people are starting to come around to it a little bit. Well, a little too late for that because we got about another week left, and then we're done with it. So hopefully you guys get your viewing experience or your listening experience in because we're kind of coming to an end now of Shock Your Mock. But with that being said, this is the annual edition of Shock Your Mock anime style. Casey, hit the button.
It can't be bargained with. It can't be reasoned with. It doesn't feel pity or remorse or fear. And it absolutely will not stop. Ever.
I am shocked and appalled.
I am shocked and chagrined. Mortified and stupefied.
So you're trying to play GM and you started a mock. So I go to my boy Money Martin, oh, we pop in the trunk. We tell the mother, gonna shock your mock, 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 gonna shock your mock.
Tell your mothers we're going to shock their mocks, right? That's how the song goes.
Let's do it.
Tell your mothers we'll shock your mocks. All right, so the reason why this one is going to be super hard on Casey today, because not only does he have to push the buttons that we have, that we've accumulated over time, we've built our repertoire, as they say, but now Casey has to put in every single anime comparison that I sent him this afternoon. So there's 12 picks. It's a long, tedious draft, so there's going to be 12 picks of anime characters that I'm comparing these draft picks to. It's the Shock Your Mock anime edition. Brent, you ready? And I apologize because I hopefully did some homework in terms of who some of these characters are. And if you hadn't, just ride the wave, man, and follow my lead.
I'm going to ride the wave, considering you didn't give me a heads up to do the homework.
Oh, I guess someone didn't go on Twitter today.
No.
I guess someone didn't go on Twitter and check when I tagged ESPN 690. But it's all good, man. Let's get it.
Brent at Brent ASG.
No, man, that's too much work. You know what I'm saying? All right, so first pick, we got Aiden Hutchinson overall. By the way, once again, shout out to John for sending us this. He does it every single year. Big fan of it. This is in honor of him. Thanks for letting me do my thing with anime and combining sports.
Thanks,
really,
John.
Yeah, thank you, John, man. We appreciate your listenership or viewership, depending how you're getting this thing done. So pick number 1 of the Shock Your Mock anime edition, Aiden Hutchinson. Number 1 overall pick. No trades, so a lot of picks to break down. We know what Hutchinson is, right? You see it in the eye black in the picture, and you see it on the picture with Vegeta from Dragon Ball Z. Reckless abandon, strong, powerful, blue-collar worker, but is he truly the best? Is he the safest, but is he the best? We don't know. One can make an argument maybe Walker will have the more successful career. One can make an argument and say, well, maybe Thibodeau will have the more successful career. Even a dark horse could be Jermaine Johnson out of Florida State. So it's definitely the safe pick. I'm not mad at it. But when we're sitting here 3 or 4 years from now, will he be the strongest? Will he be the best in the universe? Well, Vegeta's not. We'll see if Hutchinson is. Pick number 33. Now we're going off the rails. Casey, if you have the off the rails button, feel free to hit it. I understand you got a lot going on right now, man. But this pick, he's so quick.
All over it.
He's so quick with it. All right, so pick number 33.
Whoa, who is that?
So this is Monkey D. Luffy. All right.
Monkey D. Luffy.
Now, any anime fan's gonna know who Monkey D. Luffy is, but not every anime fan can tell me exactly what his powers are and what he does. And this is much like Chad Mumma. I don't know. Linebacker out of Wyoming. Monkey D. Luffy is part of an anime called One Piece. Here's the thing about One Piece: there are 1,011 episodes on television of One Piece. So I don't have time to watch that. So I don't know who this guy is. Like, I know of him. We've heard the name maybe before, right? There's a lot to like about it, but I really don't know who this guy is. And to tell you the truth, I know personally the offensive coordinator at Wyoming. He's my Pop Warner coach back in the day. So I know Tim Polasek, by the way. He's the coach at Wyoming. I'm not sure if Tim Polasek knows who Chad Mumma is. So listen, I'm just kidding. He does. He does. But when we talk about Chad Mumma, you're talking about 6'3", 239, ran a 4.640. You know, this is a linebacker that a lot of people are saying could come in and maybe compete for a starting spot, but it's not a guarantee. Coming from a smaller school, he has the intangibles, he has the size, but does he have the instincts? Time will tell. I do not like this pick at pick number 33. It is a draft need alert, but I think you address the draft need alert with the wrong guy. And once again, I don't know a lot about him. I only had so much time, much like the anime One Piece. I heard it's good. It might be great. I never know. I'm not watching 1,011 episodes.
That's a lot.
Isn't that ridiculous?
Yeah.
So, like, times that by 20 minutes, and that's, I mean, I don't know. That's
you don't have that much time.
No one's got that much time. All right, pick number 65. We keep on progressing.
Shakira's back.
What do we talk about? We need Trevor Lawrence needs a weapon, right? So you try to address the linebacker spot. I think you failed on that one. Maybe you can do a better job addressing the wide receiver spot and making Trevor Lawrence happy. Trevor Lawrence sees this pick. Trevor Lawrence is requesting a trade because now you got at pick number 65, you got Khalil Shakir out of Boise State, right? Chris Collinsworth and company gave this pick a D+, and I'm with Chris Collinsworth. I know yesterday, Chris, we went off the rails a little bit, right? I really question what you guys are doing over there at PFF. He redeems himself today with a D+. I think it's a little too high. It could be a D-. Because talking about Khalil Shakir, talking about a couple things. Talking about a guy who ran a 4.43 at Boise State. Not mad about that, but is primarily a slot guy. And what did you just give all this money to in free agency? Christian Kirk and the slot guy. There's too many cooks in the kitchen right now. And in terms of a skill set, like, yeah, he could be intriguing, but he's useless. He's useless if he comes to Jacksonville because where do you put him? He's got to play the slot, and I think Christian Kirk can be moved around, but why not set Christian Kirk up for success if you're paying him that much money? Keep him in the slot. So the comparison in the anime world would be Koji Koda, who's from My Hero Academia. Guy's useless. His power, he attracts insects, and then they step on him, and that's it. So he's useless, absolutely useless. Doesn't fit this team, doesn't fit the anime. I wish you'd just go away. Much like, with all due respect, Khalil Shakir, we just don't have any room for you.
And by the way, who knew that Gene Smith liked anime so much?
Oh, no.
I mean, we got Wyoming and Boise State out of the gates.
Boise State's respectable, though. Come on now. Gerald
and
Alexander.
Then we're going Memphis.
Are you going to hate Gerald Alexander?
Wyoming, Boise State, Memphis.
Gerald Alexander? Come on now, man. You can't hate too much on Boise State. They're a powerhouse. Next one we got Dylan Parham, right? When we talk about Dylan Parham,
the anime
we talk about a couple of things with Dylan Parham. So first of all, Casey, since it is Dylan Parham and you don't have enough on your plate already, do you have our Dylan Parham fun fact of the day?
Yeah, I do. So no more actual football things about Parham. Once again, cannot stress this enough. This human is very boring, but I will tell you this might be the most loyal human on the planet. Okay. I went through all 444 of the people he follows on Instagram. I will say 92% are males. This man is loyal. If you end up in a relationship with Dylan Parham, he's not interested in other women. He's strictly about football and staying loyal to you. So this is the man you want to be with, ladies.
Casey, can you confirm the females that he follows, are any of them like big celebrities?
Okay.
Or any like thirst traps out there?
Yeah, it's funny you say that because that's what I started to do. And no, obviously, there's nobody that really sticks out. He's out here following like his former teammates and then other random players in the league. But yeah, mostly males.
Doesn't have time for a girlfriend, I guess. Only cares about football. And I'm glad you gave us that fun fact because it really applies to what we're doing here in the anime edition. The anime edition to this one, I'm going to compare him to King from One Punch Man. Now, we don't know a lot about King. Like, we don't know a lot about Dylan Parham. But what we do know is that he's technically the strongest dude in the universe. Now, we don't really know his power per se. I do because I actually read the manga a little bit. If you read forward, you know what his power is. It's ridiculous. I don't want to spoil it for anybody. But with that being said, we know nothing about this guy, but he's good. He can contribute, and he's dependable. A lot like Dylan Parham. We broke it out Dylan Parham a numerous amount of times. They say he's a big-bodied guy, eats gravel, sand in his pants. Now, people will say, and when I say people, the olds, and by the olds I mean the old scouts, will say that he's big-boned but has a small frame. Makes zero sense, whatever. Don't buy into that. Don't buy into the olds. Stick with the youngs. Dylan Parham could be a guy that comes in right away at pick number 70 and could definitely get a starting spot at guard. I'm not mad at that pick.
This next one.
Yeah, now we're going once again. You don't have to hit the button, but this one, like, I get it, but I don't get it. Pick 106, round number 4. You got to think of a guy that can come in and maybe contribute right away, a guy that can be maybe a starting kind of prospect, and we're going with Dameon Pierce here. All right, when we talk about Dameon Pierce, we're talking about a 5'10 running back out of Florida, 215 pounds, 4.59 40-yard dash, and has a lot of tread on the tires because I guess Dan Mullen liked walking to the stadium. Dan Mullen didn't like driving his Ferraris or his expensive cars like he could have used with Dameon Pierce. Dan Mullen rather just walk or use Uber or something like that. That's Florida's loss. That was Dameon Pierce's loss. If he was used like he was supposed to be used, we could be talking about maybe a second or even a third-round type of talent just because he is that great. And he showcased those skills at the Senior Bowl. The anime comparison would be Mugen from Samurai Champloo. Now, Brent, if you've been in my office before, you see a giant poster where I sit. It takes up the entire wall. That is this guy from Samurai Champloo. The reason I picked Mugen was because, well, I'm not mad at the pick, but I'm mad where we had the pick at pick round 4, 106, right? It's a little too aggressive for my liking, and much like Mugen from Samurai Champloo, his whole style is aggressive, not calculated, and just throwing himself out there. That's what our mock draftee and John has done with this pick. I think it's way too high for a running back. It's way too high for possibly a third string type of guy when there's other needs out there right now like interior defensive line.
All right, well, the interior is hit next.
Yep. We've had this guy a lot on our show.
We have.
We've had this
guy
a lot.
How does everybody end up with, like, the same names? Are there, 14 people being drafted next week?
People are doing their diligence. People are learning here. So we have Noah Ellis, right? And what do we know about Noah Ellis? If you listen to any of these Shock Your Mocks so far, you know this guy is 6'4", 345, 360, whatever. I mean, listen, maybe they're lying a little bit. If you watch the film, this is a very big dude. Had only 1 sack last year, and for good reason, because, Brent, what are you in the 40-yard dashing?
4.66.
5.66? Yeah. Let's add another second onto that one. Let's go ahead and add
we were hoping it was 4.66.
I mean, is that electronic timed, or what are we talking about here?
That's the 32-yard dash.
Yeah, exactly. So he ran a 5.66 40-yard dash. He's a space eater. He's a run stopper, an ideal nose tackle in a 3-4 or a 4-3 defense. Me specifically, if I'm using him, 3-4 defense all day. Go in 2-gap. And when I say 2-gap, just stand there and don't get moved, because that's what he's great at. And when you talk about standing there or sitting there or laying down there and sleeping and not getting moved, you got to talk about my dog Snorlax from Pokemon. Casey, we broke him down a little bit before, but I mean, this is like the Mel Kiper of comparisons in terms of anime and the NFL.
Yeah, there's a reason Mel Kiper's not going to the draft is because he didn't come up with this. Okay, this is top level stuff right here.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I mean, literally, we had Lance Zierlein a couple days ago talk about what Jamison Williams says the next Will Fuller. Get serious, Lance Zierlein. This is the real stuff over here. This is the real comparisons. This is what you people should be paying a subscription for here on ESPN 690, but we give it to you for free because we are a station of the people. So with that being said, Noah Ellis, Snorlax, enough said. Let's go on to the next one.
By the way, can we get that card here and some Pokemon?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, Snorlax is very popular with all the youths out there.
It's funny.
Do we call them youths or youngs? 2 youths. The youths. Okay, I like it.
It's funny you say that about Snorlax. I don't have much Pokemon stuff, but I have like an $800 Snorlax card, ironically.
Do you really?
Yeah. It's like
is
first
that like
edition.
Yeah,
it's a first edition holo, yeah.
Dang, man. Are you going to keep that or sell it eventually?
Yeah, I'm just holding on to it right now because I like him, but at some point, like if stuff keeps going nuts, but Snorlax, the boy.
Snorlax is the boy. All right, cool. So on to the next one now. Okay, so a little fun fact about this dude. I can't say his first name. I'm not going to butcher it. His last name is Aquano, but also he goes by Chigo. So, like, he's called Chigo. So we're going to call him Chigo
Chigoziem Okonkwo.
There we go. Yeah, it sounds like right. But
Chigo.
Chigo
Okonkwo.
Okonkwo from Maryland. You think of tight ends, you think of Vernon Davis. This guy is not quite him, but he's built a lot like Vernon Davis. Pick number 180, round 6, tight end, Maryland. When we talk about Okonkwo, you talk about a few things. Every scout, whether it's the youths or the olds, raves about how built and chiseled this guy is. Seriously, like that's the first thing that pops up. This guy's chiseled.
Mercedes Lewis?
Yeah. Looks like Tarzan, right? Looks like Tarzan. I'm not going to say the other part because you know how I feel about the old narratives where he plays like Jane. That's not the case at all. This guy's a big body dude, but he has a couple of things going against him. He's 6'2" only and 238 pounds, so might be a little on the shorter side, and he's got very short arms. You know how Trent Baalke feels about long arms. He's a long arm dude, so I'm not sure if this is really in Trent Baalke's wheelhouse right now. One scout and please, Casey, get the button ready. And this is coming from, I think, an old scout, said that he is a big fan of, and this is an exact quote, of his rocked up physique. Hit the button.
How many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man?
I love the young people.
Just say that he's muscular. Just say that he looks like a G.I. Joe. Just say anything else. Don't say he's got a rocked up physique, all right? That can be a negative comment. You know what I'm saying? That can be taken the wrong way. You can get punched in the streets for saying something like that, okay? So I'm trying to help these scouts out here right now because these scouts got another thing coming. You think you can just go to a guy and say you got a rocked-up physique? Players don't take too kindly to that, right? So I'm trying to help these people out if they want to listen. Start watching the show a little more, and you might learn something for next year. With that being said, he has running back vision, as they say. He's got really good vision in terms of when he catches the ball, but he does lack the route tree. They didn't ask him to really do too much at Maryland because, well, it's Maryland.
It's Maryland.
Yeah, it's Maryland.
You're a Terp.
Yeah. Oh, man. Oh, and by the way, I'm sorry. The anime comparison, that would be Alex Armstrong from the Full Metal Alchemist. My new tattoo that I got is from the Full Metal Alchemist.
How about that?
Yeah. Alex Armstrong, if you know anything about
rocked up.
Yeah, if you know anything about him, he's extremely rocked up, and you could question where he comes from. A lot like this guy coming from Maryland. How talented is he? But when you talk about physique, you're talking about Alex Armstrong from Full Metal Alchemist. Next one we got. All right.
I love the fact that I just saw how it switched, and now I know what player you're getting.
Oh, yeah,
I don't even know anything about this anime.
Yeah, but
it seems to fit.
I'm sure you can take a giant guess with what this guy brings to the table. All right, so pick 197, round 6. We're still going strong. We go to Arizona State, and we take Jack Jones. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Pick 188, round 6. We're going to Iowa State. We're taking a kicker. Andrew Mevis. Now, when I typed in Andrew Mevis on Google, it kept on saying, did you mean Andrew Nevis? So that's not a good start. I guess Andrew Nevis is a baseball player, and that's who they thought I was talking about. So Mevis is not really even on the radar in terms of being a football player, let's just say, okay? And that can hurt you in the long run in terms of how I feel about you. Now, when I did do some research about it, well, obviously the combine stuff had nothing on him. He didn't do any kind of the drills. His stats look okay. So then I had to go to the local Ames newspaper. And what did they have to say about him 3 days ago? What did they have to say about him? Could be an interesting undrafted free agent for any football team looking for a kicker.
Even the hometown paper.
When your hometown team is saying you're going undrafted and you chose to take him in the 6th round at pick 188, yeah, I hate this pick. And guess what? Chris Collinsworth and company at PFF hated this pick as well. We never see an F grade.
We don't like to agree with that.
We never see an F grade on Shock Your Mock. But PFF gave it, and I just might give it an F grade too. Like I understand. Right now we're getting towards the bottom of the barrel. We're getting to the Keystone Light, if you will, of players. But still, you could take a kicker much later on in the draft than you can right now. So with that being said, this little guy here, if you're watching the streams right now, this is Chiatsu. And Chiatsu does absolutely nothing in Dragon Ball Z. He's very pointless. He once got killed because he sacrificed himself for the greater good, and nobody batted an eyelash. Didn't get a funeral or anything, right? Just a waste of time in Dragon Ball Z. It would be a lot better of a show if he wasn't in there, and that's all I got to say about him.
Wow.
He's pointless. Has really no powers. His only power was sacrificing himself and exploding himself, and it didn't do anything.
Sorry, Andrew Mevis.
Sorry,
But
Mevis.
get out of our mock
Yeah,
draft.
and with all due respect to Andrew Nevis or whatever his name is, who I guess is like I said, I think he's a baseball player someplace. Have you ever heard of him? Andrew Nevis? Okay, well, look him up sometime. You're going to learn a lot. Next pick, who I think is not even a real name. Let's go with it. Pick 197, cornerback out of Arizona State, Jack Jones. Jack Jones. Well, once again, I had to Google Jack Jones, and what came up? American songwriter. And, of course, you know this, with such hits as the Love Boat theme. With such hits as Wives and Lovers was another hit for
The olds
Jack
are going to
Jones.
love this
Hey,
guy.
what kind of song name is Wives and Lovers? hey, Jack Jones, what kind of life we living, dude? What kind of...
This is not your Jack Johnson music.
No, and this is back in the 50s or 60s when stuff was conservative back then. And your famous song is called Wives and Lovers. I gotta, and his last song, of course, everyone knows it's on the tip of your tongue, Lollipops and Roses. Wow, dude's really milking it in. Wives and Lovers, Lollipops and Roses, and the Love Boat theme song. Dude is probably a millionaire, and it makes me absolutely sick. But if we talk about the player and Jack Jones out of Arizona State, we're talking about a guy who's 5'11", 171 pounds, ran a 4.57, and the scouts say, and this is kind of funny and also super disrespectful, he's got a string bean frame, right? Because when you're 5'11", 171, like my grandma used to call me back in the day when I was coming up, you're a string bean. You have chicken arms and you're a string bean, and that's simple as that. You're tiny. So there is some, obviously, questions about how well can he sustain a full NFL season with his height and with his weight. He's a ball hawk. He's not afraid of contact, but a very small individual at 5'11", 171. And by the way, the player comparison would be Haraku from Fully Cooley, it's called, and her power is music, so obviously there's the tie-in with the Jack Jones. And by the way, Haraku is probably a lot better than Jack Jones is, because when your banger is Wives and Lovers and then Lollipops and Roses, no one's listening to that. This guy is probably, and may he rest in peace if he's gone, if he's left us, but nobody's going on Spotify and downloading your stuff. So, like, I'm sure his family, if they're still alive, they're still around his kids. In terms of royalties, you guys are probably getting 10 cents a month. I hope you guys feel special. Okay, next one. We're going to Percy, but this is a long shot your mock, by the way. Thanks for bearing with us, everybody. We're going to Louisiana. Pick 198. We're going safety, Percy Butler. Right? This guy, if you see the picture in the thing, you know who that guy is? You know who that guy is, Brent. Who's that dude?
SpongeBob.
That's SpongeBob as the Quickster. I think Casey would appreciate this one. This guy he's 6 feet tall, 194, ran a 4.36. Casey, hit the button, please. 4.36 alert.
Speed. I am speed.
This guy's a special team stud. Okay, this guy will absolutely feast on special teams. Scouts said that he has a feast or famine type tackle approach. So I guess he lowers his head, he goes for it all. Either you get it or you whiff, and it's going to be 80-8 out the gate. So take that for how you want. Obviously, size and strength are a concern. 6 feet, 194, kind of on the smaller side, especially for a safety. But at the end of the day, guy runs a 4.36. You find a spot for him, right? I think Doug Peterson is going to like that guy a lot. And obviously, SpongeBob being the Quickster. Speed. All right, pick 222. Now, there's a lot to hate on this mock draft, with all due respect to John here, but this one might have been the diamond in the rough, because I didn't know who Jason Poe was until I looked him up, and now, lo and behold, I am very intrigued with this player out of Mercer. I didn't know Mercer had a football team.
They've actually
I'll
put
be
a lot
honest.
into their football program.
Have they? Because I haven't heard of them.
Got a nice stadium.
Okay, well, try to put some more in then, because I haven't seen you guys play on TV yet. Right? I mean, I understand your basketball program beat Duke, and it's all hunky-dory there. Yeah, it's all hunky-dory there. Your football team, though, I didn't know existed. So marketing, promotion, I don't know, do something, but I don't know you guys existed. With that being said, Jason Poe, guard, out of Mercer, pick 222. This guy is 6'1", 300 pounds. All right, so average size, a little on the shorter side. Ran a 4.89. I'll say it again. Ran a 4.89.
At 6'1", 300 pounds?
A 31-inch vertical, and rep 225 34 times.
Ooh.
Pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Scouts out there saying that this guy is the diamond in the rough. They say that he moves as good as any guard in this draft in terms of athleticism and in terms of, trying to pull guard and stuff like that. Obviously, playing at Mercer, he plays against, lesser competition. So the jury is still out on a guy like Jason Poe. But in terms of a project, in terms of a guy that you can take in, groom a little bit, and get what you want out of him, this is a steal, I think, at pick 222 in the 7th round, because there's so much to like athletic-wise and what Jason Poe brings to the table. So if you haven't watched and watched the film, too, this guy is I mean, he's your prototypical guard, but he's quick. He's quick to the draw, and he loves to hit people as well. So a lot of pancakes, a lot of maple syrup getting poured, and maybe why he's gained so much weight, because he started out as a smaller guy and added on a lot of weight his senior year here at Mercer. The anime comparison would be Guillaume out of Demon Slayer. We don't know a lot about him, where he came from, but the guy's a stud in his own right, and truth be told, he's one of my favorite characters from Demon Slayer, so I throw that in there. Last pick, and then we're done, thank God. Devin Tompkins out of Utah State, wide receiver. This guy's just trying to make the team right now, right? I mean, you're talking about pick 235 in a 12-pick mock draft. You're trying to make the team. You're on the back burner. Speed is this guy's thing again. He's all about speed. This guy ran, he was around a 4.43, I believe. He's on the backside of trying to make the team. He's undersized. He's 5'8", 155. Hey, 5'8", 155.
Wow.
Is Ty Martineau entering the draft this year? Is Ty Martineau coming in the draft this year?
You got a Ty reference. You should have thrown a picture of Ty anime.
No, I should have just threw a picture of Ty, and I should have cartooned it. Yeah, he's 5'8", 155. It's all about speed with this guy as well, all about quickness, agility. But, the biggest knock on this dude is, well, he's 155 pounds. What can you really do with him? Time will tell. The anime comparison would be Peyton Porter of Hunter x Hunter, the smallest guy on the team. The quickest guy on the team, too, from the Phantom Troop, but he can pack a punch.
There we go.
Yeah.
So very nice. Your anime annual Shock Your Mock.
Man, Casey,
nice
good
job
work,
by Casey.
Man. Casey, the real MVP once again. Thank
good
you.
job by you. That's a lot of homework. When you're deep diving Jason Poe, that's pretty impressive.
I'm telling you, man, he's an interesting prospect. I like it.
Very good stuff. All right, that's your Shock Your Mock, and let's get to the phone lines real quick. We've got Jacksonville Icemen playing in the playoffs tomorrow. What a great local week we have. Ronald Acuna Jr. in town with the Jacksonville, well, not with them, but against them.
Yep.
And so it was a fun night last night at the ballpark. Doug Peterson throwing out the first pitch. We've got a week away to the NFL draft as well. And the Jacksonville Icemen are hosting the first 4 games of this playoff series against Atlanta to get the ECHL playoffs rolling. And right now we have Jacob Friend on the line with us. He's a defenseman for the Icemen. Jacob, what's happening, man? You guys fired up, ready to roll tomorrow night?
Yeah, what's going on, guys? It's good to be here. For sure, we're all excited. Pretty unique experience to be able to get 4 games at home in a row, so we're excited to get things going. It's going to be a good time.
Yeah, I'm curious about this setup, right? I mean, you got 4 at home, and then you go 3 to Atlanta if necessary. It's a best of 7. Like, usually we see series that's 2-2 and maybe 1-1-1 or 2-2-3. What's the mindset of you guys? Obviously, you want to win all 4. But it's tough to beat a team 4 times in a row. Do you try to go 3-1? I mean, I don't get, how do you kind of factor in the way this is set up to what you kind of hope unfolds in this opening series?
Yeah, I mean, like I said before, I've never even heard of it, having 4 in a row at home. I've had some deep playoff runs in previous years of junior and at school. That's typically, like you said, 2 on the road or 2 at home, and then you alternate. But honestly, our mindset is just to take 1 game at a time. If you look too far ahead, then you miss what's right in front of you. So ultimate goal is obviously to win 4 in a row, but they're a good team. They're an experienced team. It's very hard to win 4 in a row in playoffs, so we just got to focus on tomorrow night and just start there.
Jacob, when you talk about the preparation now of starting, your playoff run, I mean, obviously the intensity goes up on the ice during the game and the physicality of it. But how do you guys handle the practices now? Is it a lot more mental in terms of trying to get your rest to gear up your bodies for that series, or do you guys still hit the ground running like it's like the first week of the season?
No, you're definitely right. Practice gets a little bit more intense as well. Everyone's a little bit more sharp. I feel like the last 2-3 weeks since I've been back, we haven't really had a full week of practice. We finally got to have 3-4 practices in a row. And just talking to Nick, our head coach there, after today's practice, he can tell and we can tell all in the room that we're all pretty dialed in, and practices were pretty good this week. And I think we're prepared and we're just ready and excited to get going tomorrow night.
Well, you mentioned they've got some experience. What does playoff experience do right about now, and how do you guys fall in that category, I guess how much does it matter? Or is it still, hey, man, the best team wins?
You know what? I would say that the old hockey mind would say that experience is pretty much all that matters in playoffs in terms of best team wins. But I think the game has changed a lot. You look at the NHL right now, it's a lot younger than it was 10, 15 years ago, and the players that are coming into the league are a lot younger, and they're starting off better when they are younger. So, you know what? Experience means a lot in playoffs, and they have a lot of it, but that doesn't mean that we don't have any of it. We have experience, but obviously we're a lot younger, less experienced team. We feel that we've had a pretty good matchup with them during the season, but playoffs is a whole new beast. They have a lot of experience. We have less, but that doesn't change the fact that it's still going to be a very tight checking, hard-nosed hockey come tomorrow night. But we feel we're prepared no matter what the experience level is.
Jacob, when you talk about, that playoff level, then everything gets amped up a little bit, including the physicality. You mentioned experience a little bit, but what does it mean for the team to have a guy like you who your bread and butter is physicality? Your bread and butter is kind of playing an old school type of defender where you're not afraid to hit somebody, you're not afraid to bring some grit. How much does your team have to rely on that now that you're in the playoffs?
Well, you know what? Like you said, the playoffs, that's the style of hockey that happens in the playoffs, and I think that it gives players like me the advantage because I don't have to adapt my game too much to the playoff style game, whereas players on their team that I'm typically playing against aren't quite as physical, and maybe they have to change that and go out of their way to try and do that, which feeds into my hand because I'm used to it, and they have to change their game for me where I'm just still playing the same way.
Jacob, me being a former NFL player, now I'm a current MMA fighter, we always said in the NFL, guys either have it or they don't in terms of maybe playing defensive line and stopping the run. It's like a certain mentality, and it's hard to turn on and turn off. Do you feel that it's the same in hockey in terms of, either you're a physical player, you play the old school way, or you don't? Can you fake it essentially, or does it kind of get brought to the light eventually?
I definitely agree with you in the sense that you either have it or you don't, because a lot of times people don't want to play that way. And, you can turn it on for a shift or maybe a period or a game or two, but in the grand scheme of things, if you want to do it that way, you're going to do it. And if not, you're just naturally going to find reasons not to do it. And that's the big thing for playoffs, is just making sure that you're constantly sharp and ready to play a tough style game.
I can't fake it. I don't fight for a living. I don't play hockey for a living. I didn't play in the NFL. I wear makeup for a living on TV at night. So I can't fake it.
At least you know who you are, man. You know what I'm saying? That's important.
Hey, let's leave you with this. How much will you feed off the crowd? You get 4 of them right in a row at home, and Jacksonville is one of the best fan bases in the ECHL, and they've got to be elevated here coming up these next couple of nights especially. How much will you feed off that and your team feed off that?
That's going to be big for us. I don't know if these fans know how much we feed off of it, even in just a regular season, Wednesday night game. I know other teams coming in, and I know Atlanta coming in, know that they're going to have a tough building to play in. These fans are awesome. We feed off of it every shift. We hear them every shift. I don't know if they understand, but they're a big part of our team.
Well, they'll be loud and proud starting tomorrow night, 7 o'clock. Jacksonville Icemen against Atlanta begin a 7-game set in the ECHL playoffs. Jacob, Fran, good luck to you and the Icemen tomorrow night. Look forward to seeing you guys play.
Yeah, thanks, guys, for having me on. I'm excited.
You bet. It's Jacob Friend here on ESPN 690. We're live from Divoli's House of Cards. Let's take a time out. We come back. We talk about the other big thing going on in Jacksonville this week, and that is Ronald Acuna Jr. Yeah. How did it go last night? How did it go today? Is he almost set to go back to the big leagues? Has he shown enough already? We'll talk about it when we come back on ESPN 690. Right after this, here on a Wednesday from Divoli's House of Cards.
The Weather Center is brought to you by Beards Diamonds. Don't miss the buy one, get one free on wedding band event going on now until this Sunday at Beards Diamonds.
From restaurants to retail to entertainment and more, over 150 businesses across Jacksonville have become connectable, providing employment opportunities for people with autism, Down syndrome, and other intellectual differences. Celebrate their inclusiveness and support these businesses at the citywide Shopability celebration on Saturday, April 30th. Visit connectablejacks.com to see the Shopability map and shop away on Shopability Saturday, April 30th. Learn more at connectablejacks.com.
One of the great things about little boys and little girls is when they grow up, they want to be just like you. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. So to moms and dads, aunts and uncles, and grandparents everywhere, remember this. The next time you get in the car and don't buckle your seatbelt, a little boy is watching. And when you decide to text or dial and talk while driving, a little girl is watching your every move. And when you head down the road with a beer or cocktail in the car, that little person next to you is taking it all in. In this life, you have an awesome responsibility to those children who love you the most and want to be you in every way. So make a pledge today to be a good role model to these kids and their friends so that that little boy and that little girl get to grow up and be just like you. Morgan & Morgan, for our children.
Injured? Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
This year, CGC Water Treatment is celebrating 75 years in business. Put their experience to work for you, like my family did. Discover how good your water can be with a new Connecticut softener and drinking water system. Connecticut's twin tank, non-electric softeners are the most efficient softeners available, and their drinking water systems remove up to 99% of contaminants. That's clean water. If you're not filtering your water, you are the filter. Don't be the filter. Call today and save hundreds on a new Connecticut system. Financing available with approved credit. And because the professionals at CGC Water are committed to being your go-to water experts, you can trust their master plumber with all your plumbing needs as well. Call 904-552-1242 or visit cgcwater.com. That's 904-552-1242 or visit cgcwater.com. I'm a proud customer of many years of CGC Water Treatment, and they are proud partners of the Jacksonville Jaguars. CGC Water Treatment, your local independent Connecticut dealer.
All offers with approved credit and not in conjunction. See dealer for complete details. Ram Truck Month.
Hey, we're coming at you from Jacksonville Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Arlington at 9600 Atlantic Boulevard, and we're celebrating more new Ram trucks than we've had in a long time. Get just the right one for you. It's here right now, just waiting to drive you home. And for any reason we don't have what you want, with everything you need, we'll order it and give you a great deal. This offer won't last forever. Classic, Bighorn, limited, nothing beats a new Ram truck for work or play. Get 0% financing and save. Say it with me now. Ram trucks, Ram trucks, Ram trucks.
Yippee-ki-yay, mother. We will return after these messages.
I'm here, and you should be too. Jacksonville Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Arlington, 9600 Atlantic Boulevard, across from that Regency Square Mall.
God, I'm so stressed. Our business is growing. We've got people all over now.
Ooma.
What is that? Meditation?
I'm recommending Ooma and their all-in-one phone, video, and collaboration solution.
Ooma?
Yep. Switching to Ooma is a cinch. Just $24.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees.
Ooma.
Now you're feeling it. Visit Ooma.com. That's OOMA.com to learn more. Ooma. Smart communications for the smarter business.
If you work remote, Staples has you covered.
A mid-mod desk chair to rejuvenate my ho-hum workspace.
Staples has you covered. A gaming chair for a serious competitor.
A super stylish desk that will save me space and money.
Staples has you covered with remote workspace products and design tips curated by Jasmine Roth and Staples Work From Home Style Squad. Now save up to $100 on select chairs. Explore solutions for your remote workspace at Staples, the working and learning store. Ends 4/30. Limit 2 in-store only.
At Morgan & Morgan, the fee is free. You don't pay us anything unless we win your case.
We're spring dealing with 2.9% APR on the award-winning 2022 Acura RDX crossover SUV. And now is the time to trade. Get top dollar and pile on the savings. FirstCoastAcuraDealers.com. Excludes PMC edition.
People often ask me, how much money do I have to pay you up front to be my personal lawyer? The answer is nothing. It's free unless we win. What about a slip and fall or car crash case? Free unless we win.
Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Don't paint, don't vinyl, go Rhino Shield. Never paint your house again. Rhino Shield.
North Florida is one of the golf capitals in America, and our customers get to spend a lot of time on the golf course because they'll never have to paint their house again. Rhino Shield is a superior alternative to paint and vinyl siding and is unlike any other paint or coating. It comes with a 25-year warranty, it's maintenance-free, and is guaranteed not to chip, peel, bubble, or crack. Bottom line with Rhino Shield, you'll never have to paint again. Book now to take advantage of our spring special. Save up to 25% off, but hurry, book now because our installation schedule is filling up fast. Call Rhino Shield today, 904-519-5055, 904-519-5055, or find us online at rhinoshieldjacks.com. That's rhinoshieldjacks.com.
Susan, I'm sorry I'm late. Traffic is terrible.
It sure is. But on top of that, gas prices have been skyrocketing. I can't believe how expensive gas has gotten recently.
Prices at the pump are up, but I never pay full price for gas anymore. I just use the free Get Upside app that pays you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get paid cash when you buy gas with the Get Upside app?
Yes, I get real cash back every time I buy gas.
And does that actually add up to anything?
I'll make $200 to $300 this year.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the free Get Upside app now.
Download the free Get Upside app now to earn real cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code BEND for a $5 bonus on your first tank. That's promo code BEND. You can cash out anytime right to your bank account, to PayPal, or an e-gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Get Upside app and use promo code BEND for a $5 bonus on your first tank. That's code BEND for a $5 bonus.
You're invited to shop at the White Harvest Farms and Farmers Market every Saturday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. It's a market of fresh and affordable farm-to-table produce that comes from a 10.5-acre urban located at 4850 Moncrief Road. There's volunteering, classes, and farming demonstrations. Also, if you're interested in becoming a vendor or volunteer, call 904-354-4162 or visit the White Harvest Farms Eventbrite page. White Harvest Farms wants to be your favorite produce market. This initiative benefits the Clara White Mission.
By texting 64,000, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from Babbel. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at babbel.com/TNC.
I always wanted to learn Spanish, but I never thought I'd have the time. Then I discovered Babbel.
Babbel's lessons are fun. They only take like 10 or 15 minutes, and in 3 weeks, you're speaking another language.
Babbel's lessons are voiced by native speakers, so you get the pronunciation just right. If you want to learn a language, there's no better way than
Babbel.
Text radio to 64,000 to try Babbel for free. Text radio to 64,000.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. Dashboard light problems? We can help. Our free Fix Finder service can read your check engine light, ABS light, and service indicator light, and give you possible solutions, verified by licensed technicians. You'll even get detailed results sent straight to your email so you have them when you need it most. It's the most complete free warning light report backed by technician-verified fixes. The free Fix Finder service, only at AutoZone.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
More details at AutoZone.com.
Ray Magliozzi here for eBay Motors. You're driving along and some nimrod cuts you off. You hit the horn. Jeez, it sounds like a goose in distress. Time to head over to eBay Motors. They have horns for every make and model, not to mention horn pads, steering wheels, wiring, and more. 122 million parts. You can even go for an upgrade. Looks like Mr. Cutoff Man needs a new seat cover. Try eBay Motors, pal. Get the right parts at the right prices. eBay Motors. Let's ride.
Hey, welcome back here to Davoli's House of Cards. Brent Martineau, Austin Lane, Casey Kurtz, and good to have Jacob Fran from the Iceman on. Shock Your Mock anime style. Big topic on the day. Of course, Deebo Samuel. Is he going to go anywhere? Would the Jags be interested? Are they maxed out at receiver? Which way are they going to go? And where does Deebo end up. So big discussion. You can always subscribe on YouTube, Action Sports Shacks on ESPN 690, and on our podcast, same thing, Action Sports Shacks on ESPN 690. Real quick thought, it was a heck of a night last night in town. Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp hosting Gwinnett. Acuna Jr. here went 1 for 3 with a double. Just missed a home run, in fact. They played again today. I think he walked and scored a run. Shrimp won 9-1. But overall, big crowds last night. You can really tell. I saw so many when I was out there yesterday. I saw so many Braves fans coming in with their gear on. We talked about it a little bit yesterday. It's the fun part of having a minor league team in town for moments like this.
Yep.
But also that kind of player you don't get to see up close and personal very often. He's one of the most electrifying players in the game, and he might be back in the big leagues like in real short order because he looks kind of ready.
No, for sure. I mean, I would say it's just kind of like a formality at this point. And, like, I saw a couple of the highlights that he had. I mean, it looks like he's back to at least close to 100%.
He actually says he wondered, like, where he'd be.
Yeah.
He thinks he's a better player now than he was.
Sure.
Now, and I don't know how you feel that. I mean, you know your own body, right?
Yeah,
you got to get up there and see it. But
it's also a confidence thing too that you tell you. I mean, you have to tell yourself that you can't say, "Well, I feel worse," you know. So
that's a good point.
Because especially baseball being so mental.
Yeah, and you got to build that confidence. But you're right with some of the reps that he's getting. Two things of note. I thought it was cool. He stayed around a long time. He was signing autographs. I mean, he made it a special day, I think, for a lot of fans. It was a great video I tweeted this morning. I don't know who found it or had it, but he caught a ball down left field line, like coming toward the stands, and he like fist bumped.
Yeah.
Like kind of like Booker.
Sure.
And so just. You got to love when the players like that appreciate it, understand it, get it, to that point. I also thought about this, Casey. I don't know if you wouldn't know this. You think on a rehab assignment, do they, like, tell the pitchers, listen, you don't need to, like, just throw one down the middle. But we don't want you, like, I'd rather you not walk them and stuff like that. You almost feel like on these rehab stints they say, let him get his work in.
Yeah.
I doubt they do.
Yeah, I doubt it, too.
Because, like, if you're Max Meyer last night, aren't you, like, and I want to strike out Ronald Acuna Jr.
Yeah. No, I mean, I would, yeah.
I want that on my resume.
That's a feather in anybody's cap.
Yeah, and by the way, if you're Acuna Jr., you wanted to pitch it just like you'd be pitched, and you're going to get pitched even harder in the big leagues.
Correct. Yeah,
but
correct.
It's kind of an interesting – I mean, if you really wanted to just throw fastballs or get some live work, you could do that anywhere in a simulation form, like – with your own system. You don't need to do that in a game.
Yeah.
But anyway, getting some work in. Scheduled to be here through the end of the week, as far as we know, for Ronald Acuna Jr. with Gwinnett against the Jumbo Shrimp. Of course, you can listen to Jumbo Shrimp Baseball right here on ESPN 690. We'll be back from DeVoli's House of Cards right after this. Football at 5 rolls on.
If you've been involved in a car accident and are not sure of your legal options, call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000 and take back control of your life.
Office in Jacksonville.
Our friends over at Arlington Toyota want to know, what drives you? How about great service? Or what about getting more with your purchase? Then prepare yourself for the drive of a lifetime when you buy from Arlington Toyota. Arlington has over 500 new Toyotas available with inventory arriving daily. You also get a lifetime warranty with your purchase, plus 30 days to love your new purchase or exchange it. What drives you is what they do at Arlington Toyota. Shop in person, 10939 Atlantic Boulevard, or online at arlingtontoyota.com.
The Gun Show is back at the Maxwell Snyder Armory on Normandy Boulevard this Saturday and Sunday. Buy, sell, trade, and browse a huge selection of guns, knives, ammo, and more with concealed weapons classes twice each day. Doors open at 9 a.m. See you at the Gun Show.
Everybody loves a grand opening. How about a grand opening special at iCryo in St. Johns County? They open Saturday at Durbin Pavilion. Cryotherapy, IV infusion, red light therapy, sauna, compression, body sculpting, and more. Passes are discounted until Saturday. 6 lifestyle services for just $99, 16 for $179, and you can save on an Elite Pass too. Download the iCryo app, recover from a sporting event, or just your daily lifestyle at iCryo. It's the grand opening at Durbin Pavilion. Stop by iCryo in St. Johns County and elevate your lifestyle.
Beard's Diamonds has been busy this spring, getting their showcases ready for the largest inventory of wedding bands in North Florida.
So if you're getting married soon or want to upgrade your bands, don't miss Beard's Diamonds' incredible buy one, get one wedding band sale.
But hurry, it ends this Sunday at Beard's Diamonds. All wedding bands are buy one, get one free.
You can save thousands.
Plus, all stackables, all right-hand rings, all eternity bands, and more are buy one, get one free.
See hundreds of the latest styles from famous famous designers at beardsdiamonds.com.
It's the largest selection of wedding bands in North Florida at the guaranteed lowest price.
Buy any wedding band and get the other band free.
Now you can go bigger and better with the band she's always dreamed of during Beard's Buy One, Get One sale.
But hurry, it ends this Sunday.
Only at Beard's Diamonds.
Get the lowest prices in Jacksonville, guaranteed, at Beard's Diamonds.
At the St. John's Town Center or at beardsdiamonds.com.
Ray Magliozzi here for eBay Motors. You're driving along and some nimrod cuts you off. You hit the horn. Jeez, it sounds like a goose in distress. Time to head over to eBay Motors. They have horns for every make and model, not to mention horn pads, steering wheels, wiring, and more. 122 million parts. You can even go for an upgrade. Now, it looks like Mr. Cutoff Man needs a new seat cover. Try eBay Motors, pal. Get the right parts at the right prices. eBay Motors. Let's ride.
Cutting the price of your wireless bill feels good. Really good. Actually, it feels great. You should try it out. So cut your bill by switching to Straight Talk Wireless. Now offering our $45 Silver Unlimited plan with 5 gigabytes of hotspot and nationwide 5G on America's largest, most dependable networks. The $45 Silver Unlimited plan from Straight Talk. Straight Talk Wireless. No contract, no compromise.
A month equals 30 days. See terms and conditions at straighttalk.com. 5G capable device required. Actual availability, coverage, and speed may vary.
Voted best gift of the year for golfers by the ESPN 690 Golf Enthusiast Review Board. Want to make the golfer in your life love you even more? Order the 2022 ESPN Dream 18 card for just $69. Big discounts on golf all year. Golf courses are raising their rates with the recent boom. The Dream 18 card has even more value now. For less than dinner for two at your favorite upscale restaurant, you will receive tremendously discounted rounds at some of the area's best golf courses. Golf Club at Southampton, St. John's Golf and Country Club, Hidden Hills, Osprey Cove, the Yards added this year, Amelia River Golf Club, Eagle Landing, Fleming Island Golf Club, and Queens Harbor Yacht and Country Club. Plus, you'll receive a free smoothie from Smoothie King, a free hat from Dome Hats, a free shirt at Baker's Sports, and a discount on a purchase at Palm Beach Autographs. Play 2 rounds of golf, and the card pays for itself. $69, that's it. Some of the proceeds go to the Dream 18 charity as well. Buy the card at Action Sports Shacks, Dream18.com. Supplies are limited. Go to Action Sports Shacks, Dream18.com.
Broadcasting live from the ESPN 690 Anajar and Levine studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000. ESPN 690. Jacksonville's home for ESPN Radio. WOKV Jacksonville. Listen live everywhere you go on ESPN690.com. ESPN 690, a Cox Media Group station.
You're the Suns' best player, likely out of games 3 and 4 of their first-round NBA playoff series against the Pelicans with a mild hamstring strain. He has not been ruled out the rest of the series. One of the players Phoenix needs to step up while Booker's out is DeAndre Ayton, according to ESPN's Kendrick Perkins.
We could praise Cam Johnson. We could look at campaign, even Mikal Bridges, but DeAndre Ayton was the #1 pick. DeAndre Ayton has to go out there now. Yep. It's time for him to get those 20, 15, and 5 blocks in order for Phoenix to beat this team, which I don't think they will.
Big Perk on NBA Today also apparently predicting a Pelicans upset. Kevin Durant and the Nets looking to bounce back in Game 2 against the Celtics tonight, 6:30 Eastern, ESPN Radio. KD, one of the best playoff performers of his era, just 9 of 24 from the field with 4 turnovers in the loss in the opener. 8 days before the NFL draft kicks off, 49ers star receiver Deebo Samuel told ESPN's Jeff Darlington he has requested a trade, would not divulge why. He did cut off contract talks with the Niners and made it clear that he wants out of San Francisco.
Coming up on Thursday, the Nets and the Celtics square off in Game 2 tonight. Will Kyrie and KD be able to even the series, or will it be all Boston? Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max, Thursday morning at 6 Eastern on ESPN Radio.
Now, your chance to win $1,000 with the ESPN 690 payroll payout.
Text the word SHARE to the number 70123 before 15 past the hour. That's SHARE.
Your next chance to win is coming again tomorrow at 8 a.m. This is a nationwide contest. Message and data rates apply. Get the complete rules now at ESPN690.com. Broadcasting live from the ESPN 690 Anajar and Levine studios. This is Action Sports Jacks on ESPN 690 with Brent Martineau and Austin Lane.
I would have to take Khalil Mack just because how well-rounded he is as a football player. Like, the guy pass rushes just as good as he stops the run and sets an edge, and vice versa. People fear him. He's fast. He's powerful. He's felt in every single game he plays in. And, I mean, that's what I strive to do. And I think that when I look in the league and I find similar body types, I land on him because he's a little heavier, but he can still move. Lateral quickness is great, athletic, fearful, and he plays the run just as good as he plays the pass. So, I mean, if I had to think of one, it'd be Khalil Mack.
I don't know who that was. You really trailed out, though. I mean, finish off your sentence. Who was that, Casey?
Jermaine Johnson.
Oh, that was Jermaine Johnson?
It was.
Wow. Who was he talking about?
Himself.
That was, but he almost talked about him in like the third person?
Yeah, they said compare yourself to somebody in the league. He said Khalil Mack.
Oh, okay. So that was where his, I get it.
Official station of the Florida State Seminoles and Brent Martineau talking some smack to Jermaine Johnson. I'm just kidding, dude.
I don't care.
I'm joking. Okay.
Yeah, hey, I don't blame him because, like, where was our call to get Jermaine Johnson on,
Oh, good call.
You gave him to national and not regional, so,
There we go.
They're lucky I even played the sound. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, we don't hold grudges here. Hey, Jermaine Johnson, what a story, really. Mm-hmm. If you think about it. Brent Martineau, Austin Lane, Casey Kurtz back here at the Boys House of Cards. Going to open up some basketball cards in the next hour.
I like it.
Yeah, we're going to open up some. We didn't do it last week. We were so jam-packed last week. We're not this week. But we're making time for card opening, baby. And so we'll do that. We continue I cannot describe this to you enough. Every time we come here, we talk to Mark DeVoli and the folks that work here about the business. And we're just, like, so wrapped up in the card business stories.
Yeah.
We're like, we don't believe it. Like, if somebody told you some of this stuff, you wouldn't believe it.
No, for sure.
But, we see it every time we come here. Like, the amount of dollars cards are worth, the amount of people buying cards, how they buy the cards, what they're buying, what they're spending on. I mean, it is as fascinating of an industry right now, to me, as I can remember.
Yeah.
Like, it is just flat out. I mean, we sit here and we hear the stories from ours. Like, I don't even think they can believe it.
Well, no, it's wild because, like, listening to some of the stories, it's transcended just, cards. It's transcended, like, sitting in the backyard and just, trading with your friends. Like, it's to the point now where certain cards out there have caught the eye of, like, even celebrities. And, like, now it's their mission to try to get said card. So it's almost become a part of, like, pop culture now, which is, like, the ultimate, in terms of where you want to be.
Yeah.
I mean, he's telling us a story about Drake, how Drake's trying to search for this one card along with a lot of people, the LeBron card. Like, if you get him involved and, like, he's taking part in it, well, now all of a sudden it's like everyone's doing it, right? Because it's like it's pop culture. So it's very cool to see, like, a pastime that we did, when we were kids, it's still bigger than ever, and if not, maybe even more mainstream, even more big, because you do have, obviously social media and things right now to kind of spread the word a little bit.
Well, it's interesting you bring that up. You said it's got this pop culture feel to it because of people like Drake involved and probably countless others. Mm-hmm. But then it's got, like, this underworld. Like, it's like, do you guys even know about this? It has that feel to it.
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of people don't know, like, this world has exploded. I think where our minds go to, like you said, in the backyard or with your buddies or sleeves of cards. I mean, it has changed, and you got to come check it out. We're here just about every Wednesday, 3 to 6, and just come down and hear the stories, like, in commercial breaks.
Yeah,
it's a lot of fun. Plus, it's a great place to hang out and check out some of the cards that are here at the Bowies House of Cards. And so here's the big one I've got in my hands right now. Actually, this is one that was open. I think I mentioned this earlier in the show. A 101 Jalen Hurts. Actually, this wasn't the same. Oh, yeah, that is the same one because it's got that piece of the football there.
Yeah.
And also the jersey, and it's autographed, and it's 101. So word is on the street, this card that I got in my hand right now that I'm about to put in my pocket is worth about $20,000.
There you go. That's insane.
20 grand.
20 grand.
For Jalen Hurts.
I know, man. But hey.
I mean, Jalen Hurts.
Exclusive. It's an NFT, Brent. We've been over this, man. It's how this stuff works.
I mean, this card's almost worth more than his salary.
Do you think did he sign that card too or not?
Yeah, it's an auto.
Do you think you remember signing that card? I'm sure he does. Like, well, no, I'm serious. Like, do you think they go to Mr. Hurts? This is 1 of 1. So, like, make it good.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Because sometimes, like, when I was in autograph mode, signing everything, dude, I get so lazy.
Actually, That's a fascinating question you just asked.
No, they do, because they just made a big deal about Trevor signing his 1 of 1 recently.
So, okay, Casey, you can speak to this then. You've been in this game in a kind of a different way for a while. So do these guys understand the game?
No, well, like, to that degree, no, but, like, they do let them, for the big nine players, because you've seen some 1 of 1s that have been actually brutal and they've, like, been made fun of, but when it comes to, like, Trevor or, like, these big-time guys, they're like, hey, this is the card, and like the Trevor card.
Explain it.
The Trevor card, for example, is like the piece of the NFL shield. It's the NFL shield off his jersey.
Yeah, yeah.
And then so they tell him like, hey, this is the 1 of 1, and I mean Trevor's autograph is actually really good compared to a lot of them out there, but for the most part, the big name guys, they do like let him know what it is. Now, do they care? Who knows? But they let him know like, hey, don't scribble on it.
Yeah, but I mean, they've got to be like my guess is even Trevor, like he understands there's some crazy stuff out there. Yeah. But then when you go tell him like a card's worth $10,000, he's like, "Are you serious?"
Yeah, yeah. I know. I'm sure he's probably shocked.
You know?
Yeah, yeah.
And by the way, I got some guys. If you had a card that was worth, see, Mark's making sure he gets that back, so I don't put it.
Oh no, for sure, as like, he should. I would have gave it to you in the first place.
I had like 120-second time limit on that.
Yeah,
card.
I mean, I would have gave it to you in the first place. And definitely don't give it to me, man. I mean, I don't know what could happen.
So,
I have a strong grip. I don't want to break the case or anything.
If you had a card of yourself,
okay,
right,
yeah,
and you're these guys, like Trevor Lawrence is making millions, and you had a card of yourself that's worth $20,000, would you just buy it?
No, man. See, no, because I'm not that egotistical.
I might be.
I mean, I understand you are, and that's cool. That's your prerogative. But you know how I feel about it. Even like when I got Madden, I refused to play with. Like, I wasn't the Jaguars because, well, number one, we weren't good on Madden. But number two, like it did nothing for me to have me be in the video game and play with myself. It just wasn't conducive to me.
Casey, would you buy it?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, me too.
Well, the thing is, there
you guys
are
gotta
some.
Humble yourselves.
No, it's just like it's a cool thing to have. Like there are players that like collect. Like I don't know if you know this name, but Pat Neshek, who used to play for the Twins in Houston, he's like a 2-time All-Star in baseball.
Yeah.
He's like a big-time collector. So like his big name cards, like he tries to get, not like crazy, like out of his way to get, but if they pop up on eBay, he buys them.
That's cool.
I thought so.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I wouldn't buy every card possible.
Yeah.
But I think there would be some like, yeah. Like, why don't LeBron buy all those packs of cards and just go get his $3 million card that way?
Do you think LeBron needs, like, really any more, now,
that would be kind of silly, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
you're all good.
And by the way, if LeBron's buying it, then it probably would go down.
No, for sure. Well,
right?
Yeah.
I mean, because buy up your own card.
Kind of takes the fun out of everything. Yeah.
It's crazy, man. We got, look at that, 3-3 Luka. Now, that's a cool-looking card. See, some of them I can see. This is called Flawless, by the way, Casey. Yeah. 3-3 Luka auto.
That's
now,
the LeBron
is that a
box.
Bulletproof case?
Oh, that's the LeBron box. That's a good-looking card.
Oh, are you trying to challenge me?
Yeah.
It's trying to challenge me because it looks bulletproof.
It's not. Yeah, you can get in.
I can crack it? I'm not going to try it by any means, but yeah, that's.
Yeah, please don't.
Hey, come on now. I know. Yeah, there you go. I'm good holding it. Thank you very much.
I do think, like, there are some cards you're like, hey, that's a pretty good-looking card.
Yeah.
And then there's some that are just rare.
Yeah, I would say that's a very aesthetically pleasing-looking card. Nice signature, nice blue Sharpie on there. Really accents the card.
By the way, like, the name Flawless kind of.
Yeah.
It's kind of flashes at you, too, a little bit. I don't know how much.
Reeks class and sophistication.
Yes, very good.
Like, I mean, I can still smell it over here.
That's one way to do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, we're down in DeVilliers House of Cards. This is what we do down here. I mean, we learn about. We are clueless. This whole thing started because we're clueless about this game. Mm-hmm. Casey's not. Casey knows all about it. Mm-hmm. He educates us.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so we'll open some cards coming up here in a little bit. See if we can hit on maybe a $20,000 card and keep it. Maybe that would.
I would enjoy that.
What are you collecting these days? Did you ever get after the soccer stuff or what?
Yeah, I'm heavy on the soccer. That's pretty much all I really care about these days. Amanda likes to open football. She doesn't like to open the soccer because she doesn't know who they are, so I have to tell her, and then she's like artificially excited, which is not as fun for her. But
it's called being a wife sometimes, right? Just kind of
I have to do it, you know. So soccer's where we're locked in at right now.
Sometimes we bring you cards back. Maybe I should bring Amanda some.
She would love it. She loves to open football cards or baseball. She would actually do WWE. There's also Fortnite cards apparently, and Amanda loves Fortnite.
Yeah, so they just told us that they have Fortnite cards here, and I asked like, what are the big ones, and it's kind of hard to decide. So
I don't know about
Fortnite
that either.
Is that a new thing in the card industry?
I think they're pretty new. I think.
Yeah. All right, nothing new here in terms of talking football at 5. Deebo Samuel, the big story. At the end of the day, we talked about this a bunch at the beginning of the show. At the end of the day, is Deebo going to go anywhere? I'm going to go down this checklist. Does
Sure.
Deebo go anywhere, or does he stay in San Fran?
I mean, I think this year I think he stays in San Fran.
Okay. Not on a long-term deal, though, potentially? You think?
I think eventually, maybe even like during the season, they'll figure it out.
By the way, the story that came out, or at least more stories that have come out during our show even, have been that he doesn't want to do that running back stuff.
Yeah.
Like, he'd like to just play wide receiver.
That's fair.
Do you think that's interesting? Like, if you're an athlete, like, why would he not want to
risk of injury?
Be both. Is it because of injury?
Absolutely.
But, I mean, he's got the ball in his hands a lot, though. Like, that's what a guy wants, right?
Sure, but risk of injury. Well, let me ask you this. What is the shelf life of a running back in the NFL?
Yeah, I mean, it can be
for a reason.
4 to 6, 7 years.
Yeah.
And you got longer time as a receiver.
Yep.
But, I mean, when it's time to eat, it's time to eat.
No, I hear you, but, like, longevity and health is big with NFL players. I think that's a big reason why.
All right, how about DK Metcalf? Staying in Seattle, or does he end up somewhere?
I think he stays.
By the way, I think Deebo ends up staying.
Okay.
I do think at this. I think DK would have moved already. Mm-hmm. You've got, like, it's the next week to move.
Yeah.
After that, I mean, unless barring like I'm talking, once we get in the season, then I'll extend it into the trade deadline part
sure.
if there's something going on. Maybe I even always have that. You know me, I have that Labor Day time frame coming into the season.
Oh yeah, you love the Labor Day time frame,
and I'm usually right.
Yep.
I'm not usually right.
I was going to say, are you though? Okay.
I've been right on that one.
Okay,
like once.
Yeah.
So, how about these other guys? Did they get a deal done? A.J. Brown.
Did they get a deal done like by when, Labor Day?
No, did they get a deal done where they eventually stick around in Tennessee, or are they going to just become a soap opera?
I think you definitely need A.J. Brown, yes. I think they get a deal done.
McLaurin.
I think they get a deal done.
Well, so you don't think – so there might be a lot of drama right now, but nothing's moving.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of drama because they're all trying to parlay their advantage to get more money. I think that's all it is right now.
Casey, what do you feel like there will be more movement because it's an in vogue thing that somebody was going to take? I mean, there's a lot of smoke that the Jets could make a move. You brought up Green Bay. I think the odds-on favorite, by the way, to land Deebo is the Colts.
Yeah.
The Colts still could they make a block? I mean, listen, if you offer enough, teams are willing to do something.
No, for sure.
There comes a time where it makes sense.
Yeah.
And there's
people
been
want
so
the Jaguars to
much
offer
movement.
up with stuff.
There's so much. Casey, you believe that stay or go for some of these guys?
Yeah, somebody's going. I think DK stays because I think it would have already happened, and I also get the vibe that like it's just I don't think DK's moving. So I think Samuel's the one that will eventually move. I don't agree. I don't think Terry's leaving either, and then I think A.J. Brown. If the Titans let that happen, then that's just stupidity on their end. But they do have Robert Woods, the boy. But anyway, yeah, I think they're going to have to – I think Deebo's the one that moves. And to your point, I hope it's not the Colts. But, like, if you're the Colts, just everything, all the picks.
Sense.
You know what I mean? Why would you not?
Yeah, like the Colts make a lot of sense. I mean, you're going to go in with Matt Ryan here. How about this? I was thinking about this during the show, guys. What about like an A.J. Brown? Mm-hmm. You say, okay, see you later, and we're going to go get Deebo. Like, could you upgrade? Like one of these spots that has an unhappy guy, go get the other guy.
But who's a better receiver, A.J. Brown or Deebo?
I don't know. I'm just saying, if this guy's not happy, we're going to go get this guy. We think he's just as good or can be just as good, and he'll be a happier fit and blah, blah, blah.
But, like, why isn't A.J. Brown happy?
Well, because apparently he doesn't have his money.
Yeah, so, I mean, if you pay him his money.
Let me ask you this. Would you rather pay A.J. Brown or you rather pay Deebo Samuel?
I think it's a horse apiece.
Do you really? You have a lot of respect for A.J. Brown.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't have as much.
I think he's a good player.
I do too.
But also,
he's
I
probably
think
just a Titan. That's why I don't like him.
Yeah, but I think
also
also
I don't like him.
No, I hear you. But I think also like he started in Tennessee, so like that also means something.
Yeah.
So like even if Samuel was a fraction better than A.J. Brown, which he very well might be, I mean the fact that you drafted him and you want to maintain your star players, I think it's also a point as well.
The crazy thing about Deebo Samuel here and all this conversation, guys, is that he made himself into this star, or not just him, but Shanahan in San Francisco, with his ability to do both. And I understand you say, hey, listen, he's still a very good receiver. Yeah, he is a very good receiver. But he became one of the most dynamic playmakers in the game because of his ability to do both, to scare you from both spots. If he doesn't want to do that, is he really worth the dollar value, the trade compensation value, to do just one thing and make him happy?
Absolutely. Well, because if we're talking about Tennessee, you're not going to have a running back.
Yeah, or even Indianapolis.
Or Indianapolis, yeah. So, I mean, I think definitely. Like, as a wide receiver, I do think he is – I mean, I think top 10's fair. I think top 8 would be fair right now with Deebo Samuel. So I think he's definitely worth it.
That's interesting. I don't know if I feel the same way. Like, if I want Deebo Samuel here in Jacksonville, I'm saying I want the guy that I can move around and use in spots. That's where I think he's the most dangerous. If I want him in New York, I want him because of that. If I want Deebo Samuel, am I willing to trade as much, do as much for Deebo just the wide receiver? Sure, it doesn't. It's to me, it's not as sexy as doing all the other stuff.
But like once again, like New York has Saquon, Jacksonville has Travis Etienne and James Robinson. So like how much theoretically could you ask him to do in the backfield?
Yeah, maybe not a lot. But
yeah.
So maybe if you work something out, if you were one of those teams, I was thinking the Jets too, by the way. But if you were one of those teams, like. Do you say, hey, man, we won't use you 20% of the time back there, but you still got to be a threat back there. That makes you even better at wide receiver? Or are you just going to be like, nope, your running days are over?
I mean, I think it's kind of he wants to play wide receiver. He was drafted as a wide receiver. I don't think I'll just put him at wide receiver because I do think he's a top 8 wide receiver.
Do you really?
I mean, who do you think is like? Do you think there's 7 players or more players that are better than him?
All right, let's do it.
I mean, we got a competition now. All right, Devontae, Cooper Kupp. DeAndre Hopkins.
Yep.
I'm not going to say A.J. Brown because I think it's a horse apiece.
I wouldn't
Justin
even put
Jefferson.
A.J. Brown. Justin Jefferson, that's good.
Jamar Chase.
Jamar Chase.
Okay, Jamar Chase.
You taking Jamar Chase or Deebo?
Okay, Jamar Chase.
Jamar Chase, yeah.
How about
Jamar
DK
Chase.
Metcalf? No?
I think it's close.
Okay.
Yeah.
How about McLaurin?
I think McLaurin, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
It's 6. Tyreek Hill.
Tyreek Hill.
Stephon Diggs.
He makes me think on the Diggs front.
I mean, when he's on, he's on. I think it's comparable. I think Michael Thomas is comparable right now.
Mike Evans.
A healthy Mike Evans.
Mike Evans?
Mike Evans.
Better than Deebo Samuel? Heck yeah. As a receiver only.
Okay.
That's 8, just so we're clear.
Yeah, and we got a couple of fringe guys.
Okay.
And probably missing one. I mean, listen. I'm not telling. Just because it's not top 8. I think it was a good thought. Can you roll off a couple? And then I think the Diggs of the world, the Metcalfs of the world. I think they're maybe in the same arena.
You could sprinkle
Depends
them
on who you want.
Yeah.
Who's in Denver?
I got Cortland Sutton, Judy.
Sutton. Sorry. Am I missing one? Yeah. Who's the other guy they signed? Hamler.
KJ Hamler, Tim Patrick.
And Patrick. Patrick's the guy actually I was thinking of that they signed. Man, they do have a lot of receivers over there. So, anyway, I guess the moral of that story is what makes him better than other guys, what makes you think about the other guys, is his ability to be used out of the backfield. Like, that's what made him so dynamic. I'm not saying he's a bad receiver, but he makes the people that just all day today that have just blushed over Deebo Samuel are thinking of the Deebo Samuels that San Francisco made into a superstar over the last 2 months of last season. And does his value come down a little bit if you just put him at the receiver spot? I think it does.
Yeah.
Now, it doesn't make you bad. I just think his value comes down if that's all you're going to play him there.
And you know how I feel about it in terms of the Jaguars fans blushing over him. To me, it makes zero sense whatsoever. Not only from a revenue standpoint of how much money you're willing to spend at the wide receiver position, but also, like, I've seen so many people and so many mock drafts say, hey, if you get Tyler Linderbaum in the second round, you take him. Right? Would you agree with that? Or not?
Would I take Linderbaum?
Yeah, in the second round.
I don't think I could hammer the pick.
Yeah.
I get what they're doing. It seems like good value. Center is going to be a position to need. That could be a 10-year guy.
Yeah.
And he beat Tristan Wirfs in high school wrestling championships.
Exactly. So you definitely consider taking Tyler Linderbaum in the second round if he was to drop to you. And I think a lot of Jaguars fans would be okay with that. Even be okay with, maybe not taking a wide receiver in the second round. So then what are we really talking about when we talk about a guy like Deebo Samuel, who maybe is not even a top 8 wide receiver, but you have a guy like J.C. Treader last year who absolutely put on at the center position, and nobody talks about the Jaguars trying to sign him.
Yeah.
So there you go.
This guy actually does tweet. It's a pretty good tweet. I don't know, to a Joe Marino, not related to Dan, I don't think, but he's from, let's see, it looks like the Draft Network. And it's a pretty good tweet because PFF has this is from Tom Pelissero, right, on Rich Eisen's show today. He says Deebo Samuel wants to be true wide receiver, not a running back wide receiver hybrid. And so this guy, Joe Marino, says, people are obsessed with finding the next Deebo Samuel, but Deebo Samuel doesn't even want to be Deebo Samuel.
Nobody wants to be Deebo Samuel. No one wants to put themselves at risk like that. Come on.
That's a pretty good quote.
I love it.
All right, we take a break. Action Sports Shacks on ESPN 690. We're live from Divoli's House of Cards. I'm going to open up some basketball cards. We got some golf picks. It's tandem golf. Get ready.
Oh, it's tandem?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. I don't even know what that means.
By the way,
it's two of them, so like they're teams?
There were a lot of folks that were
Bob
a little
Barker
disappointed that your Shock Your Mock didn't have anything to do with the date today. Instead, it had to do with anime. Maybe the two are tied together anyway.
Oh, they could be in terms of 420. Yeah. No, I mean, did you break down 420 on your golf podcast today?
I did not, but
yeah.
maybe you'll
see. We don't cater to the audience
for your picks.
I just might do that. I just might do that.
We'll be back. Action Sports Shacks on ESPN 690.
Now, the First Alert forecast on ESPN 690.
A little breezy into this evening. Otherwise, another nice night tonight at a fair. Partly cloudy skies dropping into the 50s. Partly sunny and mild tomorrow. A little breezy at times. Your Thursday high in the mid-70s. From the CBS 47 at Fox 30 Action News Jax First Alert Weather Center, I'm Chief Meteorologist Mike Burrish.
The Weather Center is brought to you by Beards Diamonds. Don't miss the buy one, get one free on wedding band event going on now until this Sunday at Beards Diamonds.
The legendary Acura Integra is back at your First Coast Acura dealers. Click or call to pre-order yours today. Supply is limited, so don't wait. Pre-order the next generation 2023 Integra at firstcoastacuradealers.com.
If you're like me, you're getting a little older and, well, you can feel it. Sometimes you need that back adjusted, maybe a little bit of massage therapy as well. 904 Chiropractic and Injury Center is the place I go. If you need a wellness consultation to even protect from injury, you can do all of that and more at 904 Chiropractic and Injury Center. 3 locations on the south side in St. Augustine and the newest location on the west side. If you've had a personal injury due to an accident, look up 904chiro.com. If you need massage therapy or an adjustment, just look up 904chiro.com.
Men, did you know that over half of all males suffer from ED or PE?
Ladies, your man should talk to the specialists at Prime Men's Medical Center.
If Viagra, Cialis, or Levitra have let you down,
men are now lasting 30, 60, 90 minutes or longer, and it's affordable.
For a private consultation at Prime Men's Medical Center, call 904-664-8217.
See results on your first visit, guaranteed, or pay nothing.
Call 904-664-8217.
I was advised by the guys on the show that I needed more swag. They didn't like my gas station sunglasses, and I'm not spending hundreds of dollars on sunglasses. Then I found Shady Rays. Fit, style, and performance without the big brand price tag and plenty of swag. How about this? If you lose or break your pair of Shady Rays, they send you a brand new pair. No worries on the golf course, fishing, or even on the beach. Every set of sunglasses bought means 10 meals to fight hunger in America as well. Make an impact with your purchase. Go to ShadyRays.com right now. Use the code BRENT for 50% off 2 or more pair of Shady Rays sunglasses.
Quitting tobacco isn't easy. In all honesty, it's a very hard thing to do. The good news is Tobacco Free Florida is here to help you quit your way. When you call Tobacco Free Florida's phone quit service at 1-877-YOU-CAN-NOW, you'll connect to a quit coach who will help you assess your addiction. You may also qualify for free nicotine patches or gum. So call us at 1-877-YOU-CAN-NOW to double your chances of success. No judgments. Just help.
By now, you've heard all of our ads. America's largest injury law firm. It means that when you hire us, you get a legal army. When it comes to law, size matters. Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Southern Recipe
pork rinds. Southern Recipe pork rinds have the bacony crunch you crave in a protein-packed, low-carb snack. They're the pork rind that tastes best for just about any event. Southern Recipe pork rinds are also low-sugar, gluten-free, and naturally loaded in collagen, so it's a no-brainer. Get through the daily grind with Southern Recipe pork rinds at southernrecipe.com today.
Southern Recipe pork rinds.
Available in the snack aisle at your local racetrack today.
Get help managing your money for the life and years ahead.
With Fidelity Income Planning, we'll look at what you've saved, what you'll need, and build a straightforward plan to generate income, even when you're not working. A plan that gives you the chance to grow your savings and create cash flow that lasts. Plus, you can start, stop, or adjust your plan at any time without the unnecessary fees. Talk to us today so we can help you go from saving to living. Fidelity Brokerage Services, member NYSE SIPC.
Hey, welcome back to Voley's House of Cards, the place to be, the place we're at on Wednesdays, Action Sports Jacks on ESPN 690. Brent Martineau, Austin Lane off to train, and we'll be back at it in the studio tomorrow as well, 3 to 6. An exciting week. Jacksonville Icemen go tomorrow night. First game of that 7-game set. Good to have Jacob Fran from the Icemen on earlier today. Ronald Acuna Jr. continues to be in town, and he will be here seemingly for the rest of the week over at the baseball grounds. So go check out the games the rest of the week. They played an afternoon game today, so they'll be home and on ESPN 690 the next few days coming up. We do have our golf picks on the way. And we also have to open up some cards on the way because we didn't do that last week. And, well, we're addicted to opening up some cards. A lot of football talk on the show, a lot of Deebo Samuel-centric talk. Tomorrow will be actually full countdown on to the NFL draft as we become a week away. Seems like the odds-on favorite for the Jags now, it's either Hutchinson or Walker. I mean, that's about it. It's Hutchinson or Walker. Everybody can complain about the offensive line or somebody else or why is Thibodeau dropped. It's Hutchinson or Walker, unless they trade out, which, again, I'm pretty convinced isn't going to happen, and so are you, I think, if you're being honest with yourself. Casey, let's go with the golf picks in just a moment, but first let's get on Captain Rick Riles, Florida Sportsman Fishing Report. Captain Rick, what's happening here on a Wednesday?
How we doing, Brent?
We're doing fantastic.
Good. Hey, I got a question for you. I've often wondered, I wonder what kind of teammates Acuna Jr. makes when he comes down to Double-A.
That's a great
question.
question.
I wonder how they fit in. I often wondered, you see some of these great superstars that they're not demoted. It's a rehab assignment. But I wonder how they treat the Double-A players while they're down there.
That's a great question, Captain Rick. We were talking about this a little bit yesterday when I was over at the baseball grounds. There are stories of, I think first of all, I think there's probably a litany of stories that when guys come down for rehab assignments of them, like whether it's getting the most expensive beer for the clubhouse or a better food or whatever it might be. But then there was also some good stories, I think, behind the scenes of when Deebo played in the minors, that he would do some things because Deebo had made his money, right? Deebo was in a different tax bracket than a lot of those guys trying to make it to the big leagues. And now Deebo all of a sudden was riding a bus, and making these 6-8 hour bus rides where he could have flown a private jet, to get to these games. No, he wouldn't have done that, but you get my point. And so I would say, now I don't know what Acuna Jr. does. I don't know if they feel like they have to do anything. But I think the point is they get it, they understand it, and if there's an opportunity to do something, I bet they do.
If you get a chance this week, I'm a big Trey Gowdy fan, and if you get a chance, listen to Trey Gowdy. He spent about 45 minutes with Tim Tebow. It'll just lighten your load. It'll make you feel better. Hey, I tell you what, we could use some lightening of the winds today around Jacksonville, no doubt about that. Another very, very windy day. The ocean's closed. The boats are not able to get offshore. It's all inshore fishing right now. But for the guys that were red fishing today, they were happy with that. The wind was hard to manage, but the fish were biting really, really good. Talked to several guys that had 8 or 10 reds today and fishing right through the strength of that 25-mile-an-hour wind. Now, it's the way it's going to be for another day or so. I got to tell you, Brent, this is the windiest April that I can remember. It seems like we've been at the dock almost all month. It was a very cruel, fickle finger of fate that threw us a whole lot of mahi on the one calm day that we had last week and then said, well, good, we're glad you enjoyed that. You can't come back for a few weeks. So we'll have to watch the weather, and we'll just have to bring you an update tomorrow with another fishing report brought to you by Workman's Quick Fix Plumbing and CSS Landscaping. Thank you, boys.
Thanks, Captain Rick. Appreciate it. Have a good one. Florida Sports and Fishing Report each and every day. Action Sports Jacks on ESPN 690 in the 5 o'clock hour. And then 7 a.m.s on Saturday mornings. Catch the fellas talking fishing on ESPN 690. Brent Martineau, Casey Kurtz. We're live at Davoli's House of Cards. I think Captain Rick, by the way, is I don't know if he's correct in saying it's like one of the windiest Aprils ever. I agree with him, though. It has been windier than normal, it feels like. Although I did ask our First Alert meteorologists on the TV side, and they said that's pretty typical for this time of year. I don't know, man. It felt a lot windier so far these last few weeks. So I don't know how you measure that. You know, Casey, you can measure rain.
True.
But I don't know how, and you can say, okay, we had 8 inches at the airport, so that means it's the third rainiest month on record or something.
Yeah. No.
I don't know how you measure, the windiest month on record.
I can tell you how. You have a tree in your backyard that could crush your whole house that is borderline going to fall, and every time it gets windy, you say, oh, this is it, and you start moving stuff out of those rooms that could get crushed by the tree. And we've done that about 4 times this month. So I can tell you there's been 4 times it's been windy enough to knock over a tree.
Oh, you don't want to hear that crack.
No, I don't want to deal with it at all, and I want the HOA to deal with it, but they won't return my letters. So...
You're writing letters to the HOA. That's a flex right there. I like that because they're usually writing letters to you.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
So when you can hammer back at the HOA, I'll start writing letters on your behalf. I hate the HOA.
Yeah, hate them. You know what I'm saying? I need this tree gone because it's in the common area. But I'm telling you, this is a big tree, crushing the house big. I'm not kidding. And we need it moved, and they just won't do it. So I'm telling them to do it, and, it's a big argument back and forth. But we're going to get this tree moved.
I don't just hate my HOA, and I don't hate a lot of things. I hate everybody's HOA.
Yeah,
I don't care if you pay $75 a month or $575 a month.
Yep. I don't know
Doesn't
what we
mean
pay.
I hate you if you're on the HOA, but I just hate the HOA in general.
Yeah, I don't blame you. It's a racket.
It is. It's dumb.
Yep.
Anyway, I hope the tree doesn't fall. And by the way, this might be a really good opportunity to maybe get an endorsement for you, tree falls or not.
That's true. If you cut down trees, please hit my line. Okay, we'll work you out a sweet deal here on the radio if you can get rid of the tree. I promise you.
Call to action.
I might not even charge you, to be honest. I'm not going to tell the corporate that, but I just need this tree gone. Okay.
All right, we're at the Zurich Classic. We talked a little bit about it today on our Dream 18 show. That precedes here our Action Sports Jacks on ESPN 690 show at the Davoli's House of Cards on Wednesdays at 2 o'clock. Zurich Classic, kind of a fun event, right? A little different where you partner up with a buddy and may the best team win.
Yeah, it's a good event in New Orleans. There's always a gator or two on the course that has to be moved, which is, not a problem for guys like Billy Horschel, but others that haven't encountered gators, it may be a bit of a problem. Scores are always low. Team event. It's always good to see the guys kind of acting friendly out there with their teammates. So it's a good event for sure.
All right. What do you look for in this event? Like I said earlier today on the show, Billy Horschel has had success here in this event. In fact, he's got some pretty good odds with Sam Burns.
It's a great pairing.
It's a good pairing. So what do you look for? What are you thinking?
Yeah, I think with this kind of event, you like to see the teams that stay together. Sam Burns and Billy Horschel are a team that stays together. They finished 4th last year. So that's something you look for, in my opinion. Obviously, there's first of all, whoever plays with Ryan Palmer is going to do well because Ryan Palmer always has the number 1 player in the world with him.
He does. Why is that?
He's a good recruiter, I guess. Somebody should hire him to coach college football because this dude's a menace at recruiting.
It's amazing.
So that, you look for something like that. But at the end of the day, you just need birdies. This is a golf course where it goes low. The team element helps. But what I'm looking for at least is team that's been together, check, has done well, also check. So I'll take Danny Willett and Terrell Hatton. They finished 8th last year.
Wow.
Danny Willett, I'm just going to put it frank, man, if you're listening, I hate to say it, but he doesn't play well at a lot of courses. This happens to be one of them, so you got to get him on a course he actually makes the cut on. Terrell Hatton's good everywhere, so I'll take Terrell Hatton and Danny Willett.
I like that. It's really interesting to me as I look at some of these names. You got Bubba Watson playing, right? Rumors of the Saudi League.
Right.
You got Ian Poulter teaming up with Shane Lowry. Again, Saudi League. Rumors. Are we seeing some of these guys maybe for the last time on the PGA Tour?
It's a good question. Yeah, we'll have to see.
Yeah, I don't know when that cutoff is and when that could take place or how quickly this is going to manifest, but we could be. I'll go a little outside the box. It's not like a super long odds. But I'm going to go I really was thinking Varner and Watson, but how about Max Homa and Taylor Gooch?
Okay. I'm
Homa
with it.
and Gooch. Gooch is playing sneaky good, right? Like just everywhere.
Yeah, no, he's he's been very good. And to the point I was trying to make, that's a team that's been together. They played together last year. Gooch is very good. I struggle with Homa outside of the state of California because I'm serious. If you look at his stats in California and outside, it's insane. But he's coming into his own. He's won a couple of times. He's figuring it out how to play in other states around the United States, which is obviously a good thing. But I like Gooch. I like they're a team that's been together, top 20 last year. So, yeah, I like it.
I don't know. I like Homa because I feel like he's got personality because of his social media, impact. And in this kind of setting, you just wonder if personality can help and win the day a little bit. And so we'll take a little flyer on that. By the way, Austin had to go train, and he's got Cam Smith and Leishman who won this thing. So he's going kind of chalky here. They won this thing last year.
Oh, so he left. He's probably outside. Look out the window. I know they got big windows there at Davoli's. He's probably out there on the chalk coloring.
Yes,
on the sidewalk with the chalk.
Actually, now I see him.
Yeah.
Yes.
There he is. He's drawing things.
He's actually doing yoga while coloring in the chalk.
Yep.
Getting ready for his workout tonight.
Yep. It's unbelievable, this guy. He picks chalk and leaves. Unbelievable.
How's a chalk and walk?
That's a good one. That is true. That is what he did. Tell you what.
We got a new, on our golf pick segment, it's the chalk and walk move.
Oh, my goodness. By the way, Brent, you smell that? Smells like me getting closer to you in the points.
There you go. Yeah, good luck.
I'm only like 1,000 points out now.
You might want to win one.
I get that. But, long season, 3 majors to go. I'm still in it.
Yeah, you are still in it. Never out of it. Well, eventually. Yeah. Never will win the day. But, hey, we will take a break. Action Sports Jacks on ESPN 690 live from Davoli's House of Cards. Somebody's got to open some cards with me. There's a little dude in here. Maybe he'll come join me. Maybe Mark Davoli will join me. We'll make you jealous while we open cards, Casey.
Good. Great.
It's on the way. And don't forget, we have Action Sports Jacks OT on the horizon. That is Casey Kurtz and Brian Middleton. And no shrimp game later tonight because, they already played today and they won 9-1. Your official station of the Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp right here on ESPN 690. We'll be right back from Davoli's House of Cards.
What's up? It's Casey. Check out the podcast Action Sports Jacks on ESPN 690 wherever you get your podcasts to make sure you don't miss moments like this.
Word is you have a new nickname around this place.
Sure do, Brent. Because
Or do you like it? Nicknames are good sometimes.
Yeah. Well, so like how when it's your birthday coming up, which it's my birthday month or whatever, like they kind of give you a little heads up. And I appreciate all the work that they do and everything. But when they say November birthdays and it's Austin Lane and this must be Thanksgiving themed, AKA free range hot buns. you guys like that? Is that good for you?
Voted best gift of the year for golfers by the ESPN 690 Golf Enthusiast Review Board. Want to make the golfer in your life love you even more? Order the 2022 ESPN Dream 18 card for just $69. Big discounts on golf all year. Golf courses are raising their rates with the recent boom. The Dream 18 card has even more value now. For less than dinner for 2 at your favorite upscale restaurant, you will receive tremendously discounted rounds at some of the area's best golf courses. Golf Club at Southampton, St. John's Golf and Country Club, Hidden Hills, Osprey Cove, the Yards added this year, Amelia River Golf Club, Eagle Landing, Fleming Island Golf Club, and Queens Harbor Yacht and Country Club. Plus, you'll receive a free smoothie from Smoothie King, a free hat from Dome Hats, a free shirt at Baker's Sports, and a discount on a purchase at Palm Beach Autographs. Play 2 rounds of golf, and the card pays for itself. $69, that's it. Some of the proceeds go to the Dream 18 charity as well. Buy the card at ActionSportsJacksDream18.com. Supplies are limited. Go to ActionSportsJacksDream18.com.
Hey, Mike, what are you doing way up on that ladder? You're going to hurt yourself.
Oh, I'm trying to unclog these gutters.
That's smart. I had water damage from my gutters last year. It cost me $10,000.
Wait, $10,000?
Yeah, and from over here, it looks like water's been pouring over your clogged gutters, and it's probably doing real damage to your foundation. You need to do what I did. Get off the ladder and call Leaf Filter.
Yeah, but I need to get these gutters flowing now.
That's why you need to call Leaf Filter. They'll clean and realign your gutters and install their exclusive micro mesh screen system so nothing gets gets in your gutters except water.
So Leaf Filter protects my house from damage and means no more gutter cleaning for me?
Bingo! Plus, Leaf Filter has an industry-leading lifetime warranty, so your gutters are covered for life.
Thanks, Frank. I'm calling Leaf Filter today.
Don't go another day with your home unprotected. Call 1-844-300-LEAF or go to tryleaffilter.com for your free gutter inspection. Call 1-844-300-LEAF or go to tryleaffilter.com right now for an extra 15% savings. Call 1-844-300-LEAF or go to tryleaffilter.com. That's 1-844-300-LEAF.
This year, CGC Water Treatment is celebrating 75 years in business. Put their experience to work for you, like my family did. Discover how good your water can be with a new Connecticut softener and drinking water system. Connecticut's twin tank, non-electric softeners are the most efficient softeners available, and their drinking water systems remove up to 99% of contaminants. That's clean water. If you're not filtering your water, you are the filter. Don't be the filter. Call today and save hundreds on a new Connecticut system. Financing available with approved credit. And because the professionals at CGC Water are committed to being your go-to water experts, you can trust their master plumber with all your plumbing needs as well. Call 904-552-1242 or visit cgcwater.com. That's 904-552-1242 or visit cgcwater.com. I'm a proud customer of many years of CGC Water Treatment, and they are proud partners of the Jacksonville Jaguars. CGC Water Treatment, your local independent Connecticut dealer.
For seniors, staying healthy can be complicated, but one of the easiest routes to good health is prevention. No matter what our community's current COVID-19 infection rates are, getting your booster shot now is a smart way to protect yourself from severe illness later. ElderSource encourages people 65 and up to get a safe, free COVID-19 booster. For more information, visit myeldersource.org or call the ElderSource helpline at 888-242-4464.
If you have certain chronic conditions such as
heart disease,
asthma, diabetes, and you're 19 years of age or older,
52,
36, 42, you may be at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine, a Pfizer vaccine that can help protect against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. The most commonly reported side effect was pain at the injection site. For additional common side effects and full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
I'm going to ask my doctor
about getting vaccinated
with Prevnar 20.
ESPN 690 proudly celebrates our neighbors of all abilities, and we need your help. Join us in supporting businesses around town who employ those with autism, Down syndrome, and other IDDs this Shopability Saturday, April 30th. Check out the full list of participants at connectablejacks.com.
Monday, Game 4, Nets-Celtics now looms as the most realistic target date for Ben Simmons to return. That's based on the work he's done so far this week and then how they expect him to accelerate here in the coming days. They've not ruled out a Game 3 on Saturday, but the expectation is that Monday makes the most sense right now. Ben Simmons continues to make this progress. He's been able to play pain-free. They still want to see more from him in these workouts. There's an acceleration that's going on for Ben Simmons.
I don't know who that is, but Ben Simmons, progression, like that sounds like an oxymoron.
Did you catch like all the random music that was in there?
That was that? I thought it was you.
I thought it was me too. So I'm like looking around, see if something else played on the computer. No, they were just playing like the greatest song of all time that had 6 different beats on whatever show Woj was on. By the way, that was Woj. So okay, cool.
Is Ben Simmons going to make an impact in this playoffs?
I mean, they have to win. Like he's supposed to. It says that Game 4 is a possibility, but they're not gonna. No, I say no if they can't win a series. Like, you can't put him out there for 30 minutes against a team that you need him against in the Celtics. So, I'd say unless they win, he's just chilling.
All right, Casey, here's the deal.
Right.
If you look on our video feeds right now, we've got Blake here sitting next to me.
What up, Blake?
Does not look like Austin. That's
Hello.
11-year-old Blake. Blake, by the way, just bought like a grab bag.
Okay.
And he pulled what card did you pull? Well, first, before this one.
I pulled a 2019-2020 Zion Williamson.
Williamson. All right.
Williamson.
That's okay.
Rookie card.
Yeah, so it was
Okay.
like $50, right? So then he said, hey, I'm going to gamble, and I want to do this again. So he bought another one or two, whatever, and he ends up with Ja Morant. Look at the card, Casey. He's showing it to you. Ja Morant card worth about $100. That was a good gamble by Blake.
Yeah, nice job.
Teaching the kids early to gamble.
Yeah, I love it. You know what I'm saying? That's all I do every day. So yeah.
We said the NBA playoffs are hot, so we said let's open up some NBA cards today on the show. Action Sports Shacks on ESPN 690. 2020-21 trading cards. Optic Donruss.
Okay.
You down with that?
Yeah, that's good.
It looks like the Miami Vice uniforms on the package.
It does.
I mean, that's Luka, but yeah. Okay.
Well, no,
cool.
I'm just saying like the pink and
Oh, okay, yeah.
aqua.
Better. Okay. Makes more sense now.
Okay, so we're going to do a pack battle.
Right.
We do numbers a lot, but Blake was like, let's just see who's got the better card.
Oh.
And so you're going to have to be the judge.
Okay.
Because we don't know what every card's
Sure.
worth, right?
Yeah, reasonable.
So I got Josh Jackson.
That's
I got
not it.
rated rookie Isaiah Stewart. I got Draymond Green. And how about a Luka Doncic splash? Oh, that
Okay.
looks like such a nice card, too. But it's probably not worth that much.
Oh, no, that's good. That's a hollow. That's good.
Oh, that's good.
That's good.
Say it's good. All right. What you
All
got,
right.
Blake?
I got a Jeremy Grant from the Pistons. I got an R.J. Barrett from the Knicks. Rated rookie Cassius Stanley. And a My House LeBron James.
Ooh. LeBron James or Doncic splash?
I'm not going to lie to you because the Doncic is hollow. It would be Doncic. And
Okay.
I'm not playing favorites here. I hate to tell you, Blake.
No, you just
believe me,
gotta- hey,
Brent is
listen.
not my favorite. I just got to call it as I see it.
Yeah, Blake, Casey would have liked to see me lose.
But believe me, I would.
But listen, this is business, all right? I mean, I'm not taking it easy on 11-year-olds. I mean, we play to win.
We do.
Around here.
That's what we do.
Eric Pascal, Anthony Edwards rated rookie.
Blake, you're in trouble, man.
Oh, Mark Davoli. I said, what am I looking for? I said, what about Anthony Edwards? He said, yeah, that would be good.
Yeah, that's good.
What do you have? I'm still bragging about this. You have Joel Embiid.
I got Joel Embiid, R.J. Hampton rated rookie, James Harden, and I got a Ricky Rubio purple something.
All right, not bad. I also got Zach Collins and Mike Conley in here, but who cares because I got Anthony Edwards.
Yeah, you're going to win that one again, Brent, unfortunately.
I know. That's all right. I'm going to let Blake keep his cards. I'm not taking his because I know I've got the good ones. So,
well,
like,
you know.
as long as I don't have to give my good ones up, I'm going to have Blake keep his.
Blake, listen, any
a
LeBron
parting
James is
gift.
good. I'm telling you that the LeBron James is still good.
Blake, I don't want to make you cry, but I'm going to start
jeez.
talking like really trash here in a minute.
Did you get his parents' permission for getting on the radio?
I don't even know how Blake got here. Like, we think he drove a car. Like,
What?
And he's 11, and he just walked in. Like, I don't even know where his mom and dad are.
Blake, how did you
right
get
down
here?
the road, right there.
Before I know it, like, I'm probably bringing this kid home or something. Like, I don't even know.
Don't say
Like,
that. Don't say that. You know what
No,
I'm
my
saying?
mom's.
Well, I mean, I'm dropping him off at his
Hey,
house.
that's
or
better.
something.
My
Like, I'm
sister,
like a
my
chauffeur.
sister's at ballet down the road.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
She's
okay.
at ballet. I got you. Hey, by the way, that's a veteran move by an 11-year-old coming over to the card shop
Yeah, that is
while
good.
your sister's at ballet.
Yeah, well done. You're already a
That
winner,
is
Blake. I
really-
tell you what.
I mean, you really are already a winner. And you can go home. Now, I might get a phone call later that said, like, you say, I was on ESPN 690 with Brent and Casey, and your parents will be like, you did what?
She's probably looking for me. Where are you?
All right, I got Brooke Lopez, Bojan Bogdanovic. How about Peyton Pritchard? He plays for the Celtics, by the way. Rated
Yeah.
rookie. And Kawhi Leonard, T-321.
I got a Jason Tatum, Chris Paul, rated rookie Theo Maledon, and a splash Chris Middleton.
Yeah, that one's going to you, Blake. Those cards are
got
going
that
to you.
one, Blake. All right, Blake. One more pack to open. You can open it.
All right.
That's your.
I need something good. I need like a.
Who else are we looking for in here other than? Maybe like a ball, right?
Yeah, LaMelo.
If I can get something that's like another LeBron James, something like that, I think it'd be like a tie.
He's trying to negotiate.
Woo! Malcolm Brogdon, don't know him. Steph Curry.
There you go.
That's good.
Rated rookie Saban Lee, and a winner stays Ray Allen.
Yeah. Well, all right.
I
Those are good cards.
I got two of the best 3-point shooters in the.
That's true.
Hey,
I did.
Hey, I'm impressed. The Ray Allen knowledge there.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually a good call. Yeah.
That's really that's good stuff. All right, you can have all the rest of them.
What?
But you can't have the two good ones.
That'll
right.
Yeah.
Doncic. Well, Casey will get mad at me if I give you the Anthony Edwards.
I don't care.
And Luka Doncic. But those are good cards.
Well done, Blake.
I don't know a lot about basketball. I just play in my front yards.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh,
hey, that's about
good.
the rest of us.
If it was
do that,
baseball, I would definitely crush you.
Oh! Oh!
Hey, Blake, we're here every Wednesday. And by the way, my co-host is 6'6", 245. We'll see how much trash you're talking to him.
Yeah.
All right. Ballet class might be over for your sister, so you probably should go soon. All right, Blake.
over.
Good work, man.
See ya.
That was fun.
Mm-hmm.
Good job. You got it. 690. That's your radio debut.
Way to go,
And
Blake.
we're getting little kids on the ESPN 690.
Again, phrasing for sure, but
What's that?
Just think about kind of how you're saying these things, you know? just think about it a little more when we're talking about children. But yeah, it's all good.
Blake was good, man.
Blake was good, you know?
He was comfortable.
He really was. He was not even slightly worried.
He's still talking about how he's going to beat me in the baseball.
I like him. I think we should sign him to the contributor role on Wednesdays around this time.
All right, so I might have to bring you, or maybe Amanda this time, back some cards.
You know.
What is she? What ones again?
Football. You know, whatever football you got.
Football. All right.
That's
anyway,
Amanda's
that was
thing.
fun. How good is that poll, by the way?
Good. You did well, Brent. I'm pleasantly surprised. Edwards is good. I don't know, who paid for the box or if you're actually leaving with those cards, but Edwards is good, and then Hollow Luka's good because he's one of the best players in the league. So you did well.
All right. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right, you guys, what do you got coming up at Action Sports Shacks OT? I saw you tease something with Middleton and had something to do with, like, nobody else in the world has done it.
Yeah, so not one person ever on the planet Earth has gone and got a passport when they didn't have a trip planned. Talked to Brian yesterday. He said, hey, I'm going to get my passport tomorrow on my weekend because that's technically his weekend. So I just told him that could never people don't do that. That's not a regular thing that you do. So I got a few texts from him today during his passport appointment that apparently it did not go well. So we're going to have to get an update on that. And then at some point in time in the next hour, we will talk sports. Unconfirmed when, but the passport thing is really top of mind, in my opinion.
Wow, that's pretty interesting. So he went to get a passport, but he doesn't have plans to use the passport.
Nope. He as he described it, he's a planner.
Yeah, well, that's good. I mean, you got to be prepared.
Nope. It's dumb.
Yep.
He wasted a couple hours getting a passport that he doesn't need. Okay? It's just not intelligent.
He might have wanted to do the what's that? Where, like, the fast pass, basically.
Oh yeah, like Disney
at the
World.
Airport.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but what's the one in the airport?
Oh,
I'm blanking on it that I have. It's
pre-check.
Really good. The pre-check, yeah.
Oh, you have
TSA
pre-check.
pre-check.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You should do that instead of the passport. I'd start there. Maybe he already has it.
Who knows?
Ask him.
Yeah, I will ask him.
on
Believe me, I will ask him that and some other things to do with sports for sure at some point.
Yeah. A lot of sports talk coming up. A lot of fun today here at the Tivoli's House of Cards, of course. And we'll be back in the studio tomorrow. Action Sports Shacks on ESPN 690. A week away from the draft. Is it really just Hutchinson or Walker? And where are the Jags' biggest deficiencies going into this draft? Some of the topics tomorrow on the show until something else breaks and another, receiver or player is unhappy with their current situation like Deebo Samuel was today. Thanks, everybody, here at the Tivoli's House of Cards, down 210 St. Johns County, right off 95. Come on out. Visit us. We're here every Wednesday, 3 to 6. Action Sports Shacks OT coming up next. Casey Kurtz, Brian Middleton, right here on ESPN 690.
Cutting the price of your wireless bill feels good, really good. Actually, it feels great. You should try it out. So cut your bill by switching to Straight Talk Wireless, now offering our $45 Silver Unlimited plan with 5 gigabytes of hotspot and nationwide 5G on America's largest, most dependable networks. The $45 Silver Unlimited plan from Straight Talk. Straight Talk Wireless. No contract, no compromise.
A month equals 30 days. See terms and conditions at straighttalk.com. 5G capable device required. Actual availability, coverage, and speed may vary.
From installing a smart garage door opener to installing a bathroom faucet, to removing a tree, the Home Depot believes you can do anything, especially the things we have how-to guides for. Visit HomeDepot.com for thousands of tips, workshops, and ideas for projects, big and small. The Home Depot app. How doers get more done.
Recently, a new client called me and started by saying, "Mr. Morgan, I really need your help, but I'm just a nobody." Those words stunned me, and I immediately called him back, and we're now helping him and his family after a terrible accident. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Everybody who comes to our firm at their time of need is a somebody. I grew up poor, but my grandmother was like a queen to us. At Morgan & Morgan, our goal is to level the playing field for you and your family at your time of need. The insurance company has unlimited money and resources. You need a firm who can fight them toe-to-toe. For right at 30 years, we have fought them in courtrooms throughout America. Our results speak for themselves. And always remember this, everybody is a somebody, and nobody is a nobody. Visit forthepeople.com to learn about our firm. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Injured? Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
It's no secret that DIY security systems are a joke, and no self-respecting crook pays attention to them. Most police departments don't either. SafeTouch security systems are the most advanced systems offered, and this starts with every SafeTouch system being professionally designed using layers of protection. To start with, the SafeTouch yard sign. It represents the only guaranteed response in the industry. The next is the SafeTouch perimeter guard cameras using analytics and text video notification. You know before the crime actually happens. And there's 24/7 onboard video storage. But it doesn't stop there. SafeTouch's always-on feature means that if anyone tries to violate your area of protection, SafeTouch is notified before they even enter the house. It's called the Dome of Protection. If they're crazy enough to enter the home, SafeTouch's two-way communicator has them on an average of 11 seconds, eliminating the need for call verification and sending emergency help immediately. All this costs less than you think. Call for your free estimate and demonstration today. 888-723-8682. SafeTouch.com. State license number EF0000233.
You know what's great about getting older? The toys are way cooler. Spring is here, and it's playtime. Yeah! And One-to-One Financial, Jacksonville's hometown credit union, has slash loan rates across the board on all the toys. Motorcycles, jet skis, boats, RVs, ATVs, even golf carts. And it's fun and potentially dangerous. One-to-One Financial has the perfect loan to help you finance it. Check out our rock bottom rates and apply now at one-to-onefcu.org. Come out and play. Federally insured by NCUA.
Spring deals can't be stopped with 2.9% APR on the all-new 3-row 2022 MDX SUV. Get top dollar for your trade and upgrade to the all-new MDX. FirstCoastAcuraDealers.com. Excludes Type S edition.
Men suffering from ED or PE? Has Viagra or Cialis let you down? Prime Men's Medical Center is featuring Restore Wave, the latest in non-invasive ED treatment. You'll see results on your first visit or pay nothing. Call 904-618-3497. That's 904-618-3497.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Broadcasting live from the ESPN 690 Anajar and Levine studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000. ESPN 690. Jacksonville's home for ESPN Radio. WOKV Jacksonville. Listen live everywhere you go on ESPN690.com. ESPN 690, a Cox Media Group station.
History of injuries in the postseason is now going to be asked to do more at 37 years old instead of being able to kind of sit back, let the young guys do it, and then pick his spots. There is no more picking your spot for Chris Paul. He's got to go all out.
Mavericks guard Luka Doncic practiced today for the first time since straining his calf. He is eyeing a potential return for Game 3 tomorrow against the Jazz. NFL 49ers star receiver Deebo Samuels told ESPN's Jeff Darlington he's requested a trade after record-setting receiver contracts this offseason. Samuel wants a new deal, but from another team.
ESPN Radio is presented by Progressive Insurance. Progressive makes bundling easy and affordable. Get a multi-policy discount by combining your motorcycle, RV, boat, ATV, and more. All your protection in one place. Bundle and save at Progressive.com.
Here we go on a Wednesday. Action Sports Jacks Overtime, ESPN 690. For those keeping track, this is hour 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for me today on the radio, and we're still going as strong as we were at 2 p.m. Brian Middleton has made it back from the passport appointment. We will get into that as we go along. We got NBA games tonight, which, by the way, hey, NBA, I understand you want to put them all in prime time, but maybe space them out throughout the day. You know, maybe. Because how am I supposed to watch Brooklyn and Boston and Milwaukee and Chicago at the same time?
Boy, this ain't NCAA. This is the pros.
What? That's my point.
That's it. That's all you get. You get it when we give it to you.
Nah, spread them out.
Adam Silver.
Okay, what is TNT really playing right now? Like another edition of Burn Notice?
Hey, first of all, Burn Notice was a great show.
That's great, but it's
a great show.
Yeah, it was a great show.
You know, the first 2 seasons. I stopped watching after that.
Like, okay, so first of all, you can't even really speak on if it was a great show. But Burn Notice has been off the air. 7-7 is 14 since 2014. So maybe stop playing at TNT. You know, we've seen it.
It's not how TV works, Casey. But okay.
Yeah, I work there too. Okay, I don't need a whole.
Look, man, stop being a crybaby. Go ahead and get this Black Market app that I have that I will not promote over the show.
I do
want to
need
make
that.
sure we
I
get
do
it.
need that app.
You just make that happen. You can flip back and forth between your YouTube links or the other links that they want to provide easily.
That's
easily.
Fair. And let's be honest, I'm probably going to play FIFA at some point tonight as well.
So,
yeah, you know,
it's a good game.
No, I'm excited for Brooklyn, Boston. I've seen enough of Toronto without Scotty Barnes to know it's going to be 3-0 tonight. And then I'm interested in Chicago, Milwaukee, because Chicago's better than, like, I guess the perception. They'll probably still lose, but I think it's going to be a good game. So I'll have to fit some FIFA in somewhere in there. Hopefully one of these games comes a blowout so I don't have to, like, stay locked in, you know. But anyway, so we got that coming up. Deebo Samuel no longer wants to play for the 49ers. That's big news. See how that plays out. We'll talk about that. D-Book is hurt. That's not good for the Suns. We got guys going to the NBA draft. We're learning all kinds of things today. So a busy day coming up in the next hour or so. No Jumbo Shrimp baseball tonight. They played during the day today. Picked up a victory. Ronald Acuna Jr. still here in Jacksonville. Unconfirmed if he'll play tomorrow, but he did play the last 2 days against the Shrimp. So they'll be back on the airwaves tomorrow starting at 6:50 when we hand it off to them. All right, Brian Middleton. You texted me a little bit during the day. Let me know what happened at the passport appointment.
Oh, yeah. So, went to a passport acceptance office.
Right, with no trip plan, just to confirm.
Because you know what? On the form, they ask you your next travel trip. And then they say, also in bold letters, if you don't have anything planned, write none. So obviously, it's more prevalent than you think, just in case. I thought about Casey, thought about actually texting you then, but I was like, nah, I'm not petty, right? I'm still in like my sophomore year learning about the pettiness from the school of Casey Kurtz. So, you know, if I was a senior, I probably would have texted you right then something, you know, kind of, you know.
They literally said, do not make an appointment unless you need it.
No.
Yes.
No, you know, you're misunderstanding.
No, I'm not.
Anyway, I get in there. First, it's over on the side, and there's no handle on the door to go in. Does that make sense? So it looks like.
How'd you get it open?
Well, hold on. So it looks like it could only be like a one-way door if you think about it.
Because okay, like it opens from the inside. Okay.
Right. Because you're just like, all right, there's no handle here, but it's the only door. Like, there's nothing else.
Okay.
So I do a quick scan, like a 2 or 3 second scan, because I'm like, well, maybe there's an opposite outside entrance that I missed, and no, there's not. So then I see a dude walking towards the door, and I was like, well, I'm just going to push it, because I don't know if they're supposed to call you or whatever. They don't give you those instructions. So it opens. And I'm like, okay. And nobody, says, hey, go around another way. So I step in. When I say that the energy changed, you ever seen Harry Potter?
Yeah, I've seen a lot of Harry Potter.
Yeah, man. Just pick one of those scenes. I've only seen one or two of them. And there's one that there was like a fighting scene towards the end. I can't remember. I went to IMAX.
Yeah, there's a fighting scene toward the end of pretty much every movie that's an action movie.
Yeah,
but sure.
Harry Potter's not an action movie. That's first and foremost. I'm not doing that with you right now. You're not getting me off
it's not
my
like
square.
hardcore action, but they are fighting.
Well,
I'm guessing you're
phrasing number one, hardcore action. Listen, this is my point,
That's
Casey.
fair. That is fair.
The energy changed. Like Harry was somewhere.
I'm assuming you're talking about Deathly Hallows at the end.
Maybe. I went to IMAX and I got such a bad headache from it. I had to take the glasses off. I was like, what is happening?
Yeah,
Can this end, please? Anyway. Yeah, and it was kind of hard to breathe. Like it was almost humid. And we live in Florida, right? We're used to humidity. And in here, it was even worse. So then I continue to walk because there's no instructions and then there are instructions everywhere. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
There are no clear instructions, but everywhere on every wall there are instructions in multiple languages, which makes sense to me.
Yes, it does.
And I'm just like, okay, do I go straight to the front clerk? Is there a line somewhere? And there were only about 4 seats open. Now, I scheduled this, and I'm like, there can't be that many people trying to get their passport at the same time, but
they had
why
trips
not?
planned.
Maybe not. But I didn't know. You all right? I didn't know whether or not this was actually the passport office or the preschool because there was like 20 kids, I lied to you not, in there.
Okay.
And, which is fine, but that's why I texted you Doc McStuffins because some were crying. Some were like, they were on their phones, on their iPads.
Okay.
But the ones that were crying they were off the chain. They were off the chain. I was like, please take them outside because it's so crazy. So I'm standing in line. They tell you to get there 10 minutes early. I get in line. The clerk looking at me like she frustrated with me. And I'm like, no, the little bit of instructions that you do give me, this is it. I got here 10 minutes early. I'm looking at it. It said 11:51. She's like, go have a seat. I'm like, okay, if these hotkeys were working right, Casey, I would be playing something right now. I just don't know what we're going to get.
Yeah.
So I sit down. She goes on break. She helps the person that she's helping. She goes on break. Another dude walks in that's actually pretty kind, right? He's like, my friend, are you waiting? And I was like, yeah. He's like, are you ready? I was like, I hope so. I missed the worst part.
Okay.
People are coughing and sneezing everywhere.
Yeah, it's tough.
I'm like, let me tighten up this mask. I just bring my mask into most places, and I wear a mask anyway, people, because of the transplant and the immune system.
Yeah.
So like, I'm going to be wearing this, for the next however long I'm here on this earth. But some places I feel a bit more comfortable.
Sure.
And I always just take the mask with me anyway. So I was walking in, I didn't have the mask on, but as soon as I walked in there, I put the mask on, and then the sickliness of the area of the environment took hold, and I was like, let me tighten this up.
The sickliness.
And it was coughing and sneezing, just, and I was like, bro, what is happening? There ain't no tissues around here? No tissues? I need Kleenex.
Man.
Anyway, so here is the coup de grace. I think I said that right.
Yeah, I think so.
There was something wrong with the signatures that I had on one of my documents. No. It's like that is not clear enough. So I had to that hour, I had to call up Columbia, South Carolina, and I had to order something from there that I won't share, but it has signatures on it. I had to call Columbia.
You just called the state?
Yeah, yes. The South Carolina is called DHEC, South Carolina Department of something records.
Okay.
And I have to wait 5 to 7 days for them to send it to me. The dude was like, listen, I can go ahead and process this because I had taken my form. I paid my money. Everything was good. And he looked at one more form. He was like, listen, if I process this, I could do it. But I know from experience, this is going to back you up at least an extra month on top of whatever time it takes to get your passport.
Dang.
And he looked out for me. I was like, man, I appreciate that. Hold off. He's like, this is the number you call. You can do this. They can get it to you in about 10 days. Cool. I was like, golly, but then I got to sign up for a new appointment. He was like, I tell you what, you take my information down. Okay. You come in here as soon as you have it. I'm here every day to do the passport. Cool. You come in, you meet with me, and you still got it. You got your payment. He didn't charge me for the picture.
Hey.
And I was just like, hey, man, you're a real one. Okay?
Yeah.
I should have asked him, could I say his name on the radio, but I don't know if I can because I don't know if you're supposed to be able to do that.
Does he have just a first name?
Well, even then, I don't want that.
You can say his first name.
Yeah, I'm not going to say his first name.
So he really didn't help you out that much then, huh?
Okay, well, you're not going to press me into the corner like a third grader. He did. Hey, so that was my experience at the
So you're still not
passport
gonna
office.
say it, huh?
I'm not going to say his name.
Wow.
I'll say his name when I get my documentation.
That's fair. You can't give him too much credit until it comes through, right?
Yeah, but he looked out because I was about to be like, man, I done went through this craziness right here.
For nothing. I have no trip planned.
Nothing. Only thing I got accomplished was a headshot for a passport and a haircut before then. That's it.
Thank gosh the other lady went on break, by the way. Or who knows how long. You still be there waiting, probably.
Go have a seat. I was like, oh, okay. A little bit ruder next time, okay? Not quite rude enough.
I told you that people are miserable most of the time.
Not quite rude enough.
I tried to tell you. By the way, if you're watching on the stream, the microphone broke. Okay?
Yeah, I was wondering.
So here I am. Look at this.
Yeah, I'm looking.
That's the mic. All the way up here. Okay? It's broken now. So I have to spend the entire break trying to fix this microphone back on the stand before Brent comes in on tomorrow and his microphone is broken. So I got to work on that. I didn't break the mic. It just fell off.
Sounds like you broke it.
Mics here fall off often.
That's
happened
fair.
to Austin. It's happened to me a bunch. It's now happened to this mic. So just if you ever get into this business, make sure the mic is tightly on the stand or else you're going to have to hold it for a whole segment, and then there's no guarantee you fix it on the other side. So I'm going to work on fixing the mic. We'll talk sports when we come back. Action Sports Jacks Overtime, ESPN 690. We'll be right back.
It's a good time to swoop with the UNF Ospreys. The men's and women's golf teams ranked in the top 50 in the country. Baseball and softball in the middle of ASUN play. The softball team, by the way, will host the ASUN tourney in May. UNFospreys.com to find the schedules for all the action. Catch the latest stories and results, too, for all the spring sports at UNFospreys.com. Men's and women's tennis with some fantastic play of late. Beach volleyball in action, along with track and field. It's always a good time to swoop with the Ospreys at UNFospreys.com.
Now, the First Alert forecast on ESPN 690.
A little breezy into this evening. Otherwise, another nice night tonight under fair to partly cloudy skies dropping into the 50s. Partly sunny and mild tomorrow. A little breezy at times. Your Thursday high in the mid-70s. From the CBS 47 at Fox 30 Action News Jax First Alert Weather Center, I'm Chief Meteorologist Mike Burrish.
The Weather Center is brought to you by Beards Diamonds. Don't miss the buy one, get one free on wedding band event going on now until this Sunday at Beards Diamonds.
Where are those receipts? Tax day is nearly here.
I held on to those.
And Chanel is stressing.
Why do I always wait to the last minute?
Her small business needs a bookkeeper to crunch some big numbers.
All these spreadsheets make my head spin. None of this adds up.
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Our hiring platform instantly connects you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
This is a metaphor for your business's journey. Sometimes it feels like you're going 100 miles an hour, barely keeping up. But to cruise through challenges, you need someone who's right there with you. That's what Dell Technologies advisors do. They have the Windows PCs and tech advice you need to get past whatever's in front of you and get where you want to go. Call an advisor today at 877-ASK-DELL. That's 877-ASK-DELL. A start to a simpler experience with Windows 11 Pro.
These days, it's getting harder and harder to find savings. But you may have more cash than you realize in your home's equity. Unlock it today with a cash-out refinance from Rocket Mortgage. In the last year, average home values have gone up nearly 20%. That means you could unlock thousands of dollars from your home. And with Rocket Mortgage, you could get all that cash in as little as 3 weeks. Put your hard-earned money to work. Pay down high-interest debt and combine your balances into one simple, low monthly payment. Now is your perfect opportunity to take control of your financial future. So what are you waiting for? When you want to consolidate debt and simplify your finances, Rocket can. Call 8338-ROCKET today or go to rocketmortgage.com to get started. That's 8338-ROCKET or go to rocketmortgage.com. Rocket.
Call for cost information and conditions. The Equal Housing Lender license in all 50 states. NMLSconsumeraccess.org number 3030. Call 800-490-1233 for disclosures and cost information.
North Florida is one of the golf capitals in America, and our customers get to spend a lot of time on the golf course because they'll never have to paint their house again. Book now to take advantage of our spring special. Save up to 25% off, but hurry, book now because our installation schedule is filling up fast. Call Rhino Shield today, 904-519-5055, or find us online at rhinoshieldjacks.com.
Be yourself and bank your way at Community First. Get free checking with rewards, your paycheck deposited a day early, and free digital tools. Add an account at justbeyourself.com. Community First Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA.
Let me ask you something. Are you tired of hearing no? It's kind of a bummer, right? Nobody likes to hear no. So let me ask the obvious. Are you ready to hear yes? Then you better get to Arlington Toyota Pre-Owned today. Yes, Arlington has 400 pre-owned on the lot and ready to test drive. Yes, Arlington has all makes and models. Yes, Arlington will help you get financed. Plus, Arlington's 30-day exchange program comes with your purchase. One last question. Are you going to find the vehicle you really want? Yes. Just shop arlingtontoyota.com today.
I fixed it. I think. Is it working? Can you hear me?
Yeah,
okay.
I can hear you, Casey.
Okay,
They're not going to respond back, man.
I couldn't hear myself in the headphones, so I didn't think I fixed it.
Oh, okay.
Because I had to unplug it, so then I'm like not hearing myself. You're not replying to me. I'm like, it's still broken. I was like panic mode.
I was letting you have your moment, man.
Thank you. Is it because I don't have anything planned? You know, I'm not a planner like some on the show.
You know what, Casey? You just got to get burned. I'm learning that now. You're just going to have to get burned. You hate for planning. You just got to get burned maybe once on something big, like a lot of money.
And can't do it. Can't do it.
What happens to planning? Listen, we haven't talked sports yet, but what happens when you don't plan something with, one of your other businesses that you have going on? You love planning. You love, catching somebody when all they're trying to do is go home after a long game or go to the hotel to meet up and team bond with some of the other players on their team. You love to plan and know when they're there so that you can go, do business. I don't know what you shared on air. So I don't
I don't really do that no more. It's too much planning. But no, I get what you're saying. But nah, we ain't planning nothing out. But we are going to talk some sports here on Action Sports X Overtime, ESPN 690. Brian Middleton on the ones and twos, still passportless, still no trips planned. So we'll keep you updated as we go along the coming weeks and the coming months as that story plays itself out. Another story that's playing itself out, Deebo Samuel said, you know what, San Fran, thanks, but no thanks. Rumor has it he does not want to be a running back. He does not want to be a running back wide receiver. He wants to be a wide receiver. Austin argued that, yeah, obviously, he's a great receiver. He doesn't need to be a running back. Okay. Brent argued, you need that running back part of him because before this year, Deebo Samuel wasn't that great. And that's fair as well. So those are the two arguments from earlier today that came up at the top of the show. And then again at 5, you can find that on the podcast. But now ask Brian Middleton. All right, Brian Middleton, Deebo Samuel doesn't want to be a running back wide receiver. How much does that hurt his value if all he wants to do is be a wide receiver?
I don't feel like it hurts it at all. I mean, I understand the allure of Deebo Samuel, South Carolina very own. I get the allure, especially from this past season, is that he is like a utility man. And you can put him in the backfield. You can run him in any of the wide receiver positions. Like, he does all of that. And so when the other team is game planning for your offense, they have got to be ready for anything because even if he lines up in a certain position, it doesn't mean he's going to stay there before the snap, or it could be a decoy, and it's just a great thing to have in your back pocket, especially for Shanahan. But listen, the player, he has to look out for himself, and I think we have a question like that on Cash It or Trash It as well, so it'll be good to get your idea on that when that time comes. But wide receivers, to a person, play or have the chance of playing a lot longer than running backs.
Agreed fully.
And the wear and tear normally is not the same. And you have the ability normally to make more money. I mean, unless you're the star of the stars in the running back position, the wide receiver, I don't know what some of the contracts for the running backs have been in the offseason.
Not good.
But the wide receivers have been out here wilding. And so I think that part of this is, maybe his preference, which is fine. He's worked hard to get to where he's at. And just because he does something else well, he can still have a preference for what he wants to do. But I think some of this also is preservation, preference than preservation, because all it takes is for them to want to run him. What was his stats? I should have looked that up in the break. We should have planned on what we were talking about. So
no,
I knew
we
how
don't
many
do that.
attempts.
I can
How
tell
many
you.
attempts?
I can tell you. 59 rushing attempts for 365 and 8.
Yeah, and this is in a breakout year.
Yes.
I bet you if he stays there and he hadn't said anything, I bet you that number jumps. I bet you that number jumps even more.
Sure.
And that's something that we just know, that running backs, they get worn on, and their value is not considered the same as most of the other positions on the field, offensively and defensively. So I get it. Does it make it right? I mean, I think that's just kind of one of those things where it's like, well, is it right to him? But at least he's voicing his concerns, and now it's in the 49ers court on whether or not they're going to trade him, which I don't think they're going to trade him. I think that this will probably work itself out, but I don't see anything wrong with him saying exactly what it is he likes and what he doesn't like, and it does not mean that he's not a team player. Last season showed that he is definitely a team player, and he is willing, if he's asked to be in those positions, to do it.
So per the usual, most of what you said is really spot on. I'm not going to blame the man for not wanting to play running back, because running back, you take a lot of punishment. I'm not mad at the man for that. I respect the man for that. You don't want to play there? By all means, I hear you loud and clear. To your point again, is he a team player? Absolutely. They had nobody else to play running back. They literally had dudes with just random names coming in and running the football. You put Deebo back there, and he was great. So I agree with what you're saying there. However, maybe don't come out and say like, hey, I don't want to play running back at all. Because to your point, if you tell the world, hey, I'm not going to play running back, I just want to be a wide receiver. Okay, cool with it. You had a good year as a wide receiver. A great year, actually. 77 for 1405 and 6. Okay, huge year as a wide receiver. Your first big year, though, don't get me wrong, 2020, there were some injuries involved, sure. Rookie year was a good starting point, but, one good year as a wide receiver, okay? Showing promise. People are going to sign up for Deebo Samuel as a wide receiver. I get that. But when you come out and say, I'm not going to be a running back, I do not want to play a running back, well, then to the point you just tried to make, how am I going to line you up at the backfield if the whole planet knows I'm not giving you the football? Right? Because if you don't want to do it, either one, you're going to say, I'm not lining up in the backfield. Then you have no threat of it. Or two, now that he has said he doesn't want to be running back, unless that changes when he gets to a new team, you line him up in the backfield, and the whole entire world knows he's not getting the football in the backfield. It's going to be a play action if they try to give him the football. So, or in terms of the year before, he ran, like I told you, 59 times last year. The year before, he ran the football 8 times. If you fake it to him 3 times a game, you give it to him once, that's not really going to do much. So I think if you're a prospective team looking at it and you say, all right, did I want to use him as a running back? Maybe, maybe not. But now I've lost all that. So if I'm trading for Deebo Samuel, he has to be a impact number 1 wide receiver only. There's no threat of anything else out of the backfield. And again, I'm fine with the man not running the football. I do not blame him at all. You save shots on the body, you save CTE, you save all of that. And he's proven last year that he was a good receiver. He needs to duplicate that. But I can't get on board with not being able to portray him as a weapon when the whole world knows he's not going to be. That's where these other guys come into play that also are aggravated by their contract situation. Because if you're looking at straight wide receiver, I'm going to tell you what, Brian Middleton, you better give me Scary, Terry, F1, McLaurin over Deebo Samuel.
It's amazing. Every time you say it, it always works. It never not works.
You just got to know when to pause. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it never not works. Yeah, sure, Casey. But listen, I'm always going to, 99% of the time, I'm going to lean towards the player. Not that they can't do wrong, but you got to look out for self. There is a very clear line that or precedent has been set that, the NFL teams, they'll look out for you as long as you can help them. But, there's been too many situations where players get hurt, they lose out on money, or they lose out on the end of their career, or they lose out on, the start of their career. There's too many. So if I don't want to play that position, I'm just saying
But
it.
I'm
and then
agreeing
at that point,
with you.
it's
That's
up to
fine.
you. It's up to you to coach better. It's up to you to get me out of here, or it's up to you to adjust. Or it's up to you to convince me to adjust. Earn your money. It's one of these things. You got to do one of those things, okay? This is the pros. Like I said last break, when you was crying about the NBA setting their time for the evening and night to play their basketball games, and you were just boo-hooing. And I was like, someone called a wambulance for this boy over here because he's out here wanting the NBA to change because he wants to watch all the games.
I'm not the only one.
Okay. Well,
listen, I agree with you. I hear what you're saying. I'm with the player, but you can't.
I don't agree with you. That's what you're saying.
No, you can't say it publicly.
Yeah, you can. Oh, clearly you can.
No, you can, but okay. Who's going to give up a big-time thing for Deebo Samuel, just the receiver?
Whoa. Bet you there's somebody out there.
We'll see. I don't think
Probably
so.
not. I think the 49ers are going to figure this out.
Maybe.
And I think Deebo's probably going to be in the backfield, next season. I think both of those things are going to happen, but there'll be some type of adjustment behind the scene.
I guess time will tell. And you got to do what you got to do to get out if you want to get out. So I get that part of it. But I don't know, man. Like, you keep that close to the chest because then you got people guessing. Because then the first play of the season, if nobody knows, you line him up in the backfield, you can assume he's getting the football, and he's not. You know what I'm saying? So like, it would take a couple weeks to figure that out, but I don't know, man. You do what you got to do, Deebo Samuel. Get paid. I ain't going to be mad at you.
Or pay him for 2 positions. How about you do that? I bet you he'll shut up then. You pay me what you pay the running backs
and the
who are
receivers.
dynamic and being a decent number one since he's not as dynamic as some of the other receivers according to, the stats. I bet you he'll shut up then. Give him $150 million guaranteed. I know that's crazy. I just picked the number out there.
Sure, that's fine. No, I hear what you're saying. No, that's a fair point. That's a fair point I can get with that. We'll see how that plays out, but that's the big story in the NFL of the day. Deebo Samuel said, nah, we good. I need to get out of here. I need to get paid. So we'll follow that as we go along on the other side. Cash it or trash it. Coming up, Action Sports Jacks Overtime, ESPN 690.
Snyderman, can you jump really high? Can you turn invisible?
Can you see me now?
Yes.
Then no.
Then what makes you a superhero?
Our AC is out.
Duty calls, kids.
If your AC is running but not cooling, making loud noises, or your home's too humid, now you can schedule an appointment online at SnyderAC.com.
You're my hero, Snyderman. CAC 1813307.
People often ask me, how much money do I have to pay you up front to be my personal lawyer? The answer is nothing. It's free unless we win. What about a slip and fall or car crash case? Free unless we win.
Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Quitting tobacco isn't easy. In all honesty, it's a very hard thing to do. The good news is, Tobacco Free Florida is here to help you quit your way. When you call Tobacco Free Florida's phone quit service at 1-877-YOU-CAN-NOW, you'll connect to a quit coach who will help you assess your addiction. You may also qualify for free nicotine patches or gum. So call us at 1-877-YOU-CAN-NOW to double your chances of success. No judgments, just help.
Transmission problems? Call Action Transmission Specialists on Merrill Road, where you get the work done right the first time by the experts. I'm Robin Sidbury, the owner. Our techs can service all makes and models, and we provide a nationwide warranty, so you have the peace of mind knowing we solve your transmission troubles fairly and honestly and guaranteed nationwide. Call us at Action Transmission Specialist on Merrill Road, where quality counts. Get traction. Call Action at 744-0755.
We will return after these messages.
All offers with approved credit and not in conjunction. See dealer for complete details. Jeep celebration event.
The Jeeps are coming! The Jeeps are coming!
Wait, what?
They're already here, and we are celebrating at Jacksonville Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram, Arlington, Grand Cherokee, Laredo Unlimited, Renegade, Latitude, Limited, 4x4. Get what you want. If we don't have it in stock, we'll order it with everything you want and need. Jacksonville Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram, Arlington, 9600 Atlantic Boulevard.
Hey,
I'm Carrie.
And I'm Bruce. We're the owners of Koala Insulation. Don't let the milder temperatures lull you into complacency. Fuel prices will continue to rise, as will your utility bills. Call us today and take advantage of our fall prices. We don't quote over the phone or just poke our heads up in your attic. We do a full evaluation to include attic ventilation needs as well as insulation.
Give us a call at 904-679-6282 or online at koalainsulation.com.
You know what's great about getting older? The toys are way cooler. Spring is here, and it's playtime. Yeah! And One-to-One Financial, Jacksonville's hometown credit union, has slash loan rates across the board on all the toys. Motorcycles, jet skis, boats, RVs, ATVs, even golf carts. And it's fun and potentially dangerous. One-to-One Financial has the perfect loan to help you finance it. Check out our rock-bottom rates and apply now at one-to-one-fcu.org. Come out and play. Federally insured by NCUA.
So is this the line for Dragon's Maze?
Wow, the line is really long.
Mommy, there's no
We'll meet up later.
How long will you wait?
As long as it takes.
So you guys are only going to do this one ride all day?
It won't be that long. Probably.
Mom, can you get us food?
Wait, are they cutting?
Caleb, food is so far away.
Should I say something?
Daddy, pick me up. Mom!
Hey, there's a line here.
Daddy, swing me.
That's like 20 people.
my God.
One person holds the line for 20 people? This is bull.
Don't go there. Go on a real vacation. Go RVing. Learn more at GoRVing.com.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Austin Lane from Action Sports Jacks on ESPN 690. Smart speakers are becoming part of everyday life, so why not use it to listen to the radio? Tell Alexa, Google Home, or any other speaker to play ESPN 690. Give it a shot weekday afternoons from 3 to 6.
Cash it or trash it coming up in a second. Action Sports Jacks Overtime, ESPN 690. Address the comments on the YouTube. I'm not going to lie to you. I see you in the chat often from 3 to 6 and now from 3 to 7. Why is your name Lil Big Man? Isn't that like
Don't do that.
Oxymoron or
Don't
something?
do that. Don't do
what
that
is
with
that
the
called?
listeners. Come on now.
No, I like it. I'm just
appreciate
like
the support and answer their questions, man. Don't do that.
No, I appreciate the support, but it just like, is it I don't know. Like, what am I trying to say? You know, what's the word?
You're asking what's behind your name?
No. Like,
what's the reason behind your name,
so
right?
when you put like Little Big Man, for example, right? Like there's those two words going back to back is like there's something they call that something. I don't know. Okay. Anyway,
Yeah.
the point of the story is we talking about the NFL draft
Oof.
on the YouTube. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, maybe.
Anyway.
I don't have the hotkey ready for that.
Yeah, he said, I'm really starting to want Evan Neal. Okay. And Linderbaum. Exclamation point. I'm not mad at it. The Linderbaum part. Hopefully trade down a spot or two. See, now the information continues to come in. Okay. Oh, and even more information's coming in. Should I say that on the radio? I don't want to play out your whole life like that. You explained your name. I appreciate that. I don't want to play your whole life out, but I appreciate the background
It's a very
knowledge.
accurate description, though. Now your name makes
It actually makes a ton of sense.
Yeah.
So we appreciate you for that. In terms of Evan Neal, if it's a trade down situation, you know, okay. Like you could sort of kind of maybe convince me. I don't know. Like at number one straight up, if they pick Evan Neal, I'll be disappointed. Like I'm just telling you. And listen, I understand the point that I've seen a lot of the arguments where, you know, you let Cam play it out this year. He walks from that point. Then you move him over to left tackle. Okay. If you somehow keep Cam, you keep Evan Neal at guard. You have Sheriff at the other side at guard. You figure it out in this scenario, I guess, Linderbaum at center. Then, yeah, you have a great offensive line. So I hear that argument. I just can't get on board with it. From what you've seen with the pass rush from this team for the last few years, you have to get one of those guys, even if it's a trade down situation, in my opinion. But I do respect the idea of Evan Neal. And I will tell you this, if it comes down to it, and they come out tomorrow and they say, hey, just so you guys know, we're picking an offensive lineman, I would rather it be Evan Neal than my man Ike Ekwonu, right, Brian Middleton?
So disrespectful. Okay,
no, I'm
go
not.
ahead. Go
like,
ahead.
Here's the thing, man. Like, Ekwonu might be great, and that's all fine and good, but, like, you know, Evan Neal, SEC, just means more. The tape is better. I don't know. Just, like, I'm so worn out from the draft, and it hasn't even happened.
Yeah, you still got a whole
week.
7 days.
Yeah, it just.
Yeah.
I wish they just, like, Brent has said this a couple times before. I wish they would just tell us.
No, you don't.
Yes,
can't
I
sell
do.
that.
Yes, I
you
do.
can't sell that for a whole week.
Yeah,
Nah, the anticipation is what makes the media around it go around. They're loving it. McShay, Kuiper, Kurtz, Martineau.
Oh, my goodness.
Loving it.
So I appreciate the comment on the YouTube. Appreciate you listening. Oh, okay. All right, so what he has told us is he is literally the size of Maurice Jones-Drew.
Okay.
So that describes the name, little big man.
That's accurate. Yeah, about to say that's even more accurate
I got
when you
it.
put it like that.
Hey, I'm with it. You know what I'm saying? You get the it's like you know, what's that called? I can't think of anything today.
You sure can't. I don't know what you're.
It's like I don't know. We got to cash it or trash it?
Oh, boy.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, boy.
I don't
Cash
know.
it or trash it.
Tell them to bring me my money.
On Action Sports Jack's Overtime.
All right, Casey Kurtz, cash it or trash it. I know we haven't done it in a
5
minute.
hours of radio. I can't think of the words anymore.
Is that what it is? 5 hours?
2 to 7.
What were you doing at 2 o'clock?
Man.
What did I miss?
Yeah,
your other stuff.
Yeah, the Dream 18
your
show.
other money. Yeah, I got you. Okay. Casey Kurtz, I know it's been 2 weeks since we didn't cash it or trash it. Do you need a reminder at all?
Nah, I know how this works.
All right. Okay, so first up, we are talking some more Jags. Here we go. Trevor Lawrence.
Yep.
Will find his way into the top 12 of quarterbacks in terms of overall play next season.
Say it again.
Trevor Lawrence will find his way into the top 12 of quarterbacks in terms of overall play next season.
Trash it. As it currently stands, did you help him out? Yes. Did you do enough? Who knows? Yet to be seen. The draft will decide that. But right now, if you're looking at, if I got to pick 12 quarterbacks that'll probably be better than Trevor Lawrence, that's something I can do. So would I love to be wrong? Yes. But as I sit here right now, no, I cannot tell you that for Trevor Lawrence, even though you give me like top 15.
I can't do that.
Yeah, I still don't know if I can say yes. I don't know.
Wow.
We need to see. Look, the numbers were not good. There were moments we saw from Trevor that were good. There were some bad we saw from Trevor. So Trevor still has stuff to prove. We all think he's still going to be fine, which you should, because there was some good to point at. And what he had to deal with last year was horrible. There's no other way to show it. You know, we need to see more. That's all I'm saying.
All right, Casey Kurtz, next up.
Yeah.
I know we're going to talk some NBA in the next block, but let's start right here. The Pelicans have a real chance of being up 3-1 in their series against the Suns after that Devin Booker injury in game number 2.
Say it again.
Yeah. The Pelicans have a real chance of being up 3-1 after games 3 and 4 back in New Orleans. Okay.
Yep.
In their series with the Suns after the Devin Booker hamstring injury.
Yeah, this is going to be disrespectful, but cash it.
Tell them to bring me my money.
Because Devin Booker's their best player. There is no doubt in that. It's time for that boy, Ayton, to finally play like he was worth his pick. He's been good. Don't get me wrong. No disrespect to the man. But now it's time. Now it's time to be the superstar that they thought you were going to be when they picked you with the high pick that they used on you. So, and look, New Orleans, yeah, they were, you know, the record is what it is, and it's bad. It's well under 500, and they made the playoffs. So that's an NBA problem. But listen, when you throw the records out the window and you're just playing one game of basketball, Brandon Ingram's pretty good. Valanciunas is really good, in my opinion. So they have the dudes. If only they had like a guy like Zion. Like if they could really just find a Zion-type player, man, they'd be so good. But
check the restaurant. Hey, that's my dog right there. Out of South Carolina.
Anyway, I do really believe the Suns are in a bit of trouble. They're going to need somebody to score the basketball, and I think it's up to Ayton. He needs to step up and be a big-time player that they thought he was going to be.
Okay, next up, back to the NFL.
All right.
I always chop up his name, so apologies in advance. Tua Tagovailoa.
Sure, close enough.
Close enough. It says he feels no pressure with the new additions to the Dolphins. And Casey Kurtz, you believe him?
Do I believe him?
Yeah.
First of all, trash it and then play the cap sound. What do we have?
Oh, yeah.
Stop the cap.
Yeah, stop the cap, Tua. You don't feel pressure. Come on, man. Obviously the coaching situation happened and went down, and they hired a guy that Doesn't look anything like an NFL head coach. He looks like he should be a statistics major, okay? This guy is breaking down the analytics. And what did he do to break down the analytics? He said, we need one of the best wide receivers in football. And he went and got you that wide receiver. To pair him with, oh, by the way, another great wide receiver in Jalen Waddle.
Yeah.
I saw enough from Jalen Waddle
Yeah.
to say he's going to be great. Then they went out and got running back weapons. Chase Edmonds catches the football out of the backfield. Now he's on your team. Gesicki's a very good tight end. So what they built around Tua, he can cap and cap and cap his way all the way to August. There's pressure on Tua to be good. Because guess what? Guess what? If they would have drafted Justin Herbert, they'd be the favorites to win the Super Bowl. They didn't. They drafted Tua, okay? Tua,
Okay.
It's time to prove that you were worth the pick. Everyone needs to prove it. This is a prove-it day. Tua's got to prove it. Hayden's got to prove it.
All right.
Somebody else has to prove it. I'll think of somebody.
Okay. Next up.
Yeah.
First of two traffic questions, if we get to it.
Okay.
Speeding up when you see a yellow light is not only the right move when driving, it's the American way.
Cash it.
Tell them to bring me my money.
I do have a good story about this. No, I don't.
Okay. Are we moving on? What is this?
We have to move on.
Oh, you can't share it. All
I
right.
can't.
In the break share. All right.
Yep.
Back to the NFL. Cooper Kupp saying that he's not trying to beat anybody when it comes to his new contract is the absolute wrong mindset for him to have.
Trash it. I don't think it's the wrong mindset. I think Austin made a good point about this today, that you just think about things differently when you come from like an Eastern Washington type thing, and you know, we're okay to start your career. I mean, Cooper Kupp was not like a rookie this year. Like, Cooper Kupp's been in the league. And it just kind of took off when they got him with Matthew Stafford. So no, I don't think it's the wrong mindset to have. I think he just understands kind of where he's at. And look, just because everybody's outspoken, and that's fine. You do what you got to do to get your money. Don't get me wrong. But when you go about things, there's like another way to do it. Like Tyreek Hill, we didn't really know he was going about his money until like the day of. It was like, oh, Tyreek Hill wants out. Oh, he's gone already. Like, so you can handle things without putting it in the public. Is that something Cooper Kupp is doing? Potentially. I don't think it's the wrong mindset, but I do think he'll get paid one way or another because he's a GOAT.
All right. Next up. From the world of the impossible, but I got to ask.
All right.
If your favorite GM, Trent Baalke, somehow gets Deebo Samuel to Jacksonville, he will finally get out of the Casey Kurtz doghouse. He's been working.
Trash it.
You just a hater.
No, because
you just a hater. Go ahead.
no. This is what you got to think about. Okay. So you trade for Deebo Samuel, right? What are you going to have to give up? Well, picks. The 33rd pick, like, okay, you know, I guess if you didn't just pay Christian Kirk $75 million, right? So you'd also have to get rid of Christian Kirk because you cannot have two wide receivers making like $150 million. You got Zay Jones. You still got LaVisca, who I guess would have to be traded. Marvin Jones makes like $5 million. Like, you can't pay wide receivers that much money. You just can't do it. So what it would take to get Deebo, if you could somehow do it with keeping pick, you're definitely not trading the number one pick. Let's be clear on that. If you could like trade Christian Kirk for it and like some other late round picks, then sure, I guess. But as it currently stands, if you got to keep Christian Kirk and Deebo Samuel and Marvin Jones and all of that money in the wide receiver room, no.
Wow. Okay, so what will it take for him to get out of your doghouse, by the way? Because you haven't liked him for a long time.
Let's see what happens in the draft. You know what I'm saying?
I don't believe you. How about that?
Okay.
How about let's trash that? Trash that response, Casey Kurtz.
We'll see what happens.
I don't believe you. I don't think anything. I think that you got him locked in there. I think that he asked for a slice of pizza and you offered him chicken salad, and now you just want to cut him from your football life forever.
Man, don't bring the USFL into this.
Shout out to Kirby Wilson. All right, Casey, let's try to wrap these up. Having your favorite player dap you up during a sporting event is the best experience a kid can have at said game.
Yeah, I'll cash that.
Cash that. Okay.
Tell them to bring me my money.
Do you know where that came from?
Well, it happened twice. Devin Booker with the little baby, and then it happened right here at the baseball grounds. Ronald Acuna with a fan out there.
Wow. So okay, you're in my notes. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I'm in your notes. Just overall, yeah, that's pretty dope. Good for the kids, man. Grow the sports. Love it.
By the way, did you see that the jumbo shrimp made national news?
For the throw, yes.
Yeah, for the throw.
Yeah, that was not from Ronald Acuna. It was the guy that came in for Ronald Acuna.
And
so I did see that.
And my goodness, huh? What a throw.
Oh, yeah, it was a toss.
How'd you feel about that? Like, the throw was the star, but they still said the final score? Is that the Jumbo Shrimp fan? Are you okay with that?
Yeah, it's fine.
Being highlighted like that? Okay.
Yeah, you know.
All right. I'm just wondering.
It is what it is.
Let's see. Casey Kurtz, I'm going to make this the last one.
All right.
And it's the second of the traffic questions right here.
Yep.
Speed limits should be off limits for the far left lane.
You cash it, yeah.
Tell them to bring me my money.
Yeah, I'm so sick of people going slow in the left lane. Like, if you're listening right now in your car going slow in the left lane and you're just casually going slow for fun, please get over. Like, the person behind you will appreciate it. If you're sitting at home listening, we appreciate you as well. But next time you get in the car, if you are getting past, like if people are passing you in the right side, so the middle, the right, wherever, if people are passing you and you're on the left, maybe consider just getting over. Like you just, listen, some people need to drive fast. Some people need to drive really fast. Is it safe? I'm not going to tell you that. Okay. But what I am saying is just, swallow the pride a little bit and just move over to the right. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Swallow your pride and move to the right. All right, Casey Kurtz, that's
Needs it on a
it.
T-shirt.
Yeah, that's it for Cash It or Trash It.
All right, I appreciate you. Cash it or trash it. On a Wednesday, when we come back, update on the NBA ticket prices for the night. We have another game that is severely lower than the others, and we will make picks for those games. We'll do it on the other side. Action Sports Jacks Overtime, ESPN 690.
If you're involved in a legal dispute, call me, Glenn Levine, a board-certified civil trial lawyer at the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000, and take back control of your life.
Office in Jacksonville.
I'm Action News Jack's First Alert meteorologist Garrett Biedenball. Weather here is unique. It could be bright and sunny one minute and then a downpour the next. That's why mornings are when you need us the most. So you can plan your day, no matter if you're getting ready to go to work or working from your living room, getting the kids ready for school or ready for lunchtime. I'm on TV explaining how weather is going to affect your day and night ahead. So you're prepared for anything. I'll get you ready on Action News Jax this morning.
Men suffering from ED or PE? Has Viagra or Cialis let you down? Prime Men's Medical Center is featuring Restore Wave, the latest in non-invasive ED treatment. You'll see results on your first visit or pay nothing. Call 904-618-3497. That's 904-618-3497.
ESPN 690 is home for the Florida Sportsman Fishing Show hosted by Captain Rick Riles. Tune in every Saturday morning from 7 to 9 a.m. to find out what's biting now. Fishing so fresh, you can almost smell it.
Our friends over at Arlington Toyota want to know, what drives you? How about great service? Or what about getting more with your purchase? Then prepare yourself for the drive of a lifetime when you buy from Arlington Toyota. Arlington has over 500 new Toyotas available with inventory arriving daily. You also get a lifetime warranty with your purchase, plus 30 days to love your new purchase or exchange it. What drives you is what they do at Arlington Toyota. Shop in person, 10939 Atlantic Boulevard, or online at arlingtontoyota.com.
Snyderman, can you move things in your mind?
Nope.
Did you read our minds?
I got nothing. Were you thinking of nothing?
No. So, what makes you a superhero?
I can tell if you should repair or replace your air conditioning system.
Take the quiz on our website to see if you should repair or replace your unit. If it's time to replace, now you can get 0% interest if you pay in full within 72 months. Visit SnyderAC.com and get the details in a flash.
I think you mean Snyderman.
CAC 1813307.
People often ask me, how much money do I have to pay you up front to be my personal lawyer? The answer is nothing. It's free unless we win. What about a slip and fall or car crash case? Free unless we win.
Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Be yourself and bank your way at Community First. Get free checking with rewards, your paycheck deposited a day early, and free digital tools. Add an account at justbeyourself.com. Community First Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA.
ESPN 690 just wrote a check for another $1,000. It's the payroll payout, and you can be cashing in on any one of the 5 chances we're giving you every weekday. Listen at 8 a.m., 10, noon, 2 p.m., and 5 p.m. for your shot. This is a nationwide contest. Message and data rates apply. Get the complete rules now at ESPN690.com.
Couple minutes to go. Action Sports Jacks Overtime, ESPN 690. And as we go into break, my man Benjamin. That's why I like to call you Ben. I don't know you like that. I don't know you at all, actually. But I like the idea of calling you Benjamin. And one of the better takes on the show today, he just said LeBron trash it. I don't know what it means exactly, but you got to trash it. So I appreciate that, Ben. I don't know the context, but I'm hoping you're just here to make Brian Middleton upset.
Not upset. Casey Kurtz, I know what your philosophy is. Any hater of LeBron and anything that he's done well
Welcome
is
to the
a
show.
friend of yours.
Yep, Benjamin. That's the guy.
That's your inner circle, man.
Benjamin, don't know you, but appreciate you being here, appreciate you listening, and appreciate you making Brian Middleton mad on the LeBron side.
Not mad though.
Nah, you're mad.
Nah. You want me to be mad? I could be mad. But I'm not going to be mad about that. Because Benjamin's going to be the main one when LeBron retires in like 5 years and there's a new greatest star like Jaws moving up or Anthony Edwards or I don't know who could be. You know what I mean? Like whoever it is. And then all of a sudden they're going to be like, oh, he didn't even do what LeBron did. You know what LeBron did? I'm like, you don't knock it off. You don't knock it off. So
why
I'm
you
just
doing
waiting for that
Benjamin
wave.
like that? You know what I'm saying?
I like Ben. Thanks for listening, Ben.
Appreciate you.
You know, I say your name correctly. My man Casey disrespecting you, but not even saying your name correctly.
It sounds better. I said from the beginning, from the start, I said Benjamin. But then I said I like to call you Benjamin.
His mama call him Benjamin. I'm going to call him a LeBron hater.
That's fair. By the way, my mom's listening. Thanks, Mom.
Hey.
I saw you on Facebook when I was trying to get more information on Benjamin, and it said my mom was watching. So thanks, Mom. Appreciate it. NBA playoffs tonight, Brian Middleton. We got Brooklyn and Boston for $173. That is a yikes. That is not cheap. You are not getting into TD Garden tonight for a cheap price. But nonetheless, who's winning the game, Brian Middleton?
I think that Kyrie is going to go off, and I think that KD, who didn't play a great game by his account, right? But for most regular players, right? Excuse me.
Yep.
Wow, wrong pipe. Oh man. Sorry. I think that KD is going to have a better game right here, and if he had even a semblance of a better game in game one, they would have won that game far and away, I believe. So I think that's going to happen in game two. So we'll have to see, but I'm going to choose the Nets in game two. I still think that this will go 7 games.
Agreed. If KD's just anything on the offensive side, they win the other night. So I'll take Brooklyn to even the series at 1. Do we need to spend time on Philadelphia, Toronto?
Why not? I mean,
because we don't have much time.
Well, you got a minute.
Yeah, so we're not going to spend any time on Philadelphia, Toronto. You're picking Philly. I'm picking Philly. It's not cheap to get in Toronto. But for only... Is this the right thing? Okay. For $54, you can go in Milwaukee and see the Chicago Bulls and the Milwaukee Bucks, which makes no sense. Those cities are close together, and for $54, you can get a seat. Let's check out the view from the seat. It's better than last night's in Memphis, so that's not a bad view, to be honest with you. You know.
Okay.
Anyway, Chicago and Milwaukee, $54. Who is going to win the game, Brian Milton?
Oh, Milwaukee. Yeah, Giannis. Yeah, future top 5, top 10 all-time player. Giannis Antetokounmpo. Kind of, right? I kind of got that last part.
No, it's good.
Hey, listen, it's going to happen. I'm sorry. The Bucks are primed and ready. They're coming into form at the right time. The defending champs, they know what it takes. I think that they're going to go ahead and win this game as well. There's no knock on the Bulls. I just believe that them not being at full strength, and the Bucks just being better, I don't see a way where they're going to get a game in Milwaukee. So that's where we're going with it.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you. I like the Bulls, but you said it. They're just better. Like, Milwaukee's just better. They're at home. That's the situation. By the way, in terms of the injury report for that one, Bobby Portis, the boy, is probable. Jordan Nwora is also probable, if you were wondering what's going on with that one. So that'll be the last game of the night, and you can go for $54 if you're in the greater Milwaukee area. Plenty of tickets available, by the way. 54, 55, 56. It is not very expensive to get in. Of course, this is looking at the website that Brent Martineau bought the tickets for and could not get in to Crypto.com Arena. So just keep that in mind. It's only $54, but you might not actually get in the door. So just kind of balance that if you're in the greater Milwaukee area. That'll do it for us tonight on a Wednesday. We're back tomorrow on Thursday, leading you in To Jumbo Shrimp Baseball, they will play Gwinnett again. Ronald Acuna may be in the lineup. We'll give you an update on that. The guys are back tomorrow as well. Another Shock Your Mock. A whole lot more to do on Action Sports Jax. We appreciate you rocking with us since 2 p.m. for the Dream 18 show, and we'll be back tomorrow at 3 p.m. Have a great night, everybody. I want to eat a spicy chicken in my Tesla. Is it too much to ask?
Hey, I'm Carrie.
And I'm Bruce. We're the owners of Koala Insulation. Don't let the milder temperatures lull you into complacency. Fuel prices will continue to rise, as will your utility bills. Call us today and take advantage of our fall prices. We don't quote over the phone or just poke our heads up in your attic. We do a full evaluation to include attic ventilation needs as well as insulation.
Give us a call at 904-679-6